This is the most tragic female lead I've ever seen. She was originally a rabbit researcher, but she never expected that just by dozing off in the bath, she would accidentally transmigrate to a mystical continent and become a useless rabbit spirit, good for nothing but being cute. On her first day in this new world, she bumped into the demon lord, breaking through the honey. Thus began the love-hate relationship between the fox and the bunny. The demon lord extended his claws towards her. "What's wrong, little bunny? Are you scared?" Then he leaned in and bit her. Having only been in this world for a few days, was she going to die here already? If she had known this fox would suck blood, she would have rather frozen or starved to death than get anywhere near him. The story begins a few days earlier. The bunny remembered sleeping in the bathtub, but when she opened her eyes, she had inexplicably arrived in this icy, snowy wasteland, and she had become a rabbit spirit. She wandered aimlessly through the snow. Suddenly, she saw a lake up ahead. Great, she thought. There might be lotus seeds to eat. Just as she was happily munching away, she heard arguing nearby. "Senior brother, come quickly. There seems to be something unusual in the lake." They rushed towards the lake. Suddenly, the lake water splashed violently. "Oh no, the seal on the demon trapped in this lake has been broken. Hurry and find Master." Before they could finish, the demon lord, from within the lake, said, "Senior brother, surprised to see me? I'm out." With a few swift moves, he sent the two rushing towards him flying. The bunny, hiding nearby, went pale with fright. "Run!" She fled to a cave, thinking it should finally be safe. This cave is not bad. She picked up some dry grass and started a fire. She planned to spend the night there. Secluded and warm, she was very satisfied. But the next second, a blade was pressed against her neck. "Don't move. Move again, and I'll kill you." "No way. I'm this unlucky, am I? Tell me, do you prefer spicy rabbit or braised rabbit?" Just how tragic was this female lead? On her first day in this mystical continent, she was threatened by the demon lord with a blade to her neck. The bunny tried to escape, but tripped on a rock and fell. Thud! She never thought she would die like this. The demon lord was speechless. Is this the legendary touch porcelain? A worthless creature without any spiritual power. How utterly boring. So the demon lord ignored her and started cultivating. During his cultivation, he couldn't help but recall his past. He wasn't always a wicked demon lord. It was human greed that made him this way. He was the son of the demon queen, born with a natural martial spirit. But humans, for the reward of 10,000 spirit snacks, slaughtered his entire clan. His mother barely managed to escape with him, but they were intercepted halfway. "Little demon brat, where do you think you're going?" At that critical moment, his mother, seeing her child facing mortal danger, ran towards the humans without hesitation, putting up a final resistance. But his mother died tragically before his eyes. From that moment on, he had hated humans. He remembered his mother's desperate attempt to protect him as she died, her words echoing, "You must live. You must." Suddenly, he jolted awake. It was a dream, but his mother's words continued to echo in his mind. After all these years, his hatred for humans hadn't diminished. Waking up, he was surprised. How is this possible? This woman isn't dead. She even dared to touch his foxtail, murmuring, "Oh, this is so warm." The demon lord raised his hand again. "No one has ever dared to touch my tail. So, it's a little rabbit demon." He retracted his tail. Unexpectedly, this little rabbit demon is even more beautiful than the women of my fox clan. Too bad she won't live much longer. He was just about to strike when he suddenly noticed something. How is this possible? The cut on her neck, it's completely gone. What's going on? Just how brazen is this female lead? Transmigrated to a mystical continent, she possesses an immortal body. No matter what the demon lord does, the rabbit's wounds heal rapidly, even when he uses his own demon toxin-laced booger. Any wound inflicted should be fatal. Yet, she still heals quickly. Looks like spicy rabbit stew is off the menu. Could this be immortality? The demon lord hadn't expected this. During his 300-year seal, the demon race, had they actually evolved to such a terrifying degree? Not only that, but she also used his tail as a blanket all night. No matter how he tried to avoid it, the rabbit always managed to find his tail with her eyes closed, then clung to it tightly, refusing to let go. The demon lord, brimming with frustration, couldn't kill her. So, he nudged the rabbit with his foot. Wake up, but the rabbit seemed to be dreaming. Stupid dog, don't disturb my sleep. Don't be so rude, Mutt. The demon lord scoffed. Who are you talking to? It didn't work. This time, he kicked the rabbit awake with force. But he never expected this seemingly soft and weak, adorable rabbit to have such a terrible temper. She grabbed his ears with both hands and yelled, "How many times have I told you not to disturb my sleep? Are your dog ears clogged with fur or something?" The demon lord couldn't stand this. "Rabbit, open your eyes and take a good look at who I am." "Rabbit? Oh yeah, I transmigrated into a demon. How could I forget after just a nap?" She looked at the demon lord and apologized. But with just that one glance, this man before her had already captured her heart. "Whoa, he's incredibly handsome. Sorry, dog bro. I wasn't fully awake. I was talking in my sleep. I thought you were my dog back home." Not only did the rabbit have a problem with her intelligence, but her eyesight seemed to be poor as well. The demon lord held his dagger to her neck. "Rabbit, I am a who. Oh, a who? Wait a minute. Those hands look familiar. No, that's not right. Isn't this the guy who wanted to braise me last night? But I clearly remember dying. How am I hopping around again?" The rabbit asked curiously. "Didn't you kill me last night? How am I alive again?" The demon lord replied with a few curt words. "Are you mocking me?" Before the rabbit could react, he struck. "Ouch. So, you still want to kill me after all?" This female, lead, was originally a rabbit researcher, but she inadvertently transmigrated to this mystical continent. And of all things, she became a useless rabbit spirit. On her first day, she not only encountered the demon lord's resurrection, but was also threatened by him repeatedly. Although she possessed immortality, she had no spiritual power. A powerful survival instinct led her to cling to the demon lord's belly. Since she couldn't die, she occasionally teased him, calling him Little Fox. The demon lord couldn't do anything about it. "Little Fox, how old are you?" "A few hundred years old," the rabbit replied. "I'm 20 this year." "Rabbit, I'm 300 years older than you." "So you're an old cow." "Oh, no, an old fox," because the rabbit only knew the demon lord in this place. She chose to follow him wherever he went. As they walked, the rabbit's body began to weaken. This was because she had no spiritual power. In this icy, snowy land, she naturally couldn't last long. The rabbit decided that once she left this snowy area, she would start cultivating seriously. But when she turned around, the demon lord was gone. Then, she heard two voices conversing behind her. It seemed their attire was the same as the two people from last night. Were they good or bad? The rabbit didn't care. She decided to dig a hole and hide first. Half an hour later. "There, now you can't find me. There's no snow lotus here. I bet someone stole it. And now we're stuck out here looking for it in the middle of the night, master. As long as we're alive, we have to do our duty. We have to find it, even if we can't. Don't complain like that next time." Just as the two were talking, the demon lord suddenly appeared, grabbing one of them by the throat. "Where's the snow lotus?" The rabbit, watching from nearby, thought, "What's my big brother up to now?" "I don't know. The snow lotus disappeared last night. We're looking for it too." The demon lord threw him to the ground. The useless demon lord didn't kill him, but turned and left. The rabbit spirit had been buried in the snowdrift for who knows how long. He emerged and looked around. The scene was completely different from what he'd expected. "I'm freezing to death." Suddenly, in the next instant, a hand yanked his ear. He was pulled out like a radish. "What? Are you playing hide and seek with me?" At such close proximity, it was almost as if he could smell the cloying scent of romance. This 300-year-old fox was actually using charm magic on a 20-year-old rabbit. The rabbit spirit saw the demon lord fighting. Scared, he dug a hole and buried himself. He didn't know how long it was before the demon lord finally returned. A little longer, and he might have turned into a frozen bunny. The demon lord had clearly lost his earlier ferocity. He nagged like an old woman. It's like you don't know how to go back to the cave. But the rabbit spirit said he was lost. The demon lord sighed, simply saying, "Follow me." Back in the cave, the rabbit spirit clung to the demon lord's tail. "This ghastly place is trying to kill me." The demon lord was puzzled. The rabbit tribe's habitat isn't here. Did your family abandon you in this icy wasteland because you're too stupid? This was difficult. The rabbit spirit had transmigrated directly to this place. How could he explain that? The rabbit spirit stammered, "Actually, I was born here." The demon lord raised an eyebrow. "Born here?" The rabbit spirit put on a pitiful expression. Actually, I don't know where I came from. As far back as I can remember, I've been here. This place is icy and snowy, with nothing to eat. I could only drink water. I finally found a lotus flower, but it only had one seed. So I ate the flower along with it. The demon lord's ears perked up. A lotus flower? What did you say you ate? The rabbit spirit said indignantly. The seed and the flower? What's the big deal? It dawned on the demon lord. It was this little rabbit. The rabbit spirit was bewildered. What was going on? Why had the demon lord suddenly become so alluring? Could it be that in the next second, the demon lord pulled the rabbit spirit into an embrace? Before the rabbit spirit could react, the demon lord stroked his hair. Little rabbit, he purred, do you think I'm beautiful? But the rabbit spirit seemed unaffected by the charm, thinking to himself, this fox wouldn't be trying to pull a cradle robber, would he? He pushed the demon lord away, saying aloud, you're very beautiful. I knew the moment I saw you that you were a seductive old fox. The demon lord asked, was the flower you ate a red lotus? The rabbit spirit was surprised. How did you know? Yes, it was. It tasted pretty good, too. Kinda crunchy. I see, the demon lord murmured. So that's why I was able to break the seal last night. I never thought this little rabbit would have eaten the snow lotus. Quite by accident, he's become my benefactor. If this little rabbit wants to return to the demon clan, perhaps I can repay this favor. The demon lord asked, do you still want to go back to the rabbit clan? The rabbit spirit refused instantly. You've got it all wrong. I want to stick with you, big brother. He thought to himself, I'm not even from the rabbit clan. If you send me back, won't I be exposed? And call me rabbit spirit, not little rabbit. Understood, little rabbit. No helping it, I suppose. I'll have to put up with it, since I'll be relying on him in the future. The rabbit spirit asked, so what's your name? The demon lord replied, Ming Shireen. He had assumed that upon hearing his name, the rabbit spirit would be scared witless. After all, in 300 years, the demon lord's name had garnered a certain amount of respect. But he never expected to encounter someone who didn't belong to this world. Not only was he not afraid, he actually thought the name sounded quite nice. He excitedly asked, what are your plans next? He even dared to move closer. Are you going to find your people? Or are you going to wander the world? If you don't mind, take me with you. Ming Shireen chuckled coldly. With me? This little rabbit isn't afraid of me, he mused. I'm the demon lord, the one everyone avoids. He lifted the rabbit's spirit up with his tail. Little rabbit, didn't anyone in your clan tell you that if you meet someone named Ming Shireen, you should run for your life? The rabbit spirit said, I didn't know. He wasn't from this world, so how could he know? He continued, why should I run if I meet you? I think you're pretty nice. So, it's a naive little rabbit who doesn't understand anything. Interesting. I'll keep him around for amusement. Ming Shireen told the rabbit spirit, you'll follow me from now on. And stop with all the tricks, understand? The rabbit spirit nodded quickly. Understood. That night, they returned to the cave. The rabbit spirit slept, once again using Ming Shireen's tail as a blanket, while the demon lord cultivated his power. Suddenly, the image of Xiao Ming appeared in his mind. Your stubborn father ultimately paid the price for his foolishness. Xiao Ming seemed to be affected by these words. Black energy swirled around him. Suddenly, he snapped his eyes open, bloodshot. Old fool, you couldn't keep me trapped. The rabbit spirit, startled awake by his voice, mumbled sleepily, Little fox, what are you yelling about? She looked closer. Something was wrong. This wasn't the little fox she knew. Why was he storming towards her with such fury? This look in his eyes. I must be dreaming. No, wait, this isn't a dream. Xiao Ming, lost to rage, advanced on her step by menacing step. Little rabbit, he growled, you smell delicious. I want to braise you. Our heroine had inadvertently transmigrated to a mystical continent, gaining immortality, only to be targeted by the demon lord, Ming Shireen, becoming his walking, talking blood bank. To survive, she decided to swallow her pride and his occasional lapses in sanity, and cling tightly to this powerful, if unpredictable, demon lord. Today, however, the demon lord was having a particularly bad episode. I haven't bathed in 4 days, the rabbit spirit protested. I stink. Can we do this another time? But Ming Shireen was already past the point of reason. Unable to control himself, he lunged, sinking his teeth into her. A wave of dizziness washed over the rabbit spirit, her consciousness fading in and out. Slowly, the pain began to subside. So, she thought hazily, the fox is a vampire. This was her first experience being bitten. The next morning, the rabbit spirit awoke, puzzled. She'd been bitten, hadn't she? But there wasn't a mark on her neck. Never mind, she decided. This guy's a vampire. Time to escape. But just as she reached the cave entrance, Ming Shireen returned. "Where are you going?" he asked. "It's freezing outside. Aren't you afraid of turning into a rabbit cycle?" The rabbit spirit stammered, claiming she just wanted some fresh air. Then, cautiously, she asked if he remembered last night. To her horror, he did. Fearfully, she asked, "About the vampire thing. Do you do that every day, or?" Ming Shireen produced something that looked suspiciously like a dried, shriveled something. "Eat this," he said, "and I'll tell you." He added, "It's medicine. It'll help you cultivate your spiritual power." The rabbit spirit sniffed it. It smelled surprisingly pleasant. "If I eat this, I could develop spiritual power," she thought. "It can't hurt, right?" Without further hesitation, she swallowed it. "Thank you, little fox," she said. "I'll definitely repay you." Before she could finish, Ming Shireen interrupted. "Don't mention it. It's actually poison." But it was too late. The rabbit spirit had already swallowed it whole. Seeing the rabbit spirit's look of utter despair, Ming Shireen decided to drop the act. "Relax," he said. "I just added a little something extra to make you more compliant." With a snap of his fingers, before the rabbit spirit could react, she was transformed back into her true rabbit form. Ming Shireen picked her up by the ears. "How does it feel?" he asked, "being a real rabbit again?" "I'm doomed," she thought. "Am I going to be a rabbit forever?" she squeaked. Ming Shireen patted her bottom. "Don't worry," he said. "You can be human again whenever I want. Come on, let's go down the mountain." Their adventure was about to begin. They arrived at the foot of the mountains in the northern continent. The area was bustling with people. Ming Shireen warned the rabbit spirit not to wander off and reminded her again not to use his real name in public. After his instructions, he transformed her back into a human. Thanks to an illusion spell, the surrounding people couldn't see their ears or tails. Their first order of business was to acquire some normal clothes. An hour later, they emerged dressed in men's attire. Men's clothing is so much more practical, the rabbit spirit thought. Suddenly, a crowd of people came rushing down the street. "If we don't hurry, they'll be gone," someone shouted. "This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have to register." "Hey, stop pushing. You're stepping on my foot." The rabbit spirit, bewildered by the commotion, was accidentally bumped by a stranger. Ming Shireen quickly steadied her. The stranger, caught up in the rush, didn't seem to notice or care. "Did that hurt you?" Ming Shireen asked gently, glancing back at the stranger with a cold look. The next second, he came over to apologize to the rabbit spirit. It wasn't a big deal anyway. This was a good opportunity to ask them why they were in such a hurry. The rabbit spirit asked, "Why are you running so fast? Is someone chasing you?" "Passerby," it replied. "These 2 days are the recruitment days for the 2 great academies of the northern continent. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Everyone wants to join in the excitement. This is the most remote town in the northern continent. If you could be recruited into the academy, even as a miscellaneous disciple, sweeping floors and tending fires is still quite remarkable. If you also want to go," Passerby, it continued, "you have to hurry up and register. There are too many people. Now only the Southern Dipper Academy is still recruiting." The rabbit spirit thought to himself, "Isn't that perfect? If I can enter the academy, I won't have to worry about cultivating spiritual energy." He was just about to say something to Ming Shireen when in the next second, he was transformed back into a rabbit. Ming Shireen picked him up. "I know what you're going to say. Let's go. I'll take you to register." But as soon as they descended the mountain, they encountered their first problem. Ming Shireen passed the academy's test and qualified to join. However, pets weren't allowed in the academy. Ming Shireen said coldly, "What if I insist on bringing him?" This is a world where humans and demons coexist. Everyone born on this continent possesses some degree of spiritual energy. To enhance this energy, many academies have been established. Now, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity presented itself. The Southern Dipper Academy had come to this remote town to recruit students. Ming Shireen and the rabbit spirit happened upon this recruitment drive just after descending the mountain. Because the rabbit spirit didn't belong to this world, he possessed no spiritual energy. Ming Shireen wanted to bring him to the academy to cultivate. The rabbit spirit didn't understand why there were several lines of varying lengths for a single academy. Ming Shireen explained, "That's because they teach different things. Naturally, the lines are different. The one we're in now is line 01. That one over there, with no one in it, is also line 01. Soon it was Ming Shireen's turn to test his eligibility for the academy. The examiner instructed him to place his hand on a stone. That's all. After Ming Shireen placed his hand on the stone, it emitted a 5-colored light. The rabbit spirit thought, that's not right. The others only had 1 or 2 colors. Why does he have so many? The examiner suddenly stood up. What? It's the 5-colored spiritual energy, a once-in-a-century occurrence. He's a true genius. The surrounding people also began to murmur. 5-colored spiritual energy. Metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, all 5 elements. This has never been heard of among humans. Humans mostly have dual-element spiritual energy. The last time 5-colored energy appeared was 300 years ago in a demon. Hearing the whispers, Ming Shireen, not wanting to reveal his true identity, withdrew some of his spiritual energy. The next second, the stone turned yellow. The onlookers started to mock him. See? It turned yellow. I told you it's not that simple. Despite this, Ming Shireen still qualified to enter the academy. The examiner said, although your aptitude is mediocre, with diligent cultivation, you will still achieve something. The rabbit spirit, worried that the proud Ming Shireen's pride would be hurt, tugged at him, wanting to offer comfort. Ming Shireen patted the rabbit spirit's head. It's all right. But the next moment, they were told that while Ming Shireen could enter the academy, the rabbit couldn't. Ming Shireen's face darkened. What if I insist on bringing him in? The examiner replied. You can bring him in, but he'll have to be handed over to the main kitchen or line 01. The rabbit spirit thought, the kitchen? Line 01? That means I'll either end up as spicy rabbit meat or an experimental lab rat. Ming Shireen let out a cold laugh. Huh, you want to touch my rabbit? As he spoke, a multitude of magic spheres gathered in his hand. The rabbit spirit thought, oh no, the fox is about to cause trouble. If he throws one of those, we'll be chased before we even step foot inside the academy. I have to think of something fast. The rabbit spirit shook his head and, with his ear, delivered a resounding slap to Ming Shireen's face. Fox, don't blame me. This is for your own good. Little rabbit, you dare hit me now? How could Ming Shireen tolerate being slapped by the rabbit spirit? He threw the rabbit spirit away. Stupid rabbit, I don't need you. The poor rabbit spirit tumbled several times before coming to a stop. He thought to himself, I was only doing it for your own good. I didn't want you to cause trouble. The examiner approached. Poor rabbit, why don't you come with me? The rabbit spirit flung his hand away. It's because you wouldn't let me in that Xiao Ming got angry, she thought. I got thrown out trying to control him, and now you're trying to trick me into going with you? To be turned into spicy rabbit stew? I don't think so. Away from Xiao Ming, the magic quickly wore off, and she returned to her human form. That fox told me to go to the Villainous sect. Fine, I'll go. Who's afraid? Before I transmigrated here, I was a medical expert, studying medicine. Piece of cake. She arrived at the registration area. The examiner didn't even open his eyes. Spiritual power sect is over there, he droned. So are the spiritual chi and spiritual beast sects. Don't mention it. I'm here to register for the spiritual anomaly sect, the rabbit spirit announced. The young man's eyes finally snapped open. What? You're registering for the spiritual anomaly sect? The rabbit spirit was taken aback. What? Is that so strange? She thought, I'm getting a really weird vibe from all of this. I wonder if it's too late to run. Before she could finish her thought, the young man grabbed her arm. Congratulations. You passed the test. The anomaly sect. Someone actually signed up for the anomaly sect. No one has registered for the anomaly sect in 100 years. It's amazing that someone actually came to register today. The rabbit spirit thought, this is feeling less and less reliable by the second. Did that fox really not set me up? Inside the academy, she was told, next, students will undergo a trial. Only those who successfully pass the trial can truly stay. There, she saw Xiao Ming, the one who had thrown her away. Are you the first student of the anomaly sect? Xiao Ming asked. The rabbit spirit scratched her head. Yeah. Did you set me up? Sending me to the anomaly sect? Is this some kind of hated, unorthodox, evil sect that no one signs up for? Xiao Ming reassured her. If it were truly evil, it would have been banned already. How could the academy still allow it to exist? The rabbit spirit just started to relax when Xiao Ming continued, though it is true that it's disliked, especially by me. So, the rabbit spirit was tricked after all. An elderly man appeared on stage. Quiet everyone. Now, I will announce the entrance rules for the Southern Dipper Academy. First, congratulations to all the students who passed the initial selection. Those who passed the initial selection must possess extraordinary abilities. These are your scorecards. All test results will be recorded on them. Only those who achieve the required score can become disciples of the academy. So if everyone understands, the examination officially begins. Please board the ship. What unknown dangers awaited them? Xiao Ming, in order to help the rabbit rabbit spirit cultivate her spiritual energy brought her to the Southern Dipper Academy to study. Before becoming official students, they had to face an entrance examination. All the examinees had boarded the ship. So far, nothing strange had happened. But the rabbit spirit seemed to have caught a whiff of something strange. "Don't you smell that?" she asked Xiaoming. "It seems your little rabbit nose is quite sensitive to danger," Xiaoming replied. The rabbit spirit's ears perked up. "Danger." She inched closer to Xiaoming. "What kind of danger? Can you tell me, big brother? From the moment we stepped onto this ship, danger has been lurking. Look behind you. The danger is that there are illusions on this ship. Once a person inhales a certain amount, they'll fall into an illusion. But don't worry, I've cast a concealment spell on us. They can't see us. Well, if they can't see us, I guess it's okay to take a nap. Big brother, can I borrow your shoulder? These illusions are making me drowsy." This silly rabbit, Xiaoming sighed. "Fine, do as you please." Perhaps it was from this moment on that the rabbit spirit unknowingly found her way into Xiaoming's heart. Soon, Xiaoming woke her up. "The examination is over. We should go assemble." The rabbit spirit hadn't expected the examination to be so short. She was still half asleep. Xiaoming yanked her up. "Let's go, you little rabbit," the elderly man announced. "This round of testing is over. Those whose scores are below 5 on your wooden cards, please leave." A mix of cheers and groans rose from the crowd, but the rabbit spirit's card was blank. "What do I do?" Xiaoming made a few casual gestures over her card. "Whoa, this fox is a walking cheat code. He can change anything." Knowing this guy is definitely paying off. Suddenly, she heard someone nearby say, "Even though I'm eliminated, this wasn't a total loss." The rabbit spirit turned to speak to Xiaoming, but he was gone. She ran to the edge of the ship and stared silently down below, and she stared for a long time. Sensing something was wrong, the rabbit spirit went to investigate. But Ming Shireen told him to wait, asking him to find a place to hide. He said he had something to take care of and would return for him later. What could this urgent matter be? Left alone on the ship, could the rabbit spirit truly keep herself safe? After just a few days together, the rabbit spirit found herself unexpectedly reluctant to part with Ming Shireen. But he had something he must do, instructing her to find a safe place and wait patiently. This feeling of gentle concern was something she had never experienced before. Even his eyes seemed to hold a hint of reluctance. "When will you be back?" she asked, her voice tinged with worry. But when she turned back, Ming Shireen had already vanished. That sly fox, she thought, always so mysterious. The next moment, the ship struck a rock. Panic erupted amongst the passengers. "It's no good. Run. The ship's going to explode." In a desperate scramble for survival, everyone shoved and pushed against each other. The ship's hull began to crack. Suddenly, someone fleeing the chaos knocked the rabbit spirit off her feet. She tumbled straight into the widening fissure. Luckily, she managed to snag a branch and hang precariously, avoiding a fatal fall. Though blessed with immortality, she still felt the sting of pain. Unsure of her location, she decided to wait there for Ming Shireen to return. But then, not far away, she heard the raised voices of an argument. "You useless waste. You don't even have basic defensive spiritual energy. You put us all in danger. And why do you always have that sullen look on your face? Who are you trying to impress? If it weren't for your grandmother's pleas, we wouldn't have brought you along in the first place." A young man in yellow chimed in. "I heard he's notoriously weak. Why don't we just leave him here? Let's see who dies first, him or his sickly grandmother." Their cruel laughter and insults echoed through the air. Feng Rue could take no more. He lunged at them, fists clenched, but he too lacked spiritual power. The young man in yellow easily seized him. "You pathetic wretch." With a single blow, he sent Feng Rue flying backwards until he crashed into the very tree where the rabbit spirit clung. The force of the impact shook the tree violently, and the rabbit spirit lost her grip, plummeting to the ground. It was a truly awkward entrance. Dusting herself off, she offered a tentative greeting. "Hello there, everyone. I'm a prospective student of the Southern Dipper Academy." She hoped that mentioning the academy might establish some common ground and ensure her safety. But the man in black scoffed. "I remember you. You're the one who signed up with the 01 sect. Anyone who joins that sect can't be anything good." Feng Rue's mind reeled. The 01 sect? The very group responsible for the devastating human-demon war 300 years ago, a conflict that had led to countless deaths in the human realm. "Wait," the rabbit spirit tried to explain. "It's not what you think." But they gave her no chance. "Enough talk. You'll die with him." A ball of menacing energy coalesced in the man's hand. In her attempt to intervene, the rabbit spirit found herself facing mortal danger. The energy projectile hurtled towards her. At the last moment, Feng Rue shoved her aside, narrowly avoiding the attack. "I've summoned my spirit beast," Feng Rue gasped. "It can hold them off for a while. This has nothing to do with you. Run." But in the scramble, the rabbit spirit had twisted her ankle. She urged Feng Rue to flee and return with his spirit beast to rescue her. But the earnest young man seemed to misunderstand. "I'm the one who dragged you into this," he insisted. "You go. I'll stay and hold them back." The rabbit spirit thought, "Is this really the time for a dramatic display of brotherly sacrifice?" She pushed him away. "Go, get your friends, and come back for me." Just then, another energy blast erupted, striking her with brutal force. Feng Rue finally realized that staying would be futile. If he could return with his spirit beast, there might still be a chance. Any more hesitation, and they would both perish. He turned and fled, leaving the rabbit spirit alone. "Am I really going to die here?" she thought. "Useless, just useless. I only used 30% of my power, and she's already down." The rabbit spirit's only thought now was, "Ming Shireen, hurry back. If you don't, you won't see me again." The young man in yellow continued to taunt her, placing his foot on her chest. Suddenly, a light emanated from the rabbit spirit's body. "What's going on? I've turned into a little rabbit. Could it be that the fox is back? You wretched rabbit, I haven't been gone long, and you've already gotten yourself into such a mess." Ming Shireen glared at the two men. Just a couple of nobodies. What right do they have to touch her? In an instant, the two men were reduced to dust. The rabbit spirit thought, "No way. Are they dead?" Then Ming Shireen looked tenderly at her. "Tell me, how did you end up being chased?" The rabbit spirit put on a cute expression for Xiaoming. "I've been good. It happened like this." She told Xiaoming everything that had transpired, but Xiaoming was incredibly displeased. "So, you put yourself in this situation to save that Feng Rue." Seeing Xiaoming's anger, the rabbit spirit quickly defended herself. "I had already fallen down. If I hadn't saved him, he definitely would have died." Xiaoming retorted, "Whether he lived or died, what does it have to do with you? Couldn't you have run away first?" "Oh, forget it. It's already over." Xiaoming leaned in and pinched the rabbit spirit's cheek. "You little rabbit, if you dare to flirt with anyone else, I'll leave you to die alone." One wonders what interesting stories will unfold when Xiaoming and Feng Rue meet later. Unexpectedly, the infamous Great Demon King was also injured. A young man, riding a spirit beast, rushed over in a hurry. The rabbit spirit exclaimed excitedly, "It's Feng Rue. He's come back on his spirit beast to save me." Xiaoming seethed with jealousy. "Why are you so excited? Do you want to go with him?" Before the rabbit spirit could react, she was transformed back into her rabbit form. "Due to the massive spiritual energy depletion earlier, I suffered some backlash from the demonic energy. It seems I won't be able to use spiritual power for a while." He ignored Feng Rue and turned to leave. The first round of the examination is over. The rules for the second round will be announced shortly. Within 5 days, whether acting alone or in a team, anyone who safely passes through the beast forest will pass the test. The rabbit spirit was afraid. She had heard people say that the beast forest was filled with all sorts of ferocious beasts and that they ate people. But having come this far, giving up seemed too much of a waste. Xiaoming reassured her, "With me here, what are you afraid of?" Deep in the forest, the rabbit spirit followed closely behind him for a long time. Finally, unable to walk any further, she pleaded with Xiaoming to rest for a while. But in the next moment, an unknown liquid dripped onto her head. Thinking it was rain, she looked up. A pair of vicious eyes stared down at her, drool dripping from its mouth. The monster opened its jaws wide and lunged towards her. "Get down, you little rabbit." Using the last of his spiritual energy, Xiaoming summoned an energy sphere and blasted it at the monster. Although the crisis was averted and the rabbit spirit was unharmed, Xiaoming's chest shuddered. Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth. That single attack had exhausted his remaining strength. He finally collapsed into the rabbit spirit's arms. It turned out that he had been gravely injured during the first test, while he was away from the rabbit spirit. He had hidden his injuries to avoid worrying her, holding on until now. What was this? The old fox had placed a ring on the rabbit spirit's finger, and on her ring finger, no less. Knowing that Xiaoming was seriously injured, the rabbit spirit was deeply worried. Without his consent, she took it upon herself to remove his clothes. Little rabbit, what are you doing? I'm going to see where you're hurt. The rabbit spirit thought to herself, thankfully, before I transmigrated, I was a medical student. Treating these minor external injuries shouldn't be a problem. But Xiao Ming said, my injuries are internal. There are no wounds. It's just unstable spiritual energy. I can recover by cultivating for a while. He sat down and prepared to begin circulating his energy. The rabbit spirit sat down beside him. All right then, you cultivate. I'll keep watch. Just hurry up and recover, Fox. We still have the examination to complete. What's the rush? Don't we still have 5 days? Several hours later, Xiao Ming seemed to hear a sound. He opened his eyes. What's wrong with you, rabbit? The rabbit spirit wore a despondent expression. Fox, you're finally awake. If you hadn't woken up soon, I would have starved to death. Xiao Ming took out an apple and tossed it to her. If you're hungry, can't you find something to eat yourself? The rabbit spirit said, oh, why? I was guarding you, and how could I leave you? It's so dangerous here. Besides, this apple is really delicious. Do you have any more of these fruits? We have to stay here for 5 days. I can't just eat this one meal, can I? Xiao Ming thought. Are you completely taking me for a pantry? But seeing her innocent expression, he couldn't help but soften. Hold out your hand, he instructed the rabbit spirit. Xiao Ming produced a ring and slipped it onto the rabbit spirit's finger. This is a storage ring. The fruit and other food are all inside. The rabbit spirit stared, mesmerized. This is so beautiful. Xiao Ming scoffed playfully. Look at you, acting like you've never seen anything like it. It's just a small storage ring. Is it really worth this much excitement? Besides, you can't even use it yet. It requires spiritual energy. All spiritual tools need spiritual power to function. Only cultivated spiritual power can access the energy within. And you, a little waste of space with no spiritual power. Even if I gave it to you, you couldn't use it. The rabbit's spirit sighed. So that's how it is. In this place, it's truly difficult to get anywhere without spiritual power. I can't even use a simple ring. Xiao Ming, seeing the rabbit spirit's dejection, stroked their head. Why the long face? It's just cultivation. I'll teach you. He thought to himself, the great demon king, a hero for an age, has actually fallen for a ridiculously cute rabbit. Is this what it feels like to have a crush? He's being silly, he's laughing. But the next second, the romantic atmosphere was shattered by a pungent odor. A stench so foul, like something had died and been left to rot in the sun, stung their noses and made their eyes water. Turning around, they saw the culprit. Let's go, let's get out of here, Xiao Ming urged. How can that demon beast just relieve itself anywhere? The air is completely polluted. Then, an idea struck him. Hey, rabbit, didn't you want to cultivate? This is the perfect opportunity. He pointed towards the source of the smell, a large wolf-like creature. That's no ordinary demon beast. It's already cultivated sentience. It has human-level intelligence. It's a high-ranking demon beast. In fact, it might even be the king of this beast forest. If you could subdue it, it would be a huge boost to your cultivation. The rabbit spirit looked doubtful. But I don't have any spiritual power right now. How could I possibly subdue it? Xiao Ming already had a plan. That demon wolf is having digestive issues. And because you ate the snow lotus, your blood can cure any ailment. If you can cure him, subduing him should be easy. The rabbit spirit considered this. You're saying all I need is my blood? That's simple. I'm immortal. I have plenty to spare. Though I must admit, I'm not fond of needles. They added with a wince. But if subduing this demon wolf means taking the first step towards cultivation, then a little blood is a small price to pay. Xiao Ming produced a bowl. All right, rabbit, roll up your sleeve. You'll have to make the cut. I can't bring myself to do it. The rabbit spirit nodded, and with a small wince, made a shallow cut. Crimson blood welled up and dripped into the bowl, slowly filling it. Because the rabbit spirit's blood was so precious, they didn't collect much. Xiao Ming, unable to resist, even snuck a quick lick. He glanced back at the demon wolf. Lucky beast, he muttered. The rabbit spirit, with kind intentions, approached the ailing demon wolf, hoping to ease its suffering. But the wolf, far from being grateful, seemed to view the rabbit spirit as a meal. Xiao Ming, we found a demon wolf that's unwell. It might even be the beast king of this forest. I want to cultivate spiritual energy, and subduing it might help. Because I ate the snow lotus, my blood can cure anything. So I drew some and went to the demon wolf. Excuse me, Mr. Wolf, are you having tummy troubles? The demon wolf glared. What's it to you, little rabbit demon? I didn't eat you earlier, and now you're getting bold. The rabbit spirit held up a placating paw. Now, don't be angry. You're clearly suffering. I can help you. They offer the bowl. Here, drink this. It's my blood. It can cure anything. You'll feel better instantly. The demon wolf sniffed the bowl. It smelled rather appealing. No harm in trying it, thought. Besides, this little rabbit doesn't have any spiritual power. If it tries to trick me, I'll eat it in an instant. Without further hesitation, the demon wolf gulped down the blood in one go, bowl and all. Almost immediately, the rabbit spirit's blood took effect. The agonizing cramps subsided. The demon wolf slowly stood. That bloating, it's actually gone, it thought in amazement. Its blood is truly potent. If I were to eat it entirely, I'd become impervious to all ailments. It leered at the rabbit spirit. Little rabbit, you have no spiritual power. You're destined to die in this dog-eat-dog world. Why not just surrender yourself to me now? Become my meal. With that, it lunged towards the rabbit spirit. Just then, a wave of energy struck the demon wolf's paw with pinpoint accuracy, stopping it dead in its tracks. Xiaoming's voice dripped with scorn. Surrender yourself? You've got quite the nerve. He traced a symbol in the air. The demon wolf watched, wary. What are you doing? It growled. With a sharp command from Xiaoming, the symbol shot towards the demon wolf. It enveloped his entire body. In the next second, the demon wolf began to shrink. Little by little, he actually shrunk down to the size of a teacup poodle. The wolf pup looked at himself in disbelief. How is this possible? Xiaoming scooped him up. Nothing is impossible. He told the rabbit spirit to hold out her hand. He made a small cut on her hand. Huh? Is he trying to form a contract with me? You're too naive. Since ancient times, demonic beasts have never been able to be contracted. Don't waste your energy. Besides, I'm not just any demonic beast. The ritual is complete. Since you refuse to cooperate, then become a pet for my little rabbit to amuse herself with. The majestic king of the beast forest reduced to this. How did this happen? The demon wolf, learning that the rabbit spirit's blood could cure all ills, had rescued her with the sinister intention of devouring her. But although the rabbit spirit possessed no spiritual power, she had a powerful protector. Xiaoming's magic far surpassed the demon wolf's. He conjured a symbol, transforming the demon wolf into a pup, and he successfully formed a contract between the rabbit spirit and the demon wolf. This meant the rabbit spirit was now the master and the demon wolf her servant. From now on, the demon wolf would have to follow the rabbit spirit. With the contract in place, they could communicate telepathically. The wolf pup couldn't disobey the little rabbit. So that's how it is. The rabbit spirit straightened up, puffing out her chest. Weren't you just trying to eat me? Look at you now. The demon wolf, now only daring to snarl through their telepathic link, was already developing a healthy fear of the fox behind her. A little powerless rabbit, all bravado and rabbit's feet. Believe it or not, I'll go all out. I'll die with you right here, right now. The rabbit spirit jumped, startled, and dropped him. The demon wolf landed on the ground. What's wrong, little rabbit? Scared now? If you keep me happy and comfortable, I might just reconsider this whole mutual destruction thing. The rabbit spirit thought, this little wolf pup, even smaller now, still trying to scare me. I may be powerless, but I have backup. The next second, she ran, whimpering, into Xiaoming's arms. The demon wolf broke out in a cold sweat. What's she doing? Xiaoming, that demon wolf is threatening me through our link. He said if I don't give him a big bowl of delicious food every day, he'll destroy us both. The demon wolf thought, no one will believe such a fake performance. But the next second, Xiaoming looked at him, his face dark. Oh, is that so? The rabbit spirit continued. He said he's going to hang me upside down and beat me, then turn me into spicy rabbit stew. Xiaoming's voice turned cold. Even after shrinking, he still wants to bully the little rabbit. If he won't obey, then kill him. Seeing this, the demon wolf's fur stood on end. He kowtowed repeatedly to the rabbit spirit. I'm sorry, rabbit grandma. I was wrong. I'll listen to you from now on. I'll serve you with all my heart. Please tell him to stop. Really? You're not lying. The demon wolf quickly swore. If I'm lying, may I be struck by lightning and turn to dust. Well, in that case, Xiaoming, let's keep him for now. He knows he was wrong. Xiaoming, listening to the rabbit spirit, stroked her head. All right, we'll keep him for now. If he misbehaves, tell me. The rabbit spirit hopped over to the demon wolf. Since you're following me now, I'll give you a name. I'll call you Dog. Xiaoming also stepped forward and asked Dog, why were you having stomach trouble? Dog replied, I just ate some grass nearby, and then I became like this. The rabbit spirit was curious. Why would a wolf eat grass? Dog sounded miserable. What else could I do? I was starving. Xiao Ming asked Dog to take them to see what kind of grass could cause such a reaction in a demonic beast. Arriving at the spot, they discovered, quite by accident, that the grass was none other than the heartbreak grass they needed for the trial. Who knew the real MVP would be the rabbit's spirit? They had inadvertently stumbled upon the heartbreak grass required for the trial. What luck! They gathered a large quantity. Next, they needed to find a place to help the rabbit spirit cultivate. They found a cave. Xiao Ming began to examine the rabbit spirit to see if she had any aptitude for cultivation. Seeing his expression, the rabbit spirit asked, "Xiao Ming, how is it? Can I cultivate or not?" To Xiao Ming's surprise, the little rabbit possessed a dual constitution, capable of cultivating both demonic and spiritual energy. Could be the influence of the snow lotus? He told the rabbit spirit she could cultivate. Which path do you want to take? The rabbit spirit looked puzzled. Which path? Are there different types? Xiao Ming explained, cultivation is natural. There's spiritual cultivation and demonic cultivation. Both humans and demons can cultivate spiritual energy, but only demons can cultivate demonic energy. Here are two books. The white one is for cultivating spiritual energy, and the black one is for demonic energy. Choose for yourself. But the rabbit spirit didn't understand any of this. She had no idea which path was better. So she asked Xiao Ming, "Which one do you cultivate?" She figured that since the fox was so powerful, following his lead couldn't be wrong. Xiao Ming replied, "I cultivate demonic energy." "Then I'll cultivate demonic energy too. I want to cultivate the same as you." But Xiao Ming shook his head. "No, you need to cultivate both. Such a dual constitution for demonic and spiritual cultivation can't be wasted." With that, Xiao Ming led the rabbit spirit outside and began to teach her how to draw in spiritual energy. The rabbit spirit sat cross-legged on the ground, closed her eyes, and focused her energy on her dantian. She then tried to sense the surrounding spiritual energy. Seeing the rabbit spirit so tense and stiff, Xiao Ming approached her. He spoke gently. "Who cultivates like that? All stiff? Relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Gather your vital energy to your fingertips. Now tell me, what colors do you see in the forest?" "I see red, yellow, blue, green, and also purple." "Xiao Ming, am I doing something wrong? Why are there so many colors?" Overhearing this, Dog, the shrunken demon wolf, broke out in a cold sweat. "What? This little rabbit is a 5-element genius?" A 5-element genius has only appeared once in history. He couldn't believe that this seemingly frail little rabbit demon could see 5 types of spiritual energy. Dog thought to himself, even if she can see them, she won't necessarily be able to absorb them all. Xiao Ming asked, "Which type of spiritual energy can you absorb?" The rabbit spirit wasn't sure how to absorb any of them. She went over to her favorite color, blue, and gently touched it with her finger. Unexpectedly, the blue sphere, as if it had a life of its own, entered her body. Before she could react, the other colored spheres followed suit, all entering her body. In an instant, the rabbit spirit suddenly jolted awake. Then, feeling weak, she collapsed into Xiao Ming's arms. Xiao Ming was worried, his brow furrowed. "What's wrong? Are you feeling unwell?" But the rabbit spirit just burped. "Nothing, just feels like I ate too much." Xiao Ming told her, "That means you've successfully drawn in spiritual energy. You can start cultivating now. As for how to cultivate, it's written in those 2 books I gave you." The rabbit spirit sounded a little disappointed. "Xiao Ming, aren't you going to teach me?" Xiao Ming glanced at the sky. "Not tonight. I have something I need to attend to." He thought to himself, the full moon is almost here. When that happens, the demonic energy within me will be hard to control. What if I accidentally hurt this little rabbit? I should stay away from her for now. The rabbit spirit was very reluctant. "All right then, come back soon." Xiao Ming stroked her head. "You and Dog stay here in the cave and wait for me." The next day, the rabbit spirit diligently practiced her cultivation. She chanted an incantation and snapped her fingers. A small flame appeared at her fingertips. She woke the sleeping dog. "Do, look, I did it." Dog saw the materialized flame. Spiritual form manifestation. That's a 2nd stage spiritual cultivation spell. She reached the 2nd stage in just one night. It takes others at least 2 years. Dog couldn't help but wonder if this silly rabbit was actually a genius. The rabbit spirit was still worried about Xiao Ming. "Dog, it's already afternoon. Why hasn't Xiao Ming come back yet? Do you think something happened to him?" Dog gave her a sidelong glance. "You're overthinking it. Even if you kicked the bucket, nothing would happen to that fox." But the rabbit spirit was still uneasy and decided to go out and look for him. The last few times Xiao Ming came back, he was covered in blood. What if he's in danger this time? But Dog refused. If you want to go, go by yourself. This forest is too dangerous. I'm still small now. Who knows? I might run into one of my enemies, and then I'm toast. The rabbit spirit called out to Dog, but he didn't budge. The next second, a leash appeared around his neck. Let's go. Stop dawdling and wasting time. I'm the king of the beast forest. How dare you humiliate me like this? Yes, you saw that right. The mighty king of the beasts had been completely domesticated. Worried about Xiao Ming's safety, the rabbit spirit pulled Dog along as they searched. Dog, relying on his powerful sense of smell, pointed in a general direction. That fox definitely passed this way. My nose never fails me. But suddenly, they seemed to hear a strange sound. It sounded like something terrifying. Upon hearing the commotion, Dog, the once mighty demon wolf, now shrunk to a diminutive size, bristled with a sudden ferocity. He barked loudly. That racket must be that damned ape. We've been at odds for 500 years, and this time, we'll settle the score. The rabbit spirit thought, Xing Xian, ape immortal. That means another high-ranking demon beast has appeared. A moment later, a tremendous crash echoed through the forest, leaving massive craters in the ground around them. A colossal beast materialized before the rabbit spirit and Dog. You gotta be kidding me, she thought. Facing a high-ranking demon beast with her current abilities was certain death. Scooping up Dog, she bolted, shouting, Dog, quick, tell me which way is the fastest escape route. Dog, indignant, protested, why are we running? Put me down. I'll fight that ape for 300 rounds. The rabbit spirit rapped him on the head. You're tiny now. What are you gonna do? Get stuck in his teeth? Dog, finally realizing the futility of his bravado, relented. They ran until the rabbit spirit was near exhaustion. Just as the ape was about to catch them, in a desperate move, she transformed into her true rabbit form. Someone grabbed her by the ears and lifted her up, just as the ape's attack slammed into the ground. It was Xiao Ming. He said gently, how did you get chased again? It seems I'll have to take you with me everywhere from now on. The rabbit spirit replied with a hint of a Wei Chu, a mixture of grievance and acting spoiled. Fox, don't leave me alone next time. I almost got finished off by that big ape. Is that so? Xiao Ming looked towards the ape. It turned out the seemingly ferocious beast was a bully at heart. Seeing Xiao Ming, it turned tail and fled. Little rabbit, you need to cultivate faster so you won't always end up in such dire straits. The rabbit spirit boasted, Fox, I've already reached the second stage of Lianling. Can you continue teaching me? I want to be as strong as you. If I become as strong as you, maybe I can swoop in and save you if you're ever in danger. A wave of unexpected emotion washed over Xiao Ming. Swoop in and save me. In all these centuries since my mother passed, no one has said such a thing to me. All right, then remember what you said. I'll take you seriously. For a moment, Xiao Ming felt a pang of sympathy for Dog. The once proud king of the beast forest was now reduced to a pet of a little rabbit. Fate was truly unfair. Even as pets, the rabbit could snuggle up to Xiao Ming, while Dog could only run on the ground. The rabbit spirit suddenly remembered the ring Xiao Ming had given her, capable of holding anything. The ring's storage space depended on the strength of one's spiritual power. Having Dog constantly by her side was too conspicuous. She asked Xiao Ming, can this ring hold Dog? Xiao Ming glanced at Dog. The ring can only hold inanimate objects. Living things would die inside. Dog broke out in a cold sweat, thinking, I didn't even say anything. Seeing the rabbit spirit's dejected expression, Xiao Ming conjured a Qinkuan egg. This is specifically for holding living things. Anything can go inside, including yourself. But only after you reach the soul level in your cultivation can you put yourself inside. For now, try practicing with Dog. The rabbit spirit was puzzled. What's the soul level? Xiao Ming patiently explained. For those who cultivate spiritual power, strength progresses through stages. Lianling is the weakest. After ascending from Lianling level 1 to Lianling level 9, you enter Ling, Zhe level 1. After Ling Zhe comes Ling Shi, De Ling Shi, Ling Zong, and finally Ling Huang and Ling Shun. The rabbit spirit realized just how far she had to go. Xiao Ming patted her head. Keep cultivating. I'll be here with you, little rabbit. The next morning, as the rabbit spirit was gathering spiritual energy, she suddenly opened her eyes. She yelled, Dog, get in here. Dog, still asleep, was completely disoriented. In the next instant, he was sucked into the Qinkuan egg. Stupid rabbit, what did you do to me? It's so dark in here. The rabbit spirit was ecstatic. She had finally succeeded. She had to tell the fox this wonderful news. She rushed outside and saw Xiao Ming sitting in a tree. But he didn't seem as kind as usual. His eyes and tail were crimson, and his body was stained with blood. He looked exactly like he did the last time he had absorbed the rabbit spirit's blood. No, I have to run. But how could she escape Xiao Ming's grasp? He wrapped his tail around her, pulling her close. He whispered in her ear, "Little rabbit, why are you running? Their blood is so foul. Yours is still the sweetest." What will the rabbit spirit do? Will she escape his clutches, or will she succumb? The demon, having lost his mind, now desired to devour the very rabbit he had raised. Thinking fast, Rabbit Spirit blurted out that she was terribly smelly, hadn't bathed in ages. By now, Xiao Ming had regained his composure, but he couldn't resist teasing her further. "No matter, a wash will fix that," he purred, and with a playful shove, he pushed her into the pool. Rabbit Spirit splashed down, bewildered. "What's gotten into this fox now?" she sputtered. "Why is he tormenting me like this?" Seeing her struggle in the water, Xiao Ming scooped her back out. "Fox, what are you doing?" Rabbit Spirit gasped, looking up. Then she froze, her eyes widening. What was he doing now? She quickly covered her eyes. "Put your clothes on," she cried. "I can't see anything." Xiao Ming picked up a garment. "Is this it?" he asked innocently, then tossed it aside. "I don't want it. He's doing this on purpose." Rabbit Spirit thought, peeking through her fingers. "I mustn't look." Xiao Ming chuckled. "What a silly rabbit. All right, enough teasing." After a moment, he said, "Come on, let's go do something fun." They arrived at the top of a large tree. Rabbit Spirit looked around curiously. "Xiao Ming," she asked, "what are they doing?" "Patience," he replied. "First, have a drink. Wet your whistle. Don't be nervous," he continued. "See, once they're finished, it's your turn." Rabbit Spirit stared at him in horror. "This is what you call fun?" "Indeed," Xiao Ming confirmed. "You'll go down there and fight him. Drink up, and then down you go." Rabbit Spirit gulped. Could she possibly win against whoever was down there? Why was Xiao Ming smiling so brightly while Rabbit Spirit was about to be thrown into a fight? It turned out Xiao Ming, in an effort to aid Rabbit Spirit's cultivation, had arranged a sparring match, a real-life combat simulation. Before Rabbit Spirit could protest, she was shoved off the branch. Her opponent clearly wasn't a friendly face. "Are you here for my heartbreak grass too?" he sneered. Rabbit Spirit thought, "I have a whole basket full. Who needs one or two of yours?" But her opponent gave her no chance to explain, lunging at her with his sword. Dodging blindly wasn't going to work. It seemed she had no choice but to face him head-on. "How did that incantation go again?" she muttered. "Focus your chi, still your mind, as I will. So mote it be, quickly, manifest." With a flick of her two fingers, Rabbit Spirit effortlessly caught the blade between them. Her opponent gaped in astonishment. Spirit shaping. She's already at the second Lian Ling stage. Rabbit Spirit shouted, "Go!" and the sharp blade snapped in two. Xiao Ming, watching from above, thought approvingly, not bad. She even used spirit shaping to intimidate him. Her training has clearly paid off. Rabbit Spirit addressed the man. "You're out of weapons. Surrender and leave. I won't hurt you." Inwardly, she worried. "This technique drains my spiritual energy too quickly. I can't fight him for long." Just as Rabbit Spirit relaxed, thinking she had won, her opponent suddenly drew the broken sword back to his hand. Before she could react, he swung the jagged blade, striking her hard. Rabbit Spirit collapsed, gravely wounded. Though immortal, the intense pain overwhelmed her. "My control over spiritual energy is far greater than you think," her opponent gloated. "Now I'll finish you off." At that critical moment, Xiao Ming snapped his fingers. The attacker froze, as if bound by invisible ropes. A second later, he crumpled to the ground, unconscious. Xiao Ming gently stroked Rabbit Spirit's face. "He really went too far," he murmured. He scooped her into his arms. "You lost the fight," he said softly, "but you did well." A smile touched his lips. "Good job, little rabbit. You've worked hard." He carried her to a hot spring to heal her wounds. When Rabbit Spirit awoke, she discovered her clothes were gone, and Xiao Ming was sitting on the bank, watching her with wide, luminous eyes. After the fight, the injured Rabbit Spirit was carried to a hot spring by the fox demon, Xiao Ming, to heal. But when she woke up and opened her eyes, she found her clothes missing. Turning around, she saw Xiao Ming right behind her. Seeing him, she momentarily forgot about her missing clothes. Xiao Ming, she exclaimed, look, my wounds have healed so quickly this time. Xiao Ming, surprisingly, seemed flustered. Little rabbit, sit down first. Rabbit's spirit, suddenly realizing her state of undress, plopped back into the water with a splash. Xiao Ming, seeing her reaction, decided to tease her a bit more. He edged closer, prompting her to cry out, stop. Men and women shouldn't be so casual, she stammered. I'm not decent right now. Xiao Ming picked up a strand of her wet hair and sniffed it. What's there to be shy about? He continued, a mischievous glint in his eyes. I saw everything I needed to see while healing you yesterday. There's nothing particularly interesting to look at anyway. Seeing Rabbit's spirit speechless, he relented. All right, no more teasing. Here are your clothes. Today is the last day of your trial. It's time for us to leave this forest. Let's go back to the academy, the elder on the platform announced. Congratulations to all of you for successfully passing the trial in the Beast Forest. You are now officially students of the Southern Star Academy. Next, you will undergo a month of intensive training. Based on your performance, you will be assigned as either inner or outer disciples. Now, if there are no further questions, please proceed to the academy for some rest. Rabbit's spirit and the others were already heading towards the dormitories. She tugged at Xiao Ming's sleeve. We have to stay together at the academy. You can't leave me. But you've already started cultivating your spiritual energy, Xiao Ming said. Why do you still need me? Rabbit's spirit clung tighter to his arm. I've only just begun. There are so many powerful people at the academy. What if something happens? I'm still a little scared. Xiao Ming simply replied, don't be afraid. Just stay close to me. Neither of them realized how much they had come to rely on each other. On Rabbit Spirit's first day at the academy, she was unexpectedly bullied by two nobodies, and right in front of Fox Spirit, no less. How could this have happened? After days spent in a cave in the Beast Forest, Rabbit Spirit and the others finally returned to the academy and the promise of a real bed. But their assigned room was filthy. Perfect, Rabbit's spirit exclaimed. This is a great opportunity to try out the purification spell I learned. Rabbit's spirit chanted the incantation. 3 minutes later, the room remained stubbornly unchanged. That's strange. It worked perfectly in the cave, she muttered. Dummy, Xiao Ming said. Didn't you hear the elder? Spiritual energy is disabled during the training period. Watch this. With a flick of Xiao Ming's wrist, the room was instantly spotless. Fox Spirit stared. How was your spiritual energy not disabled? They're not strong enough to block me, Xiao Ming replied coolly. A knock echoed on the door. By order of the elders, a voice called. Each faction must send one representative to the assembly point to collect food and water for the month. I'll go get the supplies, Rabbit Spirit volunteered. Are you sure you want to go alone? Xiao Ming asked, concern etched on his face. Seeing her eagerness, he relented. All right, but be careful. If anything happens, call me, he added. Rabbit Spirit went to collect the supplies, returning only after nightfall, laden with a heavy basket. Just as she was about to close the door, two figures appeared behind her. Hold the door, one of them yelled. You're Iron Bull from the Lin faction, right? Hand over the supplies. The food and water you just collected. Hand them over nicely, or you'll regret it. Rabbit Spirit thought. So, they think I'm an easy target, huh? Let's play a little game. You have hands and feet. You can get your own, she retorted. She tried to close the door, but one of them jammed their foot in the way. Are you deaf? I said, give me the food and water. Rabbit Spirit ignored him and continued to push the door closed. The man yelped as his foot was caught. Stop, stop, ouch. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rabbit Spirit said sweetly. Whose foot was that? Someone wasn't watching where they were stepping. Humiliated, the man roared. You're looking for a fight. He lunged at Rabbit Spirit with a raised fist. Suddenly, a blue light flashed from behind. It struck the man squarely in the chest, sending him sprawling. Xiao Ming stepped into the doorway. I think you're looking for a fight. The importance of having a strong older brother. Rabbit Spirit, bullied at the academy, finds a protector. The other man gaped. But everyone's spiritual energy is supposed to be disabled here. How can he still use it? Rabbit Spirit grinned. Surprised? Child's play like disabling spiritual energy doesn't affect us. Now, what were you saying about handing over the supplies? The man's earlier arrogance vanished. In nothing. We didn't say anything. Rabbit Spirit shrugged. Fine. Since you've learned your lesson, I'll let you off the hook this time. But if you ever feel like dying, feel free to bother me again. She turned to Xiao Ming, looping her arm through his. Trash taken care of. Let's go to bed, Fox Spirit. Having a big brother to back me up feels amazing, she thought. The next morning, Rabbit Spirit felt distinctly underslept. Seeing her sluggishness, Xiaoming gently tilted her head towards his shoulder. Rest your head here. Don't want you falling over. At this moment, the surrounding crowd buzzed with whispers. They're here, they're here. The training supervisors arrived. Rabbit Spirit started to get up, but Xiaoming told her, you sleep a little longer. I'll wake you when the training begins. He gently pressed her back down onto the ground. The young man on the platform addressed the assembled students. Greetings, everyone. I am a supervisor for this new disciple introductory training. Today's training is quite simple. Its primary purpose is to hone your mental fortitude and perseverance. This item is called soul testing incense. The fragrance it emits will interfere with your mental state. Those who can endure until the incense burns out without collapsing will be considered to have successfully passed the training. Now, please sit on the ground and begin. The training commenced. Xiaoming didn't wake Rabbit Spirit. Instead, he cast a spell on her, allowing her to sleep peacefully. The soul testing incense would take at least 2 hours to burn completely. This provided him with the perfect opportunity to investigate the Southern Star Academy. He used soul projection, leaving his physical body behind to continue the test. A long time passed. A nearby student nudged Rabbit Spirit awake. Hey, wake up, wake up. The training's over. Rabbit Spirit groggily came to. It's over? Already? That was fast. Hey, is that your friend? He hasn't moved since we started. I can't wake him either. You should check on him, make sure he's all right. Rabbit Spirit rushed over to Xiaoming. I'll do it. He's probably just fallen asleep like I did, she thought, a mischievous glint in her eye. You're always teasing me, so now it's my turn. She pinched Xiaoming's nose. I don't believe you won't wake up with this. 3 minutes passed. Rabbit Spirit started to get nervous. No way. Could something really be wrong? She placed her hand beneath his nose to check for breath. Oh no. He's not breathing. My big brother is gone. But Rabbit Spirit didn't know that Xiaoming's soul was currently projected elsewhere. A body without a soul naturally wouldn't breathe. This can't be happening. Fox spirits are so powerful. How could he just die? He sat there, motionless, and a wave of inexplicable worry washed over Rabbit Spirit. The senior disciple arrived, drawn by the commotion. The training is over. Why haven't you returned yet? After learning of the situation, he declared, it's nothing to worry about. His spiritual power is likely too weak to resist the soul-testing incense, putting him in a death-like trance. He'll recover naturally in a few hours. If you're worried, you can bring him to my quarters. I have an antidote that will wake him immediately. Rabbit Spirit pondered. Fox spirits are so clever. Could this be some kind of illusion? Maybe he's just slipped away to do something. Playing it safe, she decided. Senior disciple, I think I'll take him back with me. I don't want to trouble you. Very well. As for the training, you two have been assigned to assist in the main kitchen. Someone will inform you of the reporting time. He then departed. But Rabbit Spirit was so small and frail. How could she possibly carry Xiaoming back to their lodging? It was so far. Walking would take until nightfall. Just as she was agonizing over this predicament, a voice called out from the distance. You're Tanya, right? My name is Jiang Zhou. I've also been assigned to the kitchen. We'll be partners from now on. Are you taking him back to the cabins at the foot of the mountain? I'm heading that way, so I can help you carry him. And so, the two of them carried Xiaoming back to the lodgings. After helping, Jiang Zhou returned to his own quarters, leaving Rabbit Spirit alone to care for Xiaoming. Seeing the usually proud and untamed Fox Spirit lying there so still filled her with an unfamiliar ache. There was nothing she could do but silently pray for his swift recovery. She lay down beside him and drifted off to sleep. After an unknown amount of time, Xiaoming's soul returned to his body. He opened his eyes and found himself lying in bed. Looking at the small rabbit beside him, he realized, so it was you who brought me back. He gently stroked Rabbit Spirit's face. Suddenly, she startled awake. You're awake, Xiaoming replied. Yes, I'm awake. Rabbit Spirit threw herself into his arms. You stinky fox. You're finally awake. You weren't breathing earlier. I was so scared. Next time you do something like that, you have to tell me first. I was so worried. Xiaoming wiped away her tears. There. Don't cry. I'll tell you next time. I promise. Just how far would their relationship develop from here? He released his dearly missed Earth Dog from his Chinkoan bag. After returning from his soul projection, Xiao Ming told Rabbit Spirit that he needed to leave for a while and that she should stay at the academy and focus on her cultivation. Rabbit Spirit was confused. He had just returned. Why was he leaving again? There's something I need to take care of, Xiao Ming explained. Rabbit Spirit thought to herself, he's doing it again. Why won't he ever tell me anything? Is it because I'm too weak to help? Xiao Ming produced a jade pendant and handed it to Rabbit Spirit. Keep this with you. As long as you wear it, it will shield you from Ling Li's forbidden spells. Just in case, don't take it off during the intensive training. I know what you're thinking, he continued. When the time is right, I'll tell you, okay? Rabbit Spirit's eyes welled with tears. Then when will you come back? Xiao Ming told her. I'll be back when it's time for the blood moon. So you're still leaving, she murmured. Be good while I'm gone. Rabbit Spirit pretended to be angry. I won't be. You'll be the death of me. But he received no reply. Rabbit Spirit knew Xiao Ming had already left. Fine, I'll be good then, she sighed. Lying on her bed, staring at the canopy, she whispered, First day, Xiao Ming's gone. Miss him. Second day, Xiao Ming's gone. Miss him. Third day, Xiao Ming's gone. Suddenly, Jiang Zhou swatted her with his paw. What's all the commotion? He just left. So what if he left? Are you going to stop cultivating? Don't you want to get stronger? What happened to all that determination? Rabbit Spirit jumped up. Of course I'm going to cultivate. I was just being a little down. I'll be back on my feet in no time. Jiang Zhou said, Then come with me. I'll take you to train. Your previous cultivation speed was fast, but blindly pursuing spiritual power without considering your body's limits will eventually lead to overload and self-destruction. Right now, your priority should be increasing your body's resilience. Rabbit Spirit grew anxious. What should I do? That's easy. Find someone to spar with. Increase your endurance. But the academy forbids disciples from fighting amongst themselves. Where am I supposed to find someone to spar with? Jiang Zhou grinned mischievously. That's simple. If you can't find a person, find a beast. Rabbit Spirit, through her actions, was about to demonstrate the age-old wisdom. You can provoke anyone except another man's woman. Jiang Zhou led her to the beast forest to find sparring partners. He gave her a specific warning. Be sure to know your limits. Don't try to be a hero. If you get hurt and Xiao Ming finds out, I won't live to see the next sunrise. He brought her to the area where low-level beasts roamed. With her current spiritual power, fighting low-level beasts shouldn't be a problem. As they walked, Rabbit Spirit suddenly heard a strange sound. Jiang Zhou's eyes darted towards the bushes. Look there, that's a pearl serpent. It's a low-level beast. It's not venomous, just persistent. If it targets prey, it won't let go until the prey is dead. Use it for practice. Fight it. Since it's not venomous, bring it on. The beast lunged at her. Rabbit Spirit used her phosphorus-type vines to bind the serpent tightly, but it was no use. The beast could still move freely. It charged at her again. Oh no, it's coming. Rabbit Spirit grabbed the other end of the vine and slammed the serpent to the ground. The heavy blow left it lying motionless. No way, Rabbit Spirit thought. Is it dead already? Just as she let her guard down, the serpent stirred. It lunged at her again. Staying dead would have been so much easier. Why ask for a beating? The scene was so intense, words failed to describe it. Basically, Rabbit Spirit proceeded to slam the serpent repeatedly. Finally, the serpent breathed its last. Jiang Zhou walked over and quipped, I think you talked it to death, not slammed it to death. I didn't mean to. Rabbit Spirit protested. It charged at me and scared me. A voice spoke from behind them. Impressive to be able to fight above your level. It was senior disciple Lin. But what was he doing here? This was bad. He had just warned them yesterday against leaving the academy during the intensive training, and here she was caught red-handed. Lin thought to himself, a stage 2 pearl serpent has the strength of a stage 6 human cultivator. This disciple is at most stage 4, yet she managed to defeat it. Although she broke the rules by leaving the academy, with proper guidance, she could achieve great things. Rabbit Spirit apologized first. Senior disciple, I was wrong. I shouldn't have snuck out of the academy to train. I will learn from this and obey the rules from now on. It's all right. Considering you did it for cultivation, I'll let it slide this time. But if you truly wish to train, you can ask me to join you next time. Don't sneak out alone again. Dear, sweet Jiang Zhou, what was happening to him? His head was inside a man-eating flower. Rabbit Spirit tugged at him frantically. Are you okay? But he used mental communication to speak to her. Don't stop me, little rabbit. I'm going after treasure. Rabbit Spirit didn't understand what treasure he meant. You're clearly going to your death. A nearby disciple said, Junior brother, let me help you. With that, he drew his sword and slashed at the demon plant. Rabbit Spirit and the others plopped down on the ground. Dummy, do you even remember who I am? Your little cabbage rabbit. Rabbit Spirit hugged Xiao Ming. You're finally awake. What kind of demonic plant was that? It actually eats living things. Turns out, this flower is called the soul-calling ruse flower. It eats whatever it encounters and actively emits a hallucinogenic fragrance to lure its prey. Rabbit Spirit communicated with Xiao Ming using her divine stone. So you're just lured by it? You want to offer yourself up as a meal. What do you mean, lured? I'm a 1,000-year-old demon wolf. I was deliberately putting on an act to draw it out, all right? Rabbit Spirit mercilessly exposed him. Just keep boasting. The soul-calling ruse flower. After it died, I found a lot of snacks inside its body. And this ruse flower pouch, this is for you. Ruse flower pouches are also called storage pouches. They can hold anything. Once they recognize their owner, even people without spiritual power can use them. Rabbit Spirit said, Senior brother, this is for you. Give it to me? But you were the one who discovered the ruse flower. Xiao Ming, using the divine stone, spoke to her, Little cabbage rabbit, do you know what a good thing a ruse flower pouch is? Just giving it away like that? Are you crazy? I already have a storage ring and a chinquin bag given to me by Hu Li. What do I need these ruse flower pouches for? Dummy, you can't be too greedy. Then, addressing the senior disciple, she said, These ruse flowers were originally defeated by you, senior brother. I'll just take the snacks. This is for you. Well, if that's the case, consider me owing you a favor. If you encounter any trouble in the academy in the future, you can come to me for help. It's getting late now. Let's go back. Back at her lodging, Rabbit Spirit took a hot bath. She thought to herself, I wonder how Hu Li is doing. Suddenly, she felt a tickling sensation on her feet. Looking down, she saw a tail. Could it be that Hu Li is back? Just then, a voice came from behind her. It's only been a little while. You don't even recognize my tail anymore. Rabbit Spirit was taking a hot bath when she felt a tail in the basin. It turned out Xiao Ming had returned. But this time, unlike her previous encounter with Hu Li, she wasn't shy. Instead, she happily greeted Xiao Ming. Hu Li, you're back. But Xiao Ming said some strange things that left Rabbit Spirit a little bewildered. What? You don't want me back? Or are you feeling guilty seeing me? Xiao Ming used his tail to lift her out of the water basin. While I was gone, weren't you chatting and laughing with your destined senior brother? Very happy, weren't you? Rabbit Spirit explained, We were just having a normal conversation. Besides, senior brother helped me. I couldn't just give him the cold shoulder, could I? But Xiao Ming suddenly became angry. Men and women shouldn't be too intimate. Even if you're a rabbit, you should understand this principle. You need to be more cautious. Rabbit Spirit said Wordcheek, Oh, why? Hu Li, are we rabbits still your natural enemies? Why don't you tell me to stay away from you? The next second, she was hugging Xiao Ming's tail. This big, fluffy tail. I haven't pampered you in a while. Today, I'm going to hug you to my heart's content. Xiao Ming quickly pulled his tail away. Does my tail feel good? It feels good. It feels good. I've never touched such a big, comfortable tail. Well, if I see you being too intimate with anyone else in the future, you won't be allowed to touch my tail. As long as you don't have excessive physical contact with other males, you can touch my tail as long as you like. Rabbit Spirit agreed, but she was puzzled. Hu Li, didn't you say you were going to be away for a while? Why are you back? Xiao Ming said, Didn't I tell you? I'll come back when it's time to feed. Rabbit Spirit thought, so this fox came back specifically to feed on my blood. She looked at Xiao Ming, but he seems to suffer if he doesn't feed. Anyway, I'm immortal. It's nothing to just have a little blood taken. Rabbit Spirit offered her neck. Come on, just try to be quick about it. Xiao Ming thought, this little thing used to refuse to let me do this no matter what. Why is she so willing now? He embraced Rabbit Spirit. Little rabbit, go to sleep. You won't feel any pain if you're asleep. Rabbit Spirit felt a wave of drowsiness wash over her. Xiao Ming said, Sleep. I'm here with you. Rabbit Spirit rested her head on Xiao Ming's shoulder and fell asleep. But Xiao Ming murmured, Indeed, this delicious little rabbit is truly addictive. Just how strong is Xiao Ming's possessiveness? When Rabbit Spirit woke up, she was surprised to find Xiao Ming still by her side. She had assumed he would leave after feeding. Xiao Ming said he would stay with her for a while. Also, your destined senior brother came by earlier. He said he wasn't feeling well, so today's training session is canceled. Instead, you're to report to the Grand Kitchen. Rabbit Spirit thought, this fox must have misunderstood something. How did he become my destined senior brother? He quickly changed the subject. Time is of the essence. We should hurry to the grand kitchen to report in. Pulling Xiao Ming along, he ran out and arrived at the kitchen entrance. Jiang Zhou, who had helped Xiao Ming back to his lodgings before, was also there. Jiang Zhou asked Xiao Ming, "Are you the disciple who fainted after being affected by the soul-calling ruse flower?" But Xiao Ming ignored him, still muttering to himself, "Who is this guy again?" Seeing the awkward atmosphere, Rabbit Spirit desperately tried to smooth things over. He threw an arm around Xiao Ming. "He's my older brother. He's also been assigned to help in the grand kitchen." Inwardly, however, he thought, "Big brother, you must stay calm." Just then, someone walked out from inside. "Is everyone here? You three are the new disciples assigned to help in the grand kitchen, right? I'm in charge of all matters here. You can call me Uncle Zhuang. Since everyone's here, come in and get to work." Uncle Zhuang assigned Rabbit Spirit and Jiang Zhou to tend the fire. He assigned Xiao Ming to chop vegetables and then excused himself, leaving the three new disciples there. Rabbit Spirit sighed. "I thought helping meant cultivating, but it turns out it's actual work." Jiang Zhou explained, "Working in the grand kitchen is the most tiring. Not only are we responsible for the meals of the 4 peaks, but we also have to prepare different food according to each peak's needs." Rabbit Spirit was curious. "Which 4 peaks?" "Are the 4 peaks?" Jiang Zhou replied, "Linli Peak, Lin Chi Peak, Lin Shou Peak, and the main peak." Rabbit Spirit wondered, "Why isn't there a Linny Peak?" Jiang Zhou whispered, "Linny Peak is right beneath our feet." Suddenly, they heard a slap. They saw Xiao Ming, scowling. "Hey you, come switch with me." Jiang Zhou hurried over, frightened, thinking this Iron Bull brother's older brother is really difficult to get along with. Xiao Ming came to Rabbit Spirit's side. Rabbit Spirit said, "I was just asking Jiang Zhou about the Lin Yi sect. Why are you causing trouble?" Xiao Ming pinched his nose. "If you want to know something, you can ask me." Why ask him? This was a pure, large-scale jealousy scene. Rabbit Spirit wanted to know the secret behind his Lin Yi sect. Why do other sects at least have a mountain, but the Lin Yi sect is arranged in the kitchen? He asked Jiang Zhou, his fellow worker, but Xiao Ming, seeing them whispering, scowled at Jiang Zhou. "Hey you, come here. Let's switch." He came to Rabbit Spirit's side. "If you have anything you want to know, you don't have to ask others. Just ask me." Rabbit Spirit thought, "Isn't it because you seemed unhappy before when I mentioned the Lin Yi sect? Why do you want to ask you now?" It was a good opportunity to get things clear. Rabbit Spirit asked Xiao Ming, "Why is the Lin Yi sect so disregarded?" Xiao Ming answered, "The Lin Yi sect is disregarded, and even loathed. It all stems from the Human-Demon War 300 years ago." He continued, 300 years ago, a great war broke out between the human race and the demon race. Both sides suffered heavy casualties. Finally, they decided on a truce and reconciliation. However, in the midst of it, a large number of long-extinct demons suddenly appeared. The demons were ferocious, and the two races had to put aside their grievances and fight together. They exhausted all their strength to seal the Demon King and imprison the remaining demons, finally bringing an end to the chaos. But Rabbit Spirit didn't understand. If it was the demon's fault, why did the Lin Yi sect end up being disliked? Xiao Ming continued to explain, because the demons were created by the Lin Yi sect through human experimentation. Rabbit Spirit broke out in a cold sweat. "No way. That's too cruel." He looked at Xiao Ming. "Ever since entering the academy, this fox has disliked the Lin Yi sect. Could it be that he—" Suddenly, a voice from outside interrupted his thoughts. "I'm back." It was Uncle Zhuang. He called Rabbit Spirit to go out with him, but Xiao Ming grabbed him. "Where are you going?" Having no choice, Rabbit Spirit asked Uncle Zhuang to take Xiao Ming along. They arrived under a large tree. There was a hidden pattern on the outside of the tree. It turned out this was the Great Lin Tree, the other core of the Lin Yi sect besides the Grand Kitchen. Uncle Zhuang had learned from the Peak Master that Rabbit Spirit was the only disciple who had signed up for the Lin Yi sect this year. As an elder of the Lin Yi sect, he had to take good care of this single seedling. He introduced them. "This is the study of the former Lin Yi sect elder, Ouyang Huai. All his research results are here." Behind him, Xiao Ming's face darkened. "Ouyang Huai." Rabbit Spirit continued to look around. "Are these books also Elder Ouyang Huai's?" Uncle Zhuang explained, "These are all records of Elder Ouyang Huai's various experiments." Suddenly, Rabbit Spirit noticed a door. "What's in there?" He was about to open it when Uncle Zhuang stopped him. "Wait, That's just a small room where Elder Ouyang kept miscellaneous items. There's nothing to see. Rabbit Spirit walked away, unconcerned, but this caught Xiao Ming's attention. Ouyang Huai's miscellaneous room? What's hidden in there? Rabbit Spirit fell into a trance. Her thoughts drifted back to the modern world. But when the word fox surfaced in her mind, it felt strangely foreign, yet familiar. Time snapped back to the present. Today was the day of the training test, the day she would officially become an inner disciple. Rabbit Spirit watched the others taking the test, still trapped in the lingering discomfort of her trance. It felt like a nightmare she couldn't quite escape. Xiao Ming comforted her. You've been diligently cultivating for so long. It's just a trance. What's there to be afraid of? Don't worry. If you can't wake up, I'll go into the trance and find you. It was soon Rabbit Spirit's turn to be tested. Senior Brother set up a formation, instructing those being tested to close their eyes. Because the desires within each person's heart differed, the trances they experienced would also vary. Those who could awaken within the burning time of one incense stick would pass the test. The test began. Rabbit Spirit's consciousness gradually blurred. When she opened her eyes again, she had transformed into a human. Suddenly, a gentle voice came from behind her. What are you doing sitting on the floor? There's a perfectly good sofa. Why sit on the floor? Aren't you afraid of catching a cold? Rabbit Spirit saw that it was truly her mother. How could you lose your memory just from me going out to buy groceries? Her mother said. Only then did Rabbit Spirit realize that everything had been a dream. Her mother spoke to her in that familiar, motherly tone, always eating or sleeping. Spoiled rotten you are. I'm going to make dinner. Go play with the dog for a while. Come here, boy, come here. I'm coming. Your fur feels so nice, just like a fox. Suddenly, she froze. Fox. Who was Fox? Lately, that name kept appearing in her dreams. Was it someone's nickname? Or something else? Forget it. It's just a dream, she thought. It's not real. Looking at the table laden with food, she exclaimed, "This is amazing. I haven't had such a delicious meal in ages." "Don't talk nonsense," her mother replied. "Eat slowly. There's also your favorite pork rib soup simmering in the kitchen. I'll go bring it out." While her mother was in the kitchen, the doorbell suddenly rang. Rabbit Spirit went to answer it. "Who are you looking for?" Before Rabbit Spirit could finish speaking, the person at the door wiped away a grain of rice from the corner of her mouth. "Little Rabbit, are you so caught up in this trance that you don't want to come out?" Rabbit Spirit looked surprised. "Who are you?" Xiao Ming thought to himself. "Just a simple trance, and she's already forgotten me. Fine, I'll settle the score with you after we're out." Xiao Ming snapped his fingers, and Rabbit Spirit instantly regained consciousness. "Fox, am I in a shifting formation?" "Little Rabbit, the time for one incense stick is almost up. If we don't leave now, it'll be too late." Just then, her mother came from behind, carrying the pork rib soup. "Sweetheart, who's this?" Rabbit Spirit's heart was in turmoil, unsure how to face this vision of her mother. "Mom, I think I have to go now." She knew deep down that this was just an illusion, and she had to leave immediately. But her mother's next words pierced her heart. "Then go ahead. Remember to come back early. The pork rib soup will be waiting for you. I'll keep it warm." Rabbit Spirit looked at her mother with a heavy heart. Wiping away her tears, she turned to Xiao Ming and said, "Let's go." Rabbit Spirit was undergoing the test, a trial of being trapped within a dream. Within the illusion, she saw her mother. If Xiao Ming hadn't appeared in time to pull her back, perhaps she would never have wanted to wake up. Fortunately, she awoke in time and passed the test. She successfully became an inner disciple of the Lin Yi sect. Jiang Zhou came to congratulate her. But a fellow disciple, standing nearby, said, "Jiang Zhou, why are you wasting your breath on Lin Yi sect trash? Instead of wasting time here, you should come with us to register with the Ling Qi sect. Everyone knows about the disgusting behavior of the Lin Yi sect. How could any disciple from such a sect be any good?" Xiao Ming glared at him. "Say that again." The disciple, frightened, quickly pulled his companion away. Let's go. What's so interesting about that Lin Yi sect disciple?" But unexpectedly, the disciple then wore a lecherous expression as he looked back at Rabbit Spirit, thinking to himself, "That Lin Yi sect disciple is so fair and delicate. Quite a sight for sore eyes." After they left, Senior brother came to Rabbit Spirit's side. Congratulations on passing the test. This sound transmission bell is for you. Consider this a thank you gift for Shinro's earlier help. Keep this bell with you. If you encounter any trouble, shake it twice, and I'll come running immediately. This was shaping up to be another major jealousy scene. Rabbit Spirit glanced back at Xiao Ming, who was giving him a helpless look. The thought of Rabbit Spirit accepting a gift from another man was enough to scare him witless. No, absolutely not, he thought, bracing himself to refuse his senior brother. But before he could utter a word, the bell was pressed into his hand. Little junior brother, it's just a bell, his senior brother said. Just take it. I have something to attend to, so I'll be going now. This was bad. He turned to Xiao Ming. Fox, look, it's really not like I want to take it. Senior brother left too quickly. I didn't have time to give it back. Clutching Xiao Ming's sleeve, he pleaded, I promise, the next time I see senior brother, I'll return it right away. Please don't be angry with me. Xiao Ming's voice was tight. That's what you said. The next time you see him, you'll return it. As the sun began to set, Uncle Zhuang led Rabbit Spirit to his new living quarters within the Lin sect. Little Iron Bull, this is where you'll be staying from now on. I specifically picked a nice spot for you, nestled beside the mountain with water nearby. It'll be very comfortable living here. Night fell quickly. Comfortable, he said. Rabbit Spirit grumbled. This place is cursed. How is the sound of the water so loud? There's no way anyone could sleep with this racket. Just then, a crack appeared in the window. Rabbit Spirit jumped up in alarm. Who's there? A voice, oily and unsettling, slithered through the opening. Little brat, still not asleep so late? Are you waiting for me? The question hung in the air, heavy with implication. What could Xiao Ming possibly want at this hour? Rabbit Spirit was horrified to realize he'd caught the attention of this creepy individual. The very next day, the man appeared in the dining hall, taking advantage of Rabbit Spirit. And all of this happened right under Xiao Ming's nose. The previous day, after the training session, Rabbit Spirit had returned to his quarters. The roar of the waterfall outside made sleep impossible. Just then, Xiao Ming arrived. Why are you still awake so late? Rabbit Spirit explained that the waterfall was too loud to sleep through. Xiao Ming made it look easy. With a flick of his wrist, he used his magic to freeze the entire waterfall solid. Now that it's quiet, let's get some sleep. Rabbit Spirit caught Xiao Ming's hand. But we have to get up early to help in the grand kitchen tomorrow. Lying in bed, Rabbit Spirit quickly drifted off. Xiao Ming watched him with an affectionate gaze. This little rascal, when did it start that his moods could affect me so deeply? Don't worry, as long as you're by my side, I won't let anyone bully you. Good night, little rabbit. The next day arrived quickly. Rabbit Spirit had been busy all morning and was finally nearing the end of serving breakfast to the academy disciples. Seeing how exhausted he was, Xiao Ming muttered, "This academy is supposed to teach and nurture, not work people to the bone. I'm about to go tear this place down." Rabbit Spirit, fearing Xiao Ming's impulsiveness, quickly pulled him back. Just then, the same man from yesterday, the one who had leered at Rabbit Spirit with such a creepy expression, approached. "Hey, I want a bowl of plain rice porridge." Rabbit Spirit hurried to fill a bowl for the man, but as he handed it over, the man, feigning clumsiness, deliberately brushed his hand against Rabbit Spirit's. Rabbit Spirit recoiled, dropping the bowl of porridge. The man pointed at him and shouted, "You did that on purpose." Couldn't even hold a bowl of porridge steady. Rabbit Spirit immediately apologized, insisting it was an accident, but the man wouldn't let it go. He grabbed Rabbit Spirit's hand. An apology? Just words? That's not enough. Why don't you come over here and lick it clean? Xiao Ming, who had been watching from the side, had heard enough. He grabbed the man's hand. "Give you what?" The man sneered. "This is between him and me." "What's it to you?" "Between you and him, is it?" Xiao Ming twisted the man's hand sharply. A sickening crack echoed through the hall, accompanied by the man's howl of pain. "Now it's between you and me," Xiao Ming said coldly. It turned out that the man Xiao Ming had just Zhao Shened, the one who had tried to take advantage of Rabbit Spirit and ended up with a broken hand, was the nephew of the Ling Qi sect's elder. With such a powerful backing, the man, as he retreated, hissed, "I'll remember this. Just you wait." Just then, Jiang Zhou arrived, looking for Rabbit Spirit. He saw the man hurrying away, his face contorted in pain. "Did something happen?" he asked. He warned Rabbit Spirit, "If you ever see him again, stay far away. He's the nephew of the Ling Qi sect's elder. He has powerful connections. If you have a direct conflict with him, we'll be the ones who suffer." Rabbit Spirit looked at Xiao Ming with worry. Xiao Ming ruffled his hair. "Don't worry, I'm here." They returned to the Lin sect's grounds. "Little Iron Bull, come here quickly. Today, Steward Zhuang will teach you something new, he began. The books I gave you earlier described the anatomy of demonic beasts. Today, you'll put that knowledge into practice by dissecting one. Rabbit Spirit thought to herself, this I'm good at. My medical student skills can finally be put to use. Steward Zhuang continued. The demonic beasts in these jars were captured by Elder Ouyang with great effort. Little Iron Bull, be careful during the process. If there's nothing else, you and your brother can practice here in peace for the next few days. I have some business to attend to, so I'll take my leave. Rabbit Spirit looked at the demonic beasts on the table. Steward Zhuang had said these demonic beasts were precious, and she shouldn't rush into dissecting them. She needed something else to practice on first. Turning to Xiao Ming, she said, Fox, could you let the mutt out for me? With a flick of Xiao Ming's wrist, the mutt, seemingly asleep, was roused. Rabbit Spirit looked at the dog, scalpel in hand. Mutt, do me a favor, will you? The mutt, startled awake, yelped, Crazy Rabbit, what are you doing? Seeing the dog's uncooperative stance, Rabbit Spirit said, Well, then I'll have to get someone to make you cooperate. Fox, hold him down for me, please. Xiao Ming grabbed the mutt. Go ahead, Rabbit. He won't get away. Don't worry, mutt. Rabbit Spirit reassured him. I'm very skilled. I definitely won't hurt you. The room then filled with the mutt's howls. Xiao Ming and Rabbit Spirit entered Elder Ouyang's mysterious storeroom. What could be inside that would even surprise the formidable Xiao Ming? Rabbit Spirit continued practicing on the mutt, pausing her scalpel a third of the way down its leg. Suddenly, a knock at the door interrupted them. It was likely Steward Zhuang sending someone with their meal. Xiao Ming told Rabbit Spirit to wash her hands while he fetched the food. While she was washing up, the mutt vanished. Rabbit Spirit searched the room. Mutt, where are you? Dinner's here. Come out. I promise I won't shave you anymore. She heard a whimper. The sound seemed to be coming from the storeroom. I was just curious and wanted to take a look, the mutt whined. But now I can't get out. I told you not to wander off. Rabbit Spirit scolded. You never listen. Now look what happened. As she spoke, she tried to open the door, but strangely it wouldn't budge. There wasn't even a lock. Just then, Xiao Ming returned with the food. What are you doing? He asked. Rabbit Spirit explained the situation. The mutt wandered in and can't get out. I have to get him. Xiao Ming, already curious about the storeroom, thought this might be his chance. He used his magic to open the door. Inside, the room was filled with the carcasses of demonic beasts. So this is what the storeroom is for, Rabbit Spirit realized. No wonder Steward Zhuang didn't want us in here. They spotted the mutt cowering in a corner. Scooping him up, Rabbit Spirit adopted a motherly tone. How could you just lie down here? Are you scared now? If you'd been good, none of this would have happened. The terrified mutt whimpered. I'm sorry. Crazy Rabbit, let's get out of here. This place gives me the creeps. Xiao Ming opened a coffin and stared in shock at the contents. He hadn't expected to find an old acquaintance lying inside. Tugging at Xiao Ming's arm, Rabbit Spirit urged, Fox, let's get out of here. It'll be bad if Steward Zhuang finds out we were in here. Xiao Ming released her hand. Rabbit Spirit turned back. What is it? I might have to leave for a while. Xiao Ming was leaving again. Where was he going this time? Not long after Xiao Ming's departure, that creepy Xia Yin showed up to harass Rabbit Spirit again. Just moments before, Xiao Ming had told Rabbit Spirit he needed to leave for a while. This time, however, Rabbit Spirit simply replied with a quiet acknowledgement. Xiao Ming, sensing her unusual subdued mood, asked her what was wrong. You're always disappearing, she replied, her voice laced with disappointment. I'm used to it, but Xiao Ming couldn't help it. There were matters he had to attend to personally. Even if Rabbit Spirit was genuinely upset, he could only make it up to her when he returned. He instructed the mutt, while I'm gone, you need to take good care of Rabbit. The mutt thought, you shrunk me down to this size. I can barely take care of myself, let alone her. Nevertheless, he obediently agreed. With his instructions given, Xiao Ming turned to Rabbit Spirit. I'll be going then. Rabbit Spirit remained silent for a moment, but finally, she couldn't help but add, come back soon after you're finished. 3 days later, Uncle Zhuang came to deliver Rabbit Spirit's meal. It turned out there was some business at the academy, so he came personally. He also took the opportunity to inform Rabbit Spirit that each year, the human academies send disciples to the imperial city's Qiyang Academy to participate in a grand competition. Following procedure, in a few days, emissaries and disciples from the imperial city would arrive at their academy for an inspection. The sect leader instructed everyone to prepare in advance. Seeing Rabbit Spirit, Uncle Zhuang sighed with satisfaction. Taking Xiao Tainyo, Rabbit Spirit, as a disciple was truly a blessing, nothing to worry about. Unlike the disciples from other sects who caused chaos with their brawling. Unaware of the outside situation, Rabbit Spirit inquired with Uncle Zhuang. He then learned that Jiang Zhou and the creepy man, Xie Yin, had been confined to the Cliffs of Reflection for fighting, violating sect rules. Rabbit Spirit's heart sank. Xie Yin was the nephew of the Ling Qi sect's elder. Even if they were punished together, Jiang Zhou would be the one to suffer. He might not even get any food. Rabbit Spirit quickly grabbed the food Uncle Zhuang brought and hurried off. But Uncle Zhuang hadn't finished speaking before Rabbit Spirit was out of sight. Xiao, Tainyo, why are you in such a rush? Jiang Zhou has already been released. What are you going there for? Rabbit Spirit arrived at the Cliffs of Reflection, calling out Jiang Zhou's name. Walking along, he suddenly tripped over a rock. Just as Rabbit Spirit was about to fall, a hand caught him. What a coincidence. Did you miss me? Come here specifically to see me. Rabbit Spirit struggled desperately. How could it be you? The creepy man, Xie Yin, said, "What's wrong? I helped you. And you don't even have a word of thanks? Why don't you stay and thank me properly? You're looking for Jiang Zhou, right? I had him released this morning. I let that idiot go because of you." He grabbed Rabbit Spirit's hair. "How should you repay me for this?" Rabbit Spirit, having arrived at the Cliffs of Reflection, was unexpectedly affected by the chilling air within, rendering him immobile. And he was at the mercy of the creepy man's groping. How did this happen? Rabbit Spirit learned that Jiang Zhou and Xie Yin had been confined to the Cliffs of Reflection after a conflict. But Xie Yin was the nephew of the Ling Qi sect's elder. Worried about Jiang Zhou's safety, Rabbit Spirit decided to check on him. But unbeknownst to him, Jiang Zhou had already been released. Arriving at the Cliffs of Reflection, Rabbit Spirit encountered the creepy Xie Yin. Rabbit Spirit thought, that disgusting look, he's definitely up to no good. Xie Yin said to Rabbit Spirit, "Since you're already here, why don't you keep me company?" Rabbit Spirit, intending to teach him a lesson, threw a punch. "You're delusional." But Xie Yin easily blocked the blow. "Good, I like feisty ones. The more you're like this, the more I like you." Then, Xie Yin conjured a knife and swung it towards Rabbit Spirit. Too fast to dodge, the knife grazed Rabbit Spirit's face, leaving a small cut. Rabbit Spirit realized Xie Yin was at the second level of spiritual lion cultivation, 3 levels higher than himself. The difference in power was too great for a direct confrontation. So, in the next attack, Rabbit Spirit didn't try to block. Instead, he nimbly moved beneath Xie Yin and delivered a swift kick to his groin. Xie Yin crumpled to the ground, trembling. He likely wouldn't experience joy down there ever again. Feeling he'd taught Xie Yin a sufficient lesson, Rabbit Spirit didn't finish him off. He turned to leave, but then he realized his legs wouldn't move. Xie Yin, recovering, sneered. "Run. Why aren't you running? Can't move, can you?" Disciples who enter the Cliffs of Reflection without an elder's mark will be immobilized by the chilling air within half an hour. Looks like the heavens are on my side. He pushed Rabbit Spirit against the wall. "Darling, let's have a kiss first." Unable to bear it, Rabbit Spirit punched Xie Yin hard in the eye. This enraged Xie Yin. "You're asking for it. Don't blame me. Behave yourself and serve me well. Maybe if I'm pleased, I'll let you live." He ripped Rabbit Spirit's clothes. "Don't worry, it'll be over soon." Rabbit Spirit's consciousness began to fade. Suddenly, Rabbit Spirit's hand clamped around Xie Yan's throat. D. Rabbit Spirit seemed to transform, becoming incredibly violent, with black smoke emanating from his body. He choked Xie Yin relentlessly until he seemed to hear a voice calling to him. "Rabbit!" Only then did the black smoke around Rabbit Spirit slowly dissipate. His awareness began to return, a weak normalcy replacing the disorientation. "Is that you? Have you come back?" Xiao Ming rushed over. "Rabbit Spirit, what happened to you?" He embraced Rabbit Spirit tightly. "I'm so sorry you had to suffer. I came too late." He wondered, his thoughts dark. "If I find out what truly happened, will I flatten this whole wretched spirit sect?" The knowledge that Rabbit Spirit had been harmed filled him with both anguish and a burning rage. Xie Yin was dead, but where would Xiao Ming direct this furious torrent of grief and anger? Xiao Ming carried the unconscious Rabbit Spirit back to their dwelling. When Rabbit Spirit finally awoke, he immediately asked, "What happened? What transpired between you and Xie Yin at the Cliffs of Reflection?" Rabbit Spirit brushed the question aside with a dismissive, "Nothing much. I just delivered some justice. Did a good deed, that's all." But inwardly, he cringed. How could he possibly tell the fox what Xie Yin had done to him? Xiao Ming saw through the lie. He pressed further, but Rabbit Spirit feigned a need to study and cultivate, making a move to leave. But Xiao Ming wouldn't allow it. He used his magic to immobilize Rabbit Spirit. Your wounds are fresh. What's studying? Lie down and rest. And about Xie Yin, he continued, if you don't tell me, how can I avenge you? Rabbit Spirit simply replied, that man deserved to die anyway. Seeing Rabbit Spirit's continued silence, Xiao Ming softened his tone, looking at Rabbit Spirit with concern. Tell me, how did he hurt you? Rabbit Spirit finally relented, unable to keep up the pretense any longer. Well, this afternoon, I went to the Cliffs of Reflection to see Jiangzhou, but I ran into Xie Yin. And then, well, that's how it happened. Rabbit Spirit recounted the entire incident to Xiao Ming, leaving nothing out. The truth of the matter ignited a furious blaze in Xiao Ming. Death is too good for him, he seethed. If he were still alive, I would make him wish he were dead. Seeing Xiao Ming consumed by rage, Rabbit Spirit worried. He's not going to lose control, is he? He called out, Xiao Ming, I'm still paralyzed. Can you undo the spell? Once released, Rabbit Spirit embraced Xiao Ming. Fox, don't be angry anymore. Xie Yin has paid the price. It's not worth getting upset over someone like him. Besides, he added, his voice softening, you came in time. I'm glad. Xiao Ming stroked his hair. All right, I won't be angry. But inwardly, he thought, this little rabbit, he's becoming increasingly important to me. But a simmering resentment still lingered within Xiao Ming. The next day, he sought out the mutt. Let's settle the score, he growled. The mutt stammered. W, what are you talking about? Xiao Ming's face darkened. When Rabbit Spirit was at the Cliffs of Reflection, where were you? Learning that Rabbit Spirit had been harmed, while the high-ranking demon beast he'd assigned as a protector was nowhere to be found, had infuriated Xiao Ming. He tracked down the mutt, his aura radiating a palpable menace that nearly made the poor creature lose control of its bladder. Early that morning, Xiao Ming had Rabbit Spirit release the mutt. The mutt, still half asleep, grumbled, Little Cabbage Rabbit, why did you wake me up so early? I haven't had enough sleep. But in the next instant, he realized something was amiss. He saw Xiao Ming's expression and broke out in a cold sweat. Why is that fox here too? He thought nervously, wanted to deal with the mutt without interruption. Xiao Ming told Rabbit Spirit he was hungry and asked him to prepare some food. Once Rabbit Spirit was gone, Xiao Ming turned to the mutt, his face grim. Now let's settle the score. Out of fear, the mutt only dared to address Xiao Ming with an honorific. W, what are you talking about, you? Xiao Ming's expression turned thunderous. When he was at the Cliffs of Reflection, where were you? I was in the Chinkoan bag. He blocked our spiritual connection. Xiao Ming's voice dripped with ice. So you're blaming him? The terrified mutt rushed to explain. No, I would never. How could I leave him? Xiao Ming grabbed the mutt by the ear, his voice a low growl. I left you with him to protect him, not to laze around and enjoy yourself. If you prove this useless again, there are plenty of other high-ranking demon beasts to take your place. The mutt frantically promised. Yes. I'll protect Rabbit Spirit properly from now on. I won't slack off again. Xiao Ming flicked him away with a sharp rap on the head. The mutt whimpered inwardly, Little Cabbage Rabbit, come back quickly. I'm going to be tormented to death by this fox. A while later, Rabbit Spirit returned with a bowl of Master La Bou's beef noodles. The fox will love this, he thought, pleased with his handiwork. Just then, Jiangzhou rushed in with unsettling news. He asked Rabbit Spirit in a hushed tone, Iron Bull, did you go to the Cliffs of Reflection looking for me yesterday? This morning, the senior disciples on patrol found Xie Yin and Elder Wu's bodies at the academy gates. They're investigating who did it. Rabbit Spirit didn't hide the truth from Jiangzhou. I killed Xie Yin. But before Rabbit Spirit could finish, Jiangzhou interrupted him. Someone like that deserves it. I've always seen the disgusting way he looked at you. And relying on Elder Wu's protection, he's done a lot of shady things to his fellow disciples. Xie Yin's death wasn't undeserved. Tainyo, don't take it too hard. Don't worry, I'll keep your secret, Rabbit Spirit thought. But I only killed Xie Yin. Who killed Elder Wu? When Jiangzhou learned that Rabbit Spirit was responsible for Xie Yin's death, he urged him to find a place to lie low. But Rabbit Spirit seemed distracted. Just then, Xiao Ming ran out. Rabbit, Fox, what are you doing here? Why did it take you so long to come back with the noodles? I was worried. Just came out to take a look. After the previous incident, Xiao Ming wanted to be by his side every minute. Just as they were about to head back inside, Uncle Zhuang called out to them. Xiao Tainyo, let me introduce you. This is Qiu Shizhe, an inspector sent by Qiyang Academy. He's also from the Lini faction. You can ask him for advice if you have any questions in the future. Rabbit Spirit greeted him, but Qiu Shizhe wore a haughty expression. But when he opened his eyes and saw Xiao Ming, he thought, why does this person look so familiar? Where have I seen him before? Rabbit's spirit introduced him. This is my older brother, Dinyo. Xiao Ming gave a brief greeting and walked off. Qiu Shizhe didn't think much of it. He said to Uncle Zhuang, why don't you take me to see your great lin tree? Inwardly, he thought, Headmaster Fong said his master and fellow disciples are hiding there. I must retrieve them for him this time. Soon night fell. Rabbit Spirit was still working on the blood urine concoction. He'd been researching it all day without success. Xiao Ming came up behind him and scooped him up. That's enough for today. Come back with me and rest. You've been experimenting all day. Aren't you tired? Don't end up like Deba, sitting in front of the computer all day with problems in your back and neck. Rabbit Spirit said, then I have to take this potion out and throw it away. Even though it's a failure, leaving it here might cause some side effects. With that, they walked outside. But unbeknownst to them, someone was lurking outside, furtively trying to open the door to the great lin tree. He used all his strength. It had opened easily from the window during the day, so why was it so difficult now? Suddenly, he heard voices inside. Is someone in there? Just then, Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming came out. Xiao Ming had already noticed something amiss. He glanced back and asked Rabbit Spirit, you're going to throw that away, right? Rabbit Spirit replied, yes, but I don't know where to throw it. Xiao Ming said, give it to me. I'll take care of it, with a wicked smile. He then tossed the failed potion behind him. A loud bang erupted, and Qiu Shizhe was blasted out, his body on fire. Rabbit Spirit was surprised. It's Qiu Shizhe. What's he doing here so late? He hadn't expected Qiu Shizhe, who had come from afar, to be sneaking around and following them in the middle of the night. But Xiao Ming had discovered him and blasted him out with a burst of fire, leaving him in a sorry state. Qiu Shizhe angrily sputtered, was that you? Suddenly, Qiu Shizhe's disciple ran up. Master, are you all right? Saving face, Qiu Shizhe forced a smile. I'm fine. Then Xiao Ming spoke. Qiu Shizhe, what are you doing at the great lin tree so late? Qiu Shizhe replied, I was just taking a stroll. I can't believe you would attack someone. Xiao Ming pressed further. If you were just strolling, why did you hide in the bushes when you saw us? Could it be that strolling was a lie, and you were actually trying to steal something from the great lin tree? Qiu Shizhe's disciple couldn't stand it any longer. He couldn't bear the insult to his master and threw a punch. But the weak blow was easily caught by Rabbit Spirit. The academy forbids infighting, little brother. Qiu Shizhe, if your disciple continues to act so unreasonably, I'll have to report this to the academy elders. And when the elders arrive, I'm sure everything that happened tonight will become clear. Qiu Shizhe thought, no, if the Nandu Academy elders come, my actions tonight will definitely arouse their suspicion. He forced a jovial tone. It's all a misunderstanding, and slunk away. But inwardly he seethed. You two have ruined my plans. Those two disciples are definitely not ordinary. I must inform Headmaster Fong as soon as possible and get rid of them before they cause any more trouble. After Qiu Shizhe left, Rabbit Spirit still felt something was off, but he couldn't put his finger on it. I just have a feeling that his purpose in coming to the academy is not so simple. And Fox, you're acting strange too. Your aura turned cold as soon as Qiu Shizhe showed up. Xiao Ming stroked Rabbit Spirit's head. Don't overthink it. No matter what happens, I'll protect you. Anyone who dares to hurt you, I won't spare a single one. Cut to the balding Qiu Shizhe, the inspector who had arrived from afar. Because of his suspicious sneaking around last night, Xiao Ming had taught him a lesson. To apologize, Rabbit Spirit, carrying a potion he had made, went to the inspector's lodgings. But the inspector was skeptical. Since the Great War between humans, demons, and monsters 300 years ago, the core members of the Lin sect were eradicated. Potions like this haven't existed on the continent since then. Rabbit Spirit reassured him, don't worry, I've already tested it. It really works. I shaved the mutt's fur, and this potion made it grow back. Yours can too. If you don't believe me, I'll pour a little for you to try. The inspector thought, fine, I'll try it. I'll see what tricks you're playing. He poured some onto his hand and rubbed the potion onto his bald head. Before long, something unexpected happened. His head, which had only 5 hairs, actually sprouted new hair. Excited, he asked Rabbit Spirit, tell me quickly, where did this potion come from? Are there any others? Rabbit Spirit was about to answer that he had made it himself, but Xiao Ming interrupted. He separated the inspector and Rabbit Spirit. Inspector, please behave yourself. We found this potion in the storeroom of the Great Lin Tree. Just this one bottle. There are no more. Hearing this, the inspector didn't press further. He snatched the remaining potion. If this can completely cure my baldness, we'll forget about what happened earlier. He then ran back to his room. Rabbit Spirit didn't understand. Why did you say we found it in the Great Lin Tree when I made it? Xiao Ming explained, remember, this stuff is as rare on the continent as demons and monsters. To avoid unnecessary trouble, remember, don't mention this to anyone else but me. Oh, I see. Inside the room, a white-haired figure in a flowered cloak asked the inspector, did you find what I asked you to look for? The inspector replied respectfully, Dean, I haven't found the puppet body you left at the Great Lin Tree yet, but I did find this. He nervously handed the newly acquired potion to the dean. A disciple from Nandu Academy found this in the storeroom of the Great Lin Tree. The dean scoffed. I live in the Great Lin Tree for many years. Why did I never find this potion? At this moment, the inspector realized, could they have been lying to me? The dean continued, find a way to eliminate this person before the academy competition. And as for that old Uncle Zhuang, you should also make your move. A few hours later, Rabbit Spirit was engrossed in researching potions when Jiang Zhou suddenly rushed in. Tanyo, something terrible has happened. Uncle Zhuang has been poisoned. The inspector's next target was Rabbit Spirit. What methods would they use? Unexpectedly, Elder Ouyang of the Lin sect from Nandu Academy not only hadn't died, but had become Dean Fong of Qiyang Academy. Learning that Uncle Zhuang had been poisoned, Rabbit Spirit rushed over and asked, Uncle Zhuang, tell me the truth, who poisoned you? But Uncle Zhuang seemed resigned. Silly child, that's not important anymore. Rabbit Spirit clenched his fists. How can it not be important? If we can find the person who poisoned you, we can find the antidote. Suddenly, they were interrupted by shouting outside. Telling Uncle Zhuang to rest, Rabbit Spirit went out to investigate. It was the inspector. He was trying to enter, but was blocked by Xiao Ming. Rabbit Spirit asked, what are you doing here? The inspector replied, I heard old Zhuang was poisoned, so naturally, I came to visit with a way to detoxify him. I didn't expect this guy to block me at the door. Hearing that there might be an antidote, Rabbit Spirit's eyes lit up. What is it? The inspector told him, although I don't know what poison old Zhuang was afflicted with, there's a medicinal herb called the purple Shao glazed flower. It has no scent, its flower doesn't look like a flower, its leaves don't look like leaves, yet it can cure all poisons. Rabbit Spirit quickly asked, where can we find it? The inspector continued, the purple Shao glazed flower has a spirit of its own. It can move according to changes in the surrounding spiritual energy. And the places where spiritual energy is most abundant and undiscovered are often within secret realms. Each academy has a protected secret realm. The academy competition will select the 5 most outstanding disciples to enter the secret realm for training. Rabbit Spirit said excitedly, so, if I qualify for the secret realm and find the purple Shao glazed flower, Uncle Zhuang will be saved, right? He thought to himself. To save Uncle Zhuang, I must be among the top 5 in the competition. After explaining, the inspector entered the room. Xiao Ming asked Rabbit Spirit, do you really believe what he said? But Rabbit Spirit was out of options. Even the slightest glimmer of hope to save Uncle Zhuang was enough to make him try. Inside the room, Uncle Zhuang asked the inspector, what are you doing here? The inspector replied with a flippant grin, old Zhuang, you gotta hang in there. If Iron Bull can find the antidote, you still have chance. Uncle Zhuang gave him a look. A chance? The moment Elder Ouyang had you poison me, my fate was sealed. No, wait, I should call him Dean Fong now. Does Dean Fong have any other messages for me? Uncle Zhuang inquired. The inspector answered, no, just that you should cooperate with my plan. Unexpectedly, Uncle Zhuang agreed. The inspector thought to himself, sorry, little Iron Bull. What was Uncle Zhuang planning? Could he really be intending to harm Rabbit Spirit? And what secrets were hidden within the secret realm? The day of the Academy competition finals had arrived. Many were gossiping about Rabbit Spirit. Have you heard? That loser from the Lin sect actually made it to the finals. He's just a worthless piece of trash who got lucky. The Lin sect only has him. He practically walked into the finals. What's so surprising? Rabbit Spirit didn't offer any retorts. Instead, he urged Xiao Ming to calm down, promising to silence them with his actions. Soon, it was Rabbit Spirit's turn to compete. His opponent was Shi Qing from the Lingxiao sect. Just as he was about to step onto the platform, a foot suddenly tripped him. Luckily, Xiao Ming reacted quickly and caught him, preventing a faceplant. He glanced at the person beside him. "Was that you who tripped me?" The other disciple replied haughtily. "So what if it was?" "Your reflexes are pathetic. When we fight, it won't just be a simple stumble." So this was Shi Qing from the Lingxiao sect. Rabbit Spirit didn't rise to the bait. He was just a petty, jealous nobody, not worth his time. He'd just have to give him a good thrashing on the platform. On the platform, the crowd roared in support of Shi Qing, bolstering his confidence. "Iron Bull," he taunted, "if you regret this, you can just surrender. I'll go easy on you." But Rabbit Spirit simply addressed the referee. "Can we begin? I'm not interested in listening to him prattle." The match began. Shi Qing started gathering his spiritual energy. "Since you're so eager to die, don't blame me for being ruthless." Before Shi Qing could react, Rabbit Spirit lunged forward with a hook punch. "I'll teach you a lesson. Did you think I spent the last half-month training for nothing?" The punch landed squarely on Shi Qing's face. Rabbit Spirit closed in, delivering a flurry of blows. These disciples really think the Lin sect is easy prey. The brutal beating sent chills down the spines of the onlookers. How did Iron Bull get so strong? Look at Shi Qing. He can't even fight back. Better stay away from him in the future. The match ended with an undeniable victory for Iron Bull of the Lin sect. Rabbit Spirit hopped off the platform and ran over to Xiao Ming. "Does your hand hurt from all that slapping?" Xiao Ming asked. "Not at all." He turned to face those who had mocked him earlier. "Now, who else wants some?" The crowd averted their gazes, intimidated. From that moment on, Rabbit Spirit had made his mark in the academy. He had risen. Did this mean he was now qualified to enter the secret realm for training? What challenges awaited him within? Uncle Zhuang, learning that Rabbit Spirit had secured a place in the top 5 of the competition and would be entering the secret realm the next day, gave him a special warning. "The inspector probably told you already," he began. "Each academy has a protected secret realm. The realm and the academy are interconnected. If one is harmed, the other will be destroyed as well. For safety, the elders give specially made jade tokens to the disciples entering the realm. You must keep this token safe. It's essential for entering and exiting the realm. The secret realm is unpredictable, even containing spirits born from the world's energy. Stay with Jiang Zhou and the others. Don't wander off alone. I'll be waiting for you back at the academy." Rabbit Spirit reassured him. "Don't worry, I'll bring back the Zixiao glazed lily." Uncle Zhuang replied, "Your safe return is all that matters. Nothing else is important." It seemed Uncle Zhuang had accepted his fate, but if he knew the dangers, why didn't he stop Rabbit Spirit? The next morning, Rabbit Spirit and the others arrived at the main peak of Nandu Academy. After listening to the elder's lengthy explanation, the jade tokens were distributed by the inspector to the 5 disciples about to enter the secret realm. The inspector handed the token to Rabbit Spirit personally, flashing a sinister smile as he did so. Had he tampered with the jade token? The elder announced, "The time has come. Disciples, depart immediately. I will await your return here in 3 days." As he finished speaking, a formation appeared beneath Rabbit Spirit and the others. Opportunities within the secret realm are a matter of fate. Do not force anything. They quickly arrived within the secret realm. When Rabbit Spirit awoke, he discovered that, astonishingly, only he and Xiao Ming were together. Everyone else seemed to have been scattered. Rabbit Spirit said to Xiao Ming, "We need to find Jiang Zhou and the others." Uncle Zhuang said it's best to stick together in the secret realm. But before we look for them, Rabbit Spirit continued, "Could you help me gather these medicinal herbs? We won't find such rare herbs outside." Just then, a figure appeared behind them. "Grady, chamalas humans. How dare you trample my spirit herbs? I will make you pay." Who was this person, and what were they planning to do to Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming? How could this be? Xiao Ming, the infamous and formidable Chaos Demon King, whose very name sent shivers down people's spines, was tied up by a young girl. Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming had been collecting spirit plants within the secret realm, unknowingly transitioning from day to night. Left with no other choice, they decided to find a place to rest and continue their search for Jiang Zhou and the others in the morning. Just as they were about to leave, a hidden weapon suddenly flew towards Rabbit Spirit. Fortunately, Xiao Ming blocked it just in time. Who is the despicable wretch who stole my things and thinks they can just leave so easily? Not a chance. Rabbit Spirit was bewildered. "Who are you? I am a master of this secret realm. Deming, Air Ming, come out and tie them up. Drag them to the cave. Rabbit Spirit asked Xiao Ming, what should we do? Should we fight them? Xiao Ming replied, no fighting. We surrender. Their true identity is a Qi spirit born within this secret realm, bound by the laws of heaven. They wouldn't dare harm cultivators, or they'll face heavenly retribution. Where a Qi spirit resides, spiritual energy is abundant, attracting all sorts of treasures. Surrendering is just a way to follow them and find the purple Xiao glazed flower. So that's it. Tie us up. Tie us up. We surrender. Deming and Air Ming hadn't expected such willing compliance. The Qi spirit thought to itself, they don't even dare to resist. Nandu Academy disciples are nothing special. Arriving at the cave, the Qi spirit declared, since you obediently returned the medicinal juices, I'll spare your lives. Once the secret realm entrance opens, get out of here and back to your academy. Suddenly, Rabbit Spirit spoke. Actually, we have 3 more disciples in the secret realm. Perhaps you could capture them too? They love collecting medicinal herbs. If you wait, they might have already plucked half the secret realm bear. The Qi spirit's fur bristled. What? The Qi spirit thought, how can I let them ruin all the spirit herbs I've painstakingly cultivated over the years? It then called out, Deming, Air Ming, follow me. We're going to capture those disciples. This was Rabbit Spirit's plan to lure the Qi spirit away. Firstly, they could use the Qi spirit to help them find Jiang Zhou and the others, as it lived in the secret realm. Secondly, with the Qi spirit gone, they could search for the purple Xiao glazed flower. Since the ropes weren't imbued with spiritual energy, they easily broke free. Rabbit Spirit wanted to use a sound transmission talisman to contact Jiang Zhou, but wasn't sure if it would work within the secret realm. Still, it was worth a try. Meanwhile, Xiao Ming seemed to have discovered something. A purple object grew on the wall. Could this be the purple Xiao glazed flower? Just how cunning was Rabbit Spirit? He told the Qi Spirit that the people he was with were here specifically to steal precious spirit herbs. As a result, the Qi Spirit had injured Jiang Zhou. Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming deliberately led the Qi Spirit away to find the purple Xiao glazed flower, which could cure Uncle Zhuang. It's neither flower nor leaf. This is it. Uncle Zhuang will be saved. Xiao Ming looked at Rabbit Spirit. Now that the flower was found, he should search for his lost sword, Shangshan. Lost during the Great Battle 300 years ago, Shangshan had vanished within Nandu Academy. Since he couldn't find it within the academy, it must be within this secret realm. But where to begin? Xiao Ming asked Rabbit Spirit, what are your plans now? Rabbit Spirit replied, with the purple Xiao glazed flower found, I have nothing else to do here. We'll wait for the Qi Spirit to bring back Jiang Zhou and the others, and then we'll return to the academy using our jade tokens. Rabbit Spirit sensed something was troubling Xiao Ming. What's wrong? Is something bothering you? Xiao Ming answered, I lost the sword in the secret realm long ago. I want to take this opportunity to find it. Rabbit Spirit excitedly offered. Then I'll help you look before the Qi Spirit returns. Xiao Ming refused. No, you stay here. I'll go alone. Once you reunite with Jiang Zhou, return to the academy as soon as possible. Seeing Rabbit Spirit's worry, Xiao Ming reassured him, don't worry. You know my strength. Nothing can harm me. He tapped Rabbit Spirit's forehead. I've left a mark on your forehead. If you're in danger, I can appear instantly to save you. I'll be back, Xiao Ming declared, once again leaving Rabbit Spirit. A long while passed. A man's voice drifted in from outside the cave. You fiend, let us go if you dare. I see I haven't beaten you into submission yet. Rabbit Spirit peered out. Held captive into Ming's grasp was none other than Jiang Zhou. Jiang Zhou's head was covered in bumps. The person next to him seemed completely unharmed. The Qi Spirit looked at them with annoyance. Blast it, one got away. Oh well, they can't cause much trouble anyway. You two go find him. Rabbit Spirit rushed to Jiang Zhou's side. Are you alright? Jiang Zhou retorted. Iron Bull, do I look alright? The poor Earth Dog, last seen being experimented on, and then frightened witless by Xiao Ming, now reappeared. What new misfortune had befallen him? Jiang Zhou and his companions were also brought inbound. Just then, the jade tokens began to glow, signaling the opening of the portal back to the academy. The Qi Spirit roared, stop your chattering and get out of here. But why wasn't Rabbit Spirit's jade token reacting? Xie Ling declared, this jade token has clearly been tampered with. It only allows entry, not exit. Beneath their feet, the teleportation array activated. Left with no other choice, Rabbit Spirit handed the purple glazed lily to Jiang Zhou. He couldn't return for now, but Uncle Zhuang's poisoning couldn't wait. He urged Jiang Zhou to take the spirit herb back as quickly as possible. Before Jiang Zhou could reply, they vanished before Rabbit Spirit's eyes. The Qi Spirit beside him said, well, looks like you're stuck here with me, you unlucky wretch. So, Inspector Chiu had tampered with the Jade token. But why? Rabbit Spirit couldn't understand. For Uncle Zhuang's sake, he had to return to Nandu Academy quickly. Suddenly, a thought struck him. Perhaps the Qi Spirit had a way out. He asked the Qi Spirit, "Little fairy, I'm sure you have a way to get me out, right?" The Qi Spirit played coy. "A way? Of course, there's a way. But what will you give me in return? I never do business at a loss. You seem like a fun person. Since you can't stay and keep me company, leave me something amusing. Something to entertain me." Rabbit Spirit's mind raced. Something amusing. He had just the thing. He pulled out his Chinquan bag. Tada! Presenting the Earth Dog. He's loads of fun. A top-tier beast of burden. Perfect for all your drudge work. Inwardly, he apologized to the Earth Dog. "As soon as I get back to the academy and get a new Jade token, I'll come back for you." The Qi Spirit squealed, scooping up the Earth Dog. "Oh my, so fluffy. I adore fluffy things. If you truly want to leave, there's only one way. Destroy the spiritual root that sustains this secret realm. When the realm collapses, you'll be free to go. The only problem is, I don't know where it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been stuck here for so long." Great. That was as helpful as no information at all. Or was Rabbit Spirit supposed to find this spiritual root? And what about Xiao Ming? Was he alright? Unbeknownst to them, the spiritual root sustaining the secret realm was none other than Xiao Ming's demonic sword, Shangshan. Xiao Ming arrived at a cave. He sent Shangshan nearby. But why was there no demonic energy around? Only abundant spiritual energy. He continued forward. Suddenly, he stopped. There they were, the captured members of his clan, imprisoned within. That explained the lack of demonic energy and the abundance of spiritual energy. They were using a spirit-demon conversion array, drawing the demonic energy from Shangshan and the Hu clan, converting it into a constant flow of spiritual energy to sustain the secret realm. The extermination of his clan, an unforgivable crime. Xiao Ming grasped his demonic sword. "Shangshan, you've slumbered for so long. It's time to awaken." What was happening to Xiao Ming? Was he being consumed by the powerful demonic energy, losing control? Was he about to unleash carnage? Back in the cave, Rabbit Spirit waited for Xiao Ming's return. Trapped, he placed his last hope on Xiao Ming. Suddenly, the cave began to shake violently. What was going on? The Qi Spirit reacted, coughing up a mouthful of blood, startling Rabbit Spirit and the Earth Dog. He had been fine just moments ago. What had happened? The Qi Spirit gasped. "The secret realm's spiritual root. It's been destroyed. The realm is collapsing." Rabbit Spirit grabbed the Earth Dog by the scruff of his neck, shoving him back into the Chinquan bag. "What do we do now?" The Qi Spirit explained. "With the realm's collapse, the portal to the academy has opened. You can leave now." Rabbit Spirit knew the Qi Spirit wasn't malicious. "But what about you? I'm a Qi Spirit born of this secret realm. My fate is tied to it. I will live and die with it. This is our chance to get out. You should go quickly," Rabbit Spirit urged. "We don't know what might happen if we wait too long." Rabbit Spirit called out, "You can come with me." But the Qi Spirit, knowing it was born within the secret realm, a solitary being with no ties to the outside world, wondered, "What would I do out there?" It continued, "Besides, with the realm collapsing and the spiritual energy dissipating, I will die anyway. There's no need to go to any trouble." Suddenly, a massive stone plummeted from the ceiling, landing directly above the Qi Spirit. By now, the Qi Spirit was so weak it couldn't muster even a sliver of spiritual energy. It seemed the secret realm was truly and completely destroyed. In a flash of selfless bravery, Rabbit Spirit darted forward, shoving the Qi Spirit out of the way. The massive stone slammed down, crushing Rabbit Spirit beneath its immense weight. Witnessing Rabbit Spirit's desperate act to save its life, a flicker of hope, a desire to live, sparked within the Qi Spirit. Pulled from the rubble, Rabbit Spirit remained unconscious for an entire month. When Rabbit Spirit finally awoke, it saw the Qi Spirit, now looking like a fluffy ball, dressed in a thick winter coat. "Where are we?" Rabbit Spirit asked weakly. The Qi Spirit, which Rabbit Spirit now called Chio Chio, explained, "When the secret realm collapsed, you were hit by a falling rock saving me and fell unconscious. Somehow, during that time, you must have unconsciously activated some kind of formation. When we woke up, we were here at Nandu Academy. Nandu Academy and Beiji Academy are at opposite ends of the continent, thousands of miles apart. It'll be difficult to get back, but don't worry about that now. Focus on recovering from your injuries, Chiyo reassured. Chiyo continued, a blush creeping onto its fluffy cheeks. And thank you. The secret realm's collapse should have destroyed me too, but the spiritual energy within your shoes saved my life. And because of that, you've also become my master. Chiyo explained everything to Rabbit Spirit. With spirit as the medium and blood as the essence, we are bound by spiritual energy. Master, from now on, command me as you will. Rabbit Spirit, overwhelmed, waved a paw dismissively. Commanding you, and all that, forget about it. I'm just glad you're alive. Now Earth Dog will have a companion. Rabbit Spirit then got up and headed for the door, intending to find someone from the academy and ask about their current situation. Pushing the door open, Rabbit Spirit was met with a blizzard. The snow was falling thick and fast, heavier than any snow Rabbit Spirit had ever seen, even in Heilongjiang. Beiji Academy certainly lives up to its name, it thought. Just then, a voice called out from behind. Little junior sister, why are you up? Rabbit Spirit looked around, certain there was no one else nearby. Could they be talking to it? But when did it become someone's little junior sister? Are you talking to me? Rabbit Spirit asked the woman. Of course, little junior sister, she replied. You seem to be in good spirits. I guess your injuries are almost healed. Come on, I'll take you to see Master. Excuse me, Rabbit Spirit ventured, but could you tell me how I ended up at Beiji Academy? And why are you calling me little junior sister? The woman, who Rabbit Spirit now knew as Senior Sister Jean, explained, well, a month ago on my way back to the academy, I found you unconscious and injured by the roadside. I brought you back with me. Beiji Academy only accepts female disciples, and we happen to be in need of a new junior sister. Master found you so adorable that she took you on as her disciple right away. Rabbit Spirit thought, wow, so now discipleships are decided unilaterally? I was unconscious, and now I'm suddenly someone's disciple. They arrived at the main hall, and Rabbit Spirit was stunned as soon as it stepped inside. A group of senior sisters swarmed Rabbit Spirit, pinching its cheeks and fussing over it. They were all female disciples. What kind of strange academy is this? Rabbit Spirit wondered. I feel like I've wandered into some sort of silken lair. It couldn't help but wonder what its reaction would be when it finally met the master of Beiji Academy. Rabbit Spirit, having inexplicably become a disciple at Beiji Academy, was captivated by its master's beauty the moment it laid eyes on her. My dear disciple, the master said, come closer and let master have a look at you. As if entranced, Rabbit Spirit walked towards her. You're such a lovely child. I took you as my disciple without your consent. Do you resent me? The master asked. How could I, with a master as beautiful as you? Rabbit Spirit replied. I'm overjoyed. And what is your name? She asked. I'm called Soft Fluff, Rabbit Spirit answered. The master suddenly stood up. Good. She took Rabbit Spirit's hand and led it outside. From this day forward, Soft Fluff is the youngest disciple of Beiji Academy. All of you, as her senior sisters, must take good care of her, understand? She turned back to Rabbit Spirit. My dear disciple, you've just recovered and shouldn't overexert yourself. Go back and rest for now. I'll introduce you to all your senior sisters properly another day. Night fell quickly. Watching the two small creatures playing on the table, Rabbit Spirit thought, a whole month has passed. I wonder if Uncle Zhuang has broken free from the book yet. And there's still no news of Xieling. He said he'd appear immediately if I was in danger. Xieling is a liar. Why hasn't he come looking for me? At that moment, the only one Rabbit Spirit could vent its frustration on was Earth Dog. But at this very moment, Xiao Ming, too, had been constantly thinking about Rabbit Spirit throughout the past month. He'd ordered his subordinates to investigate for a long time, but they hadn't found any trace. Xiao Ming addressed them coldly. If I recall correctly, the deadline I gave you seems to have passed. I expended considerable energy rescuing you lot from the secret realm. I didn't do it so you could deceive me. Just then a red object flew from the window and landed in Xiao Ming's hand. This is the demonic chi mark I left on Rabbit Spirit's forehead. The demonic energy crackled and buzzed. Xiao Ming understood. No wonder he hadn't been able to sense the location of the mark before. It had been blocked by Beiji Academy's barrier. What would Xiao Ming do now that he knew this? And did Beiji Academy harbor some unknown secret? The Inter Academy competition, hosted by the humans, was scheduled to begin the next day. Xiao Ming ordered his subordinates to immediately depart for the human imperial city. After establishing their false identities, they were to infiltrate the various academies and await his command. As for himself, he had a more important matter to attend to first, retrieving his lost little rabbit. Meanwhile, Rabbit Spirit received a summons from their master. My dear disciple, I have something to discuss with you today. Tomorrow, I will depart with your senior sisters for the human imperial city to participate in the Inter Academy competition. I am truly uneasy about leaving you alone at the academy, so I thought to bring you along with us. What are your thoughts? Rabbit Spirit's ears perked up. That's right. Every academy will participate in the competition. That means the people from Nandu Academy will be there too. Jiang Zhou is in the top 5 at Nandu Academy. He'll definitely be competing. Rabbit Spirit told their master, "Yes, I'll go with you." "Good, then go and pack your things. We'll depart tomorrow morning." The next afternoon, the human imperial city teamed with talented cultivators from various academies. Rabbit Spirit kept glancing around, searching for any sign of Jiang Zhou. But after looking for a long time, they saw nothing. Their master cautioned, "My dear Rabbit Spirit, watch where you're going. Don't look around so much. It's crowded here. Keep up with your senior sisters. Don't get separated." But just then, Rabbit Spirit's eyes widened. That's Jiang Zhou. He really came. Rabbit Spirit dashed off. "Master, senior sisters, I saw someone I know. I'll go say hello and be right back." But in the time it took to turn around, he was gone. Rabbit Spirit was certain they hadn't been mistaken. That was definitely Jiang Zhou. They searched all around, but there wasn't a trace of him. "I just saw Jiang Zhou walking this way. How could he disappear so quickly?" Suddenly, a hand reached out from an alleyway and grabbed Rabbit Spirit, pinning them against the wall. "Speak. Who are you? Why are you sneaking around and following me?" Because Rabbit Spirit was back in their female attire, Jiang Zhou didn't recognize them at all. His grip, however, was rather forceful, showing little consideration for their delicate appearance. Rabbit Spirit exclaimed, "Jiang Zhou, it's me, your buddy, Iron Bull." "What Iron Bull? I heard many of you have been waiting for this scene for a long time. Today it's here." After realizing it was Rabbit Spirit, Jiang Zhou released his hold. Rabbit Spirit asked, "Why are you here in the Imperial City alone?" Jiang Zhou replied, "Of course not. I came with the Academy disciples and elders. I was just sent out to buy something. I didn't expect to run into you." Rabbit Spirit asked excitedly, "Then what about Uncle Zhuang? Did he come to the Imperial City too?" But Jiang Zhou's answer was a blow. "Uncle Zhuang, he's passed away." Rabbit Spirit couldn't believe it. "Passed away? I calculated the time. Uncle Zhuang shouldn't have. It must have been Inspector Chiao." Jiang Zhou continued, "The day I left the secret realm, I took the glazed lily to Uncle Zhuang. But I learned from the elders at the door that Uncle Zhuang had died suddenly the night before. Inspector Chiao died with him. We also suspected foul play and wanted to investigate, but the secret realm suddenly collapsed and the academy was also affected. Everyone was preoccupied with their own survival, so the matter was left unresolved." Another bolt of lightning struck Rabbit Spirit. The secret realm collapsed. The academy was destroyed. Xiaoling hasn't contacted me for so long. Could this be related? He went to find the demonic sword, and then the secret realm collapsed. He didn't escape. No wonder Xiaoling hasn't come looking for me. Suddenly, a searing pain shot through their head. A voice echoed in their mind, tormenting them. "Xiaoling, Uncle Zhuang, why can't I protect anyone I care about?" Demonic chi surged around them. If I were only stronger, would they still be alive? Suddenly, they couldn't hold on any longer. A mouthful of blood sprayed forth, and they collapsed unconscious to the ground. After a long time, Rabbit Spirit seemed to hear a voice calling to them. "Rabbit, Rabbit, come here." Their body began to move involuntarily. "It's you, Fox," Xiao Ming cried, embracing Rabbit Spirit. "You need to wake up. Wake up. I'm still waiting for you." Suddenly, Rabbit Spirit's eyes fluttered open. "What's going on? Is Fox kissing me? What's happening? Are his lips glued to mine? Why won't he stop?" Rabbit Spirit roused from the dream. Opening their eyes, they saw Xiao Ming. "It's Fox. Am I dreaming? Xiao Ming reassured them they weren't. It really is you, Fox. I thought you were gone, that you'd left me. Xiao Ming gently stroked Rabbit Spirit's face. How could I ever leave you? I was just detained by some matters. I'm sorry I'm late. Rabbit Spirit suddenly remembered the kiss upon waking. Mortified, they blushed. Xiao Ming, sensing the awkwardness, quickly offered an excuse. You were overwhelmed with grief earlier. Your core was unstable, and you fell unconscious. I was just trying to save you. I had to transfer my vital energy to revive you. Seeing Rabbit Spirit's downcast expression, Xiao Ming offered their tail. Rabbit Spirit clutched it, sighing. It's your tail. I missed it so much. It's so big and soft. Xiao Ming gazed at Rabbit Spirit's lips, a sudden urge rising within him. He softly called Rabbit Spirit's name. Rabbit Spirit looked up. What is it? Xiao Ming's lips found Rabbit Spirit's once more. Before, the kiss was to transfer energy. Now it's because I want to kiss you. He kissed him again. This whole episode is just kissing. It's making it hard to even write this dialogue. I know you all want to see it, so I'm purposely adding some filler to make the scene last longer. Rabbit Spirit was bewildered. Am I still dreaming? Why else would Fox keep kissing me? Suddenly, the reality of the situation hit them, and they blushed crimson, hiding beneath the covers. Xiao Ming lay beside them, pulling back the covers. What's wrong? Why are you shy? You've exerted yourself too much today. Your core is nearing its limit. Don't expend any more energy. Just sleep tonight. I'll explain everything in the morning. And so, they drifted off to sleep. I've finally managed to finish this episode. Just how clingy are Xiao Ming and Rabbit Spirit. Even sleeping, they have to hold each other so tight. Rabbit Spirit asked Xiao Ming, Fox, what did you mean yesterday about vital energy in my core? Xiao Ming replied, last night, when I was transferring energy to you, I noticed your core was on the verge of shattering. Have you noticed anything unusual with your body lately? Rabbit Spirit answered, not really. Does it count if my heart hurts when I get emotional? It hurts, and then I lose consciousness. Xiao Ming used his magic to examine Rabbit Spirit. So that's it. Humans, demons, and the Yao all have their cores located in their dantian. But you're an exception. Your core is in your heart. If there's a problem with your core, your heart will be affected. Your previous episodes of unconsciousness are probably related to this. Rabbit Spirit's voice was filled with despair. Does that mean I'm a monster? Xiao Ming embraced them. You're not a monster. You're my little rabbit. He thought to himself, there's another force eroding Rabbit Spirit's core, and I can't control it. Could it be because of the snow lotus they ate before? Rabbit Spirit asked, Fox, do you know about Nandu Academy being destroyed a month ago? Xiao Ming sighed. Yes, I know. And to be honest, the responsibility for the secret realm's collapse and the destruction of the academy lies with me. A pang of guilt shot through him. And Uncle Zhuang's death. Xiao Ming knew what Rabbit Spirit was thinking. I didn't have anything to do with Uncle Zhuang's death. It was Inspector Chiao, but he was just a pawn. The mastermind behind it all is someone else. Don't worry, I'll find the one responsible and avenge you. Rabbit Spirit thought of their mother. Fox, you're so good to me, just like my mother. Xiao Ming said, don't worry, I'll always be good to you, but I want to be more than just like your mother. I want to be the one you love. He had finally confessed, but Rabbit Spirit seemed startled, unsure how to respond. Just then, a voice called from outside. Little junior sister, are you awake? It was senior sister Jean. Rabbit Spirit hurried to the door. Xiao Ming started to call after them, but Rabbit Spirit said, Senior sister is looking for me. It must be important. Just wait here for me, Fox. Xiao Ming decided not to push it. He couldn't pressure Rabbit Spirit too much. Suddenly, someone appeared beside him. Sun Shang, the tasks you assigned me are complete. Our people have been placed within the various academies. They've replaced quite a few academy elders. Understood. Have them proceed cautiously. They mustn't be exposed. If there's nothing else, you may leave. From now on, act according to the circumstances. Don't let the Rabbit Spirit see you. This was the difference between how Xiao Ming treated Rabbit Spirit and everyone else. The real show was about to begin. On Rabbit Spirit's side, Senior Sister Jean asked, Are you feeling better now? You suddenly fainted yesterday and scared us to death. You must take better care of yourself from now on. If you're feeling unwell, just tell us. Junior Sister, don't try to tough it out on your own. Also, things have been a bit unsettled in the Imperial City lately. You can't wander off like you did yesterday. Rabbit Spirit asked, Everything was fine yesterday. Why is it suddenly unsettled? Senior Sister Jean explained, The disciples participating in the Inter-Academy competition have been arriving in the Imperial City. The Emperor has arranged for everyone to stay at the Imperial Palace. But last night, an elder from Xianyue Academy was assassinated within the Imperial Palace. The Emperor is investigating the matter. So, the Inter-Academy competition, originally scheduled for tomorrow, has been postponed for 3 days. In short, just stay close to us. Don't wander off. Let's go, junior sister. Master is waiting for us to discuss matters. He'll be worried if we're late. Later that evening, Rabbit Spirit thought, Master gave me so many instructions. To be safe, I should just stay in the Imperial Palace these next few days. It's so late. I wonder if Xiao Ming is still in his room. I haven't figured out how to answer what he said this morning. Should I just agree or play it cool a little? Oh, I'll just agree. Rabbit Spirit arrived at the door of Xiao Ming's room. The light inside was on. Could Xiao Ming still be inside? Rabbit Spirit pushed open the door. Xiao Ming, are you still here? Suddenly, they saw Xiao Ming with a strange woman. Who is this woman? Xiao Ming confessed his feelings to me just this morning. Why is he alone in a room with a woman tonight? What's going on? This morning, he was holding me, kissing me, and comforting me. But now, he's alone in a room with a strange woman in the middle of the night. Rabbit Spirit couldn't stand it and rushed inside. The woman asked, "Who are you?" Rabbit Spirit couldn't believe this was happening. They didn't speak. The woman continued, "I asked you a question. Are you mute?" Rabbit Spirit forced a smile. "I'm a disciple of Beiji Academy, Wan Yinyan. I don't know who you are, Mississippi." The woman replied, "Qingyun Academy, Shuero." So it's senior sister Shuero from Qingyun Academy. Shuero said sarcastically, "How amusing. I'd like to ask you, junior sister Mian, what brings you to our Qingyun Academy elder's room so late at night?" Rabbit Spirit was stunned. Pointing at Xiao Ming, they stammered, "What? You say he's your elder?" Shuero, with a sardonic expression, said, "Chasing after him without even knowing his status as an elder. You're just like those clingy women." Rabbit Spirit wanted to curse at her theatrics, but fearing repercussions, decided to try and scare her. They threw a punch towards Shuero's face with lightning speed, giving her no time to react. But Rabbit Spirit only meant to frighten her, not actually hit her. "What's wrong, senior sister?" "I'm just stretching. Did you think I would actually hit you?" "Don't worry. I can't easily resort to violence right now." They then patted their stomach. "After all, I'm already carrying your elder's child." This infuriated Shuero, who gathered spiritual energy in her hand. "It's just a bastard. I'll make it disappear." Suddenly, a hand clamped around Shuero's neck. "You dare. If you dare touch it, I'll make you disappear completely." Shuero struggled against Xiao Ming's grip. "No, don't. My father is the dean." Xiao Ming released her. "That palm strike you just used was clearly aimed at Rabbit Spirit's Dantian. Were you trying to destroy their cultivation? I'll spare you this time for your father's sake. If there's a next time, you won't be so lucky. Get out now." "Fine, I'll leave." After Shuero scurried away, Xiao Ming wrapped his tail around Rabbit Spirit, stroking their belly. "Little one, did you just mean you want to bear my child?" Xiao Ming and Rabbit Spirit had finally made their relationship official. While Rabbit Spirit and Shuero were arguing, Xiao Ming, though awake, had been watching the scene unfold. His purpose was to see if Rabbit Spirit would get jealous on his behalf. Clearly, Rabbit Spirit had also unknowingly fallen for him. Xiao Ming asked, "Have you thought about how to answer my question from this morning?" Rabbit Spirit blushed, shyly saying, "I've thought about it. From now on, I'm your rabbit and yours alone. But you can only have me." Xiao Ming caressed Rabbit Spirit's face. "My heart holds only you." But in the next instant, Rabbit Spirit shattered the romantic atmosphere. "Now, let's settle the score. Shuero said you're an elder of Qingyun Academy. Is that true? How come I didn't know? What else are you hiding from me? Tell me everything." Xiao Ming stammered, admitting it was true, but only to conceal his real identity. Xiao Ming thought, having said this much, should I continue? If I reveal my true identity, will Rabbit Spirit still stay with me after knowing? I've already said half of it. If I don't tell her, she'll definitely be angry. It's best to give her the choice. Xiao Ming continued, "My true identity is the Demon King they all clamor to kill. The righteous cultivators want nothing more than to tear me to pieces." After speaking, Xiao Ming noticed Rabbit Spirit's expression shift. As expected, she should want to leave me now that I've said it. But in the next moment, Rabbit Spirit, for the first time, Judong Ly kissed Xiao Ming. She spoke softly, "I don't know what you've been through, but I believe you're not a bad person. I only believe what I see with my own eyes. If it weren't for you, I might have died countless times at the hands of those so-called righteous cultivators." Xiao Ming embraced Rabbit Spirit tightly. "After the Inter-Academy competition, I'll take you back to the demon realm, okay? Then we could be together every day and never be apart again. But would Xiao Ming and Rabbit Spirit's love truly be as smooth as he envisioned? Would something unexpected happen before the Inter Academy competition? The Demon King had broken free from his seal, and the Snow Lotus, the only thing that could restrain him, had vanished without a trace. The Emperor postponed the competition, not to thoroughly investigate the murder of Elder Xianyue, but to travel to the Demon Realm with the Dean of Qian Academy to search for the Snow Lotus. Rabbit Spirit thought, the Snow Lotus? Could it be the one I ate? Senior Sister Jean looked at Rabbit Spirit and stroked her head. Junior Sister, don't worry. The Demon King's affairs have nothing to do with us. We're safe. They arrived at the competition arena just in time. We're next. Senior Sister Jean and Shuero were called. Rabbit Spirit glared at Shuero. Look at that shameless Shuero, getting so close to Senior Sister Jean again. What are they talking about? Why are they smiling so happily? Xiaoming also noticed Rabbit Spirit. He walked over to her. Shuero thought, it's you again, ruining my plans. Xiaoming asked Rabbit Spirit, are you participating in the competition too? Rabbit Spirit replied, although I'm not competing, I wouldn't flirt with other girls in public like you. Xiaoming understood. Oh, I think I smell something sour. Are you jealous, Rabbit Spirit? Their master, seeing them talking, asked, my dear disciple, who is this? Rabbit Spirit introduced Xiaoming to her master. Master, this is my brother Danielle. Rabbit Spirit's master glanced at Xiaoming. Is that so? Your brother bears a striking resemblance to someone I once knew. Just then, the announcer on stage declared, the next match, Ajin from Beiji Academy versus Shuero from Qingyun Academy. Senior Sister Jean stepped onto the stage. Rabbit Spirit cheered her on. The match officially began. Shuero immediately attacked with her blade, but Senior Sister Jean blocked it. Junior Sister Shuero is quite impatient, isn't she? Senior Sister Jean said with a dark look. Senior Sister, you should worry about yourself. Swords have no eyes. Rabbit Spirit watched, worried for Senior Sister Jean. Although Senior Sister Jin's spiritual power was greater than Shuero's, Shuero was not someone to be trifled with. If she uses dirty tricks, Senior Sister will be in danger. Will this match really turn out as I fear? As Rabbit Spirit feared, Shuero, to get revenge, viciously attacked Senior Sister Jean, who had always been kind and caring towards her. Senior Sister Jean suddenly collapsed on the stage, her eyes stinging. What's happening? She cried. Just now, during the fight, a white powder blew towards me. Their master, Dean Wanyin, rushed onto the stage. Someone dared to poison my disciple. He gathered spiritual energy in his hand and launched an attack at Shuero. Suddenly, the attack was blocked by another force. Dean Wanyin, attacking a junior with such force? It was the Dean of Qingyun Academy. Shuero, hiding behind her father, cried, Daddy, Dean Wanyin is trying to hurt me without knowing the truth. He's wrongly accusing me. Rabbit Spirit shouted, You're lying? You were the one who hurt my senior sister's eyes. Shuero continued to feign fragility. Junior sister, you mustn't make false accusations. It was chaotic just now. No one knows where that object that injured your senior sister came from. Seeing her suddenly hurt like this frightened me as well. Just then, an elderly man approached. What happened? Why are you all gathered here? It turned out to be Dean Fong. Dean Fong saw senior sister Jean. How did this disciple get so badly injured? Dean Wanyin replied to Dean Fong. My disciple was competing with a Qingyun Academy disciple. I never imagined the opponent would be so ruthless, practically trying to kill my disciple. The Dean of Qingyun Academy interjected. The matter hasn't been concluded yet. Dean Wanyin is slandering my student. Dean Fong, I ask you to uphold justice for Qingyun Academy. Dean Fong declared, I oversee the academy competition on behalf of the emperor. Naturally, I must be fair and just. I will investigate this matter thoroughly and give you an explanation. But right now, the most important thing is to treat this disciple's injuries. Today's competition ends here. Everyone, please return and rest. Suddenly, Rabbit Spirit called out, Dean Fong, wait. The match between my senior sister and that woman hasn't been decided. I volunteered to compete with her on my senior sister's behalf. Shuero thought to herself, perfect. She said aloud, if junior sister wishes to spar, I'll gladly accept. Dean Fong nodded. Since you both agree, then your match will be scheduled for tomorrow. Soon, everyone had left. Xiao Ming said to Rabbit Spirit, don't be sad. I'll go kill Shui tonight. Rabbit Spirit shook her head. No, this is something I need to resolve personally. Shui Ro is clearly targeting me. I'll give her what she wants. but I feel so bad for senior sister Jean, who's always taken care of me. I'm the one who caused her this harm. The next day, would Rabbit Spirit's match proceed smoothly? What unexpected events would occur during the competition? That woman is truly vicious. Driven by her intense jealousy of Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming's relationship, she had used a despicable trick to injure the eyes of the senior sister who doted on Rabbit Spirit. Rabbit Spirit felt responsible and determined to avenge her senior sister. She would defeat that woman fair and square in the arena the next day. Senior sister Jin's eye injury was far more severe than they had initially thought. Even with Dean Wanyin and Xiao Ming using their spiritual energy to heal her, they could only prevent the poison from spreading further. Suddenly, someone patted Rabbit Spirit on the shoulder. It was Dean Fong. He had been entrusted by Elder Wanyin to examine senior sister Jean. He said to Rabbit Spirit, "If I'm not mistaken, you're the new disciple Dean Wanyin took in, aren't you?" He thought to himself, so this is the disciple that old Codger risked his life to save. She does seem to have potential. Just then, Xiao Ming arrived. "Dean Fong, you're finally here." Elder Wanyin is getting impatient. "Please go in and help with the treatment." Dean Fong replied, "Of course." He then went inside. After Dean Fong left, Xiao Ming cautioned Rabbit Spirit, "You must be careful of that man. He's a shrewd one. It's best to avoid him in the future. Do you understand?" Soon night fell. Rabbit Spirit was reading a book. Suddenly, a crimson tail reached out and touched Rabbit Spirit. What was happening? Was he trying to drink her blood again? Xiao Ming asked, "May I?" Rabbit Spirit, long accustomed to this, no longer felt the fear she had the first time. She offered her neck. "Go ahead. Let's get this over with so we can sleep." Rabbit Spirit held Xiao Ming's head. Strange, it doesn't hurt as much this time. Suddenly, Xiao Ming released her. He asked with concern, "What's wrong? Does it hurt?" Rabbit Spirit said, "I'm fine." She caressed Xiao Ming's cheek. "Fox, has anyone ever told you how beautiful your eyes are?" Xiao Ming replied, "My mother said I inherited them from her." Rabbit Spirit had never heard Xiao Ming mention his mother before. "Then your mother must have been a great beauty." Xiao Ming said sadly, "Yes, she was so beautiful that even in death, those people wouldn't leave her alone." Rabbit Spirit looked at Xiao Ming with compassion. Fox has never spoken about his parents. Given his identity as the Demon King, he must have suffered a great deal. During Rabbit Spirit's match with Shuero, as expected, resorted to underhanded tactics once more. It was the same tactic that had injured senior sister Jin's eyes. Would Rabbit Spirit suffer the same fate? One night, after hearing Xiao Ming's story, Rabbit Spirit felt a pang of sympathy and embraced him. But Xiao Ming misinterpreted the gesture. "Are you hugging me because you pity me for not having parents?" Rabbit Spirit, bewildered by Xiao Ming's train of thought, replied, "What a strange thing to say. Fox, if you want, you can think of me as your mother." Well, isn't he taking advantage of the situation? But in the next second, Xiao Ming kissed Rabbit Spirit again. "You can only be my queen." Soon, the day of the second round of the competition arrived. Rabbit Spirit said, "Shuero, it seems I must be careful today. After all, my eyes are so beautiful. It would be a shame if someone were to melt them with poison." Shuero continued to feign innocence. "Junior sister, what do you mean? Could it be you still suspect me?" With the referee's signal, the match officially began. Shuero was the first to charge, attacking fiercely. Rabbit Spirit easily blocked her advances. But what happened next was unexpected. "Senior sister Shuero, yesterday you were only at level 1. We haven't even seen each other for a full day, and today you've advanced to level 15? You've clearly used some sort of trick." Shuero retorted angrily. "Do you think everyone is like you, neglecting their cultivation and only thinking about seducing men all day?" Rabbit Spirit, seemingly having struck a nerve, continued to pour salt on the wound. "Senior sister Shuero, what did you eat today? Why is there such a sour taste in your words? Could it be you're still hung up on your elder? It's such a pity. Your elder has already confessed his feelings to me. There's no room for any other woman in his heart." Hearing this, Shuero instantly lost all reason. Consumed by rage, she wanted nothing more than to tear Rabbit Spirit to shreds. She lunged at Rabbit Spirit with her sword, but Rabbit Spirit didn't dodge. She simply smiled faintly. In the next moment, Rabbit Spirit was struck by the sword. She gasped, "It's just a competition, senior sister Shuero. Why are you suddenly so angry? Do you really want to kill me?" Shuero, still not satisfied, pulled out a vial of poisonous powder and flung it towards Rabbit Spirit's eyes. Just at the critical moment, Dean Wanyin caught her red-handed. The inter-academy competition is no place for such savagery. It turned out that this whole scene was a trap laid by Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Ming. Xiao Ming whispered, "Rabbit Spirit, quickly pretend to faint." The next second, she collapsed into Xiao Ming's arms. The match ended there, and Xiao Ming carried Rabbit Spirit back to their lodgings. By the time Rabbit Spirit awoke, it was already late in the evening. It had to be said, though, Xiao Ming seemed quite at home, snuggled up in her bed. This was perhaps the true definition of a caught in the act moment. Rabbit Spirit told her master that Xiao Ming was her brother. At that very moment, her master walked in and witnessed the scene. Since yesterday's match, with both witnesses and physical evidence against her, Shui Ro had been arrested and imprisoned, awaiting trial for intentionally poisoning Rabbit Spirit. Finally, Senior Sister Jean had been avenged, her name cleared. Xiao Ming said to Rabbit Spirit, "The matter of the inter-academy competition has been resolved. Now, you should return to the demon realm with me. While you were unconscious, I examined your spiritual body. A strange spiritual energy is corroding you. If you stay in the human realm much longer, this condition will worsen. You must have noticed the discomfort yourself. Come back to the demon realm with me for treatment, all right?" Rabbit Spirit, realizing the gravity of the situation, agreed to return to the demon realm with Xiao Ming. Just then, Rabbit Spirit's master, Elder Wanyin, came to check on her injuries. "My dear disciple, are you awake? Master is here to see you." Before she could finish, she took in the scene before her. "What are you two doing?" Rabbit Spirit stammered. Wanyin interrupted. "Elder Ming, I need to speak with my disciple. Would you please excuse us for a moment?" Rabbit Spirit wondered why her master had addressed Xiao Ming as Elder. Could she already know his true identity as the Demon King? Xiao Ming stroked Rabbit Spirit's head. "I'll wait for you outside. If you need anything, just call me. I'll come in immediately." Her master sat beside her, asking inquisitively, "Are you two really siblings?" Rabbit Spirit blushed. "Master, you already know?" Wanyin pointed at her head. "Do you think I'm foolish? What kind of siblings are this clingy? And sharing a bed? Earlier, while you were unconscious, Elder Ming said he wanted to take you away from Beiji Academy. My dear disciple, are you really going to leave with him?" Rabbit Spirit replied, "Yes, I'll leave with him." She thought to herself that Xiao Ming's identity as the Demon King was sensitive. Staying here too long could endanger the academy. For the safety of her master and fellow disciples, leaving as soon as possible was the best course of action. Wanyin felt a pang of sadness. Her most beloved disciple was leaving her. "Since you've made up your mind, I won't stop you. Leaving this time, it may be difficult to return. But rest assured, my disciple, Master in Beiji Academy will always be here for you." Rabbit Spirit embraced Wanyin tightly. It was clear that this master truly cherished her disciple. With Rabbit Spirit gone, perhaps we, too, would never see this beautiful master again. To help Rabbit Spirit heal, Xiao Ming decided to take her back to the demon realm. But before that, he needed to transform her into her small rabbit form. Even though Rabbit Spirit was still annoyed, finding the situation inconvenient, there was nothing she could do. Xiao Ming worried that maintaining his human form in the human realm would drain his spiritual energy and affect the strange energy within Rabbit Spirit. He promised to lift the restriction once they returned to the demon realm. "Rabbit," Xiao Ming asked, "are you sure you don't want to say goodbye to your master and Senior Sister Jean before we leave?" Rabbit Spirit replied, "I think it's best not to. I'm afraid that seeing them will make it too hard to leave." Xiao Ming offered comfort. "Don't be sad. When you're better, if you want to return, I'll bring you back anytime." He held Rabbit Spirit close. "Since everything's settled, let's depart for the demon realm." They arrived quickly. Rabbit Spirit felt her body become lighter and more comfortable. The discomfort in her chest eased. Xiao Ming explained, "The demonic energy is abundant in the demon realm. It can help alleviate your symptoms." In the next moment, Rabbit Spirit transformed back into her human form. Xiao Ming declared, "This is my palace. From now on, it's yours too." He thought to himself, "Little rabbit, you've finally come home with me." Rabbit Spirit, slightly intimidated by the grandeur, looked around. Xiao Ming reassured her, "Don't be afraid. They're my subordinates. They won't harm you." His protectiveness was palpable. He addressed his subordinates. "You are all dismissed. Do not disturb us unless necessary." Then, turning to Rabbit Spirit with tenderness, he said, "Let me take you to rest. If you want to know anything about me, I will tell you everything." With that, he carried her into a room. The night passed quickly. When Rabbit Spirit awoke, Xiao Ming was gone. Another woman was in the room. "You're awake, miss," the woman said. "My name is Yin Yu. His Majesty sent me to protect you. If you have any questions or need anything, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do my best to help you." "Thank you," Rabbit Spirit replied. "Could you take me to Xiaoming?" Yin Yu was enthusiastic. "Of course. But first, please allow me to escort you to freshen up. I will take you to His Majesty shortly." What interesting stories would unfold now that Rabbit Spirit was in the demon realm? It was surprising how quickly things had progressed. They were practically living together now. Yin Yu led Rabbit Spirit to a lavishly decorated bathroom. "Did you all build this?" Rabbit Spirit asked curiously. Yin Yu explained. "His Majesty built this palace single-handedly. Every plant and every detail is arranged as the Fox Clan's palace was 300 years ago." 300 years ago, Rabbit Spirit thought. Xiaoming has been sealed for 300 years. Yin Yu excused herself after escorting Rabbit Spirit to the bathroom. Rabbit Spirit sank into the bath, enjoying the soothing warmth. She wondered where Xiaoming had gone so early in the morning. Suddenly, a voice spoke beside her. "Little Rabbit, are you looking for me?" Rabbit Spirit blushed as she saw Xiaoming. "Where were you, Xiaoming? You promised to tell me about your past last night." Xiaoming began to undress. "I had some matters to attend to. Now that they're finished, I came straight here to be with you." Rabbit Spirit was startled. "Whatever you're about to do, please tell me before you take your clothes off." Xiaoming sat beside her. "Don't worry, I won't do anything to you right now. You had a lot of questions for me, didn't you? Ask away. I can tell you everything now." He gently drew her into his arms. "Xiaoming," Rabbit Spirit began, "I've always wanted to ask you, is your enemy the human realm? I heard Senior Sister Jean mention that Snow Lotus can be used against you, but I think I ate that Snow Lotus. If what I ate was truly Snow Lotus, then I must protect myself and not let them capture me to use against you." Xiaoming caressed her face. "Don't worry, I will protect you." But Rabbit Spirit wasn't afraid of death. "Xiaoming," she continued, "if I am captured, please consider me dead. Don't let them use me against you." Xiaoming reassured her. "Don't worry, my enemy isn't the entire human realm. It's just Elder Ouyang." Rabbit Spirit's eyes widened. "Elder Ouyang? The Elder Ouyang of the 01 sect? But isn't he dead?" Xiaoming continued to explain. "You can also call him Dean Fong now. When Ouyang was still in the 01 sect, he was obsessed with human experimentation. He found ordinary human bodies too fragile to withstand his experiments. So, he turned his attention to the demon realm. He colluded with the 01 sect to massacre our nine-tailed Fox Clan. I was the only survivor. His experiments turned me into a half-demon. I managed to escape and sought revenge, but he sealed me for 300 years. Ouyang then faked his death and became Dean Fong of the Qiyang Academy. The 01 sect was condemned for their slaughter of the demon race and their human experimentation." Rabbit Spirit looked at Xiaoming with deep heartache. She hadn't realized he had endured so much alone. But now Xiaoming had her and a peaceful life. Would he still choose revenge? Past experience suggested that whenever Xiaoming left Rabbit Spirit's side, danger would befall her. She wondered if being in the demon realm, Xiaoming's territory, would break this pattern. Upon learning Xiaoming's story, Rabbit Spirit's heart ached for him. For the first time, she initiated a kiss, saying, "I will help you take revenge." Xiaoming swept Rabbit Spirit into his arms. "The bath is done, and everything's been said. Now, let's go get something to eat." In the dining hall, a magnificent feast awaited them. Being back in his own realm certainly had its perks. Xiaoming addressed Rabbit Spirit. "Before you left Beiji Academy, your master asked me to find a medicinal herb called the Mars flower. It's said to be incredibly effective in treating eye ailments and only grows in the demon realm. Would you like to join me in searching for it?" Of course, Rabbit Spirit agreed. Senior Sister Jin's eyes had been injured because of her. If the Mars flower could truly heal them, Rabbit Spirit would do anything. "Yes," she replied. "Let's go now." They soon arrived at the Demon Realm marketplace. To Rabbit Spirit's surprise, it was just as bustling as any human market, teeming with all sorts of demons. Suddenly, one of Xiaoming's subordinates approached. "Your Majesty," the subordinate reported, "we've discovered Elder Ouyang's tracks nearby. What are your orders?" Xiaoming responded, "Have your men intercept him. I'll be there shortly." Turning to Rabbit Spirit, he said, "I need to attend to this matter. I'll come find you later." Knowing of Xiaoming's past, Rabbit Spirit offered her full support. "Go without worry. I'll be with Yin Yu. Xiao Ming looked at Yin Yu. Take good care of the queen. There must be no mistakes. After Xiao Ming departed, Yin Yu turned to Rabbit Spirit. My lady, we've been traveling for half a day. Are you hungry? Now that she mentioned it, Rabbit Spirit realized she was. I saw a stall selling grilled cold noodles over there, Yin Yu offered. I'll go get some. Please wait here. I'll be back soon. Figuring she would be safe in Xiao Ming's territory, Rabbit Spirit agreed. She thought to herself, they say the Mars flower grows in the demon realm, but we've been searching for half a day and haven't even seen a common herb. Suddenly, someone tapped Rabbit Spirit on the shoulder from behind. Young lady, an old woman's voice croaked. I have a few questions for you. Would you mind sparing a moment? Unexpectedly, Rabbit Spirit had been unwittingly captured and brought back to the Rabbit Clan. Worse, she was to be presented to the Demon King like some kind of merchandise. How had this happened? The old woman she'd encountered in the marketplace was the Rabbit Clan's matriarch. Upon discovering Rabbit Spirit was a rabbit demon, the matriarch had taken her captive. When Rabbit Spirit awoke, she found herself in the Rabbit Clan's camp. Another young woman, who looked remarkably like her, was standing nearby. You're awake, the woman said. With the matriarch's power, you should have slept until morning. Why are you up so early? A confused Rabbit Spirit asked. Matriarch? Are you talking about the old woman with the walking stick? Yes, the woman replied. She's the Rabbit Clan's leader, and she specializes in catching deserters like you. My name is Chio-E. I'm also a rabbit demon. Rabbit Clan deserters? Rabbit Spirit thought. Have I stumbled into the Rabbit Clan by mistake? She addressed Chio. Miss, I'm a rabbit demon, but I've been wandering since I was young and have never returned to the clan. What do you mean by deserters? Chio-E explained, many young women have recently run away from the Rabbit Clan. The matriarch is furious and is personally leading the effort to bring them back. Rabbit Spirit couldn't understand why the rabbit demons would flee. Chio-E continued, they're running because the Demon King is choosing a concubine. A few months ago, His Majesty declared he would take a rabbit demon as his wife and queen. He ordered all unmarried rabbit maidens to enter the palace for selection. The selection itself wouldn't be so bad, but every woman chosen by the Demon King has died without exception. Rabbit Spirit gasped, died? How can a selection process kill people? Chio-E hushed Rabbit Spirit. I don't know the details, but the bodies of the chosen rabbit maidens were brought back. The Demon King even arranged for their burial. Rabbit Spirit whispered, Chio-E, do you think the Demon King killed them? Chio-E pushed Rabbit Spirit away. Enough talk. After you bathe, come with me. The matriarch is waiting for us in the main hall. Inside the hall, the matriarch addressed the assembled women. Tomorrow is the day you enter the palace. Behave yourselves. We rabbit demons are not cowards. What am I going to do? Little Rabbit has been inadvertently captured and taken to participate in the Demon King's concubine selection. Who is this Demon King anyway? Could it be Xiao Ming? If it is, why would Xiao Ming harm the rabbit demon women? If it's not, what will Xiao Ming do when he finds out Little Rabbit is going to marry someone else? Tomorrow is the day of the selection. I've already been gone for a whole day. I wonder if Xiao Ming has noticed. If I'm any later, Little Rabbit will belong to someone else. Chio-E invited Little Rabbit to sleep with her tonight. Tomorrow, the two of them will face the selection together. Little Rabbit agreed verbally, but her mind raced. She needed to find a way to get a message to Xiao Ming. Back in her room, she rummaged through her storage pouch for the communication bell. Unfortunately, the bell required 2 people, one for each person, to work across any distance. She hadn't given one to Xiao Ming. Tomorrow was the selection. Escape was impossible. What would she do? Suddenly, a voice came from outside the door. Someone was there. It was Xiao Ming. He called for Little Rabbit to come out. Little Rabbit was astonished. Xiao Ming, how did you know I was here? Xiao Ming replied, I followed the scent of rabbit, of course. I only left for a little while, and you ran off with someone else. Little Rabbit explained that she hadn't run off with anyone. The Rabbit Clan matriarch had used illusion magic, and she'd felt dizzy. When she woke up, she was here. Xiao Ming said, then let me take you away now. But Little Rabbit hesitated, stammering, Xiao Ming, I don't want to leave yet. That Demon King has killed so many rabbit demon women. Something's clearly wrong. I want to stay and find out the truth. Xiao Ming embraced her. All right, I'll do as you wish. I'll have people protect you secretly. If anything happens, I'll be there immediately." Before he could finish, Little Rabbit interrupted him. "Xiao Ming, for you, this is a communication bell. If anything happens, we can use this to contact each other. It's very convenient." She placed it in his hand. Xiao Ming understood its purpose. As it was getting late, he kissed Little Rabbit and left. The next day arrived quickly. The Demon King's palace was filled with young rabbit demon maidens. Little Rabbit muttered, "This Demon King is putting on quite the show. We've been waiting for 2 hours, and he still hasn't shown up." He gestured for her to be quiet. "This palace is full of the Demon King's subordinates. If they hear you speaking ill of His Majesty, the consequences will be dire." Little Rabbit wasn't worried. She had the communication bell now. If there was any danger, Xiao Ming could come to her aid at any time. She was now more curious about the Demon King's age. He said, "His Majesty is only 300 years old. He's the most handsome man in our demon realm." Little Rabbit looked at her. He blushed whenever she spoke of the Demon King. Could she already be harboring secret feelings for him? Come to think of it, it made sense. Xiao Ming was also 300 years old, yet he still looked like he was 18. It was hard not to fall for such a man. Oh dear, oh dear. Little Rabbit was suddenly declared a concubine, but the Demon King didn't seem to be Xiao Ming. The Demon King approached Little Rabbit and Chiu-Yi. Little Rabbit looked at him, thinking, "This Demon King is just so-so. His features are all right, but he's nowhere near as handsome as Xiao Ming." The Demon King looked at them. "You have some nerve, Rabbit, daring to look me directly in the eye." Chiu-Yi quickly tugged on Little Rabbit's sleeve and dropped her knees. "Chiu-Yi greets Your Majesty. Please forgive our transgression, Your Majesty." Little Rabbit stammered, inventing a name for herself. "Who greets Your Majesty." The Demon King told them to raise their heads. Seeing their faces, he thought, "I've seen many rabbit demon women, but these two are exceptionally beautiful." Their names suggested they were sisters. The Demon King asked, "Which of you is the elder sister and which is the younger?" Chiu-Yi indicated that she was the elder sister. The Demon King looked at Little Rabbit. "Then you must be the younger sister." He helped them both up. "Rise. Someone, take these two sisters to Lianyu Pavilion. They shall be known as Concubine E and Concubine Ku." Little Rabbit was stunned. Just like that, they were concubines? Becoming his disciple had been hasty, but this was even more so. The Demon King's subordinate told them to follow him to Lianyu Pavilion, their new residence. They soon arrived. "Your ladyships," the subordinate said, "this is where you will be staying from now on. Please rest well. If His Majesty summons you, I will send someone to inform you. If there is nothing else, I will take my leave." But Little Rabbit had a question, so she stopped him. "I wanted to ask, are there many treasures in the Demon King's palace?" The subordinate replied proudly, "Of course. Our king is the ruler of the entire demon realm. Almost all rare treasures are housed within this palace." Rabbit Spirit was trying to discreetly inquire whether there were any medicinal herbs here that could cure Senior Sister Jean. It turned out there were. A servant informed her that many medicinal herbs were cultivated on the mountain behind Lianyu Pavilion. If her ladyship needed anything, she simply had to ask. Rabbit Spirit dismissed the servant. "No need," she said. "I was just asking casually. You may leave." Under the cloak of night, two figures clad in black plotted against Xiao Ming. Unbeknownst to them, Rabbit Spirit, concealed in the shadows, overheard everything. Anxious to warn Xiao Ming, she accidentally stepped on a branch, the snap echoing in the stillness. The figures in black heard the sound. Was Rabbit Spirit in danger? Time rewound to earlier that morning. After dismissing the servant, Rabbit Spirit pondered the dangers lurking within the Demon King's palace. She resolved to be cautious and avoid trouble. Since she was already residing here, she decided to explore the mountain behind the pavilion that night, searching for the Mars flower that could heal Senior Sister Jin's eyes. Night fell quickly. Rabbit Spirit had been searching for over half an hour, but hadn't even glimpsed the Mars flower. In fact, she'd barely seen any ordinary Lingji mushrooms either. Discouraged, she decided to give up for the night and try another location tomorrow. Just as she turned to leave, she overheard voices speaking ill of Xiao Ming. "That Demon King is utterly arrogant. He launched an attack, and our forces couldn't withstand him. Does the headmaster have any countermeasures?" Not yet. Such a calamity. If only we had eliminated him 300 years ago, we wouldn't be facing this disaster now. It's too late for regrets. I'm here to collect the bodies. What does the headmaster need now? Didn't we give you plenty last time? We've used them all. Indeed, with the accelerated progress of the Demon King's ritual research, the rabbit demon women you provided last time have been consumed. Rabbit Spirit, hearing the mention of bodies and research, realized with horror that they were conducting experiments. She had to warn Xiao Ming immediately, but as she turned to flee, she made a sound. The two figures in black, alerted, rushed towards her. At that critical moment, a hand clamped over her mouth. Seeing no one of the figures said, "There are many demonic beasts in these mountains. It was probably just a passing beast. Don't be scared. No one knows we're here. Come on, let's collect the bodies. We can't delay the headmaster's important work." It was Xiao Ming who had saved her. His timely arrival and use of an invisibility spell had prevented their discovery. Rabbit Spirit quickly relayed what she had overheard. "I overheard them talking about human experimentation, using it against you." Xiao Ming stroked her fur reassuringly. "Don't worry, I've known about their scheme for a while. I've let it continue to lure them into a trap. Have you been busy fighting the humans?" Rabbit Spirit asked. "Not just humans," Xiao Ming replied, "but demons as well. I won't spare anyone who participated in the slaughter of my nine-tailed fox clan 300 years ago." Could the demons Xiao Ming spoke of be connected to the Demon King? Faced with two powerful enemies, the Demon King and Headmaster Fong, a great battle was imminent. Would Xiao Ming succeed in his quest for revenge? Early the next morning, Xiao Yi rushed to find Rabbit Spirit. "Xiao Gu, you're finally awake. Come quickly. The king has summoned us. He's receiving emissaries from the human realm today. As the only two concubines in the palace, we must attend." Rabbit Spirit wondered if the human emissaries were from the academy. If she encountered someone she knew, her disguise would be blown. Seeing Rabbit Spirit's hesitation, Xiao Yi reassured her, "Don't worry, Xiao Gu. We just need to attend to the king." They soon arrived at the main hall. The Demon King addressed Rabbit Spirit. "Concubine Xiao, why are you wearing a veil today? Are you unwell?" "Your Majesty, it's nothing serious. I have a sudden allergy on my face and didn't want to alarm our guests, so I covered it with a veil." The Demon King took her hand. "I'll have the royal physician examine you later. We mustn't neglect your health." He then turned to the emissaries. "Honored guests, you've traveled a long way to our demon realm. You must be weary. I'll drink this cup first to your health." As Rabbit Spirit feared, the leader of the emissaries was Headmaster Fong. The scheming headmaster addressed the Demon King. "Your Majesty, our upcoming discussion is highly confidential. Perhaps the two concubines should." The Demon King pulled Rabbit Spirit and Xiao Yi closer. Headmaster Fong quickly added, "It's quite all right. These two concubines are trustworthy." Headmaster Fong, seeing this, didn't press the matter further. "The purpose of my visit," he began, "is to discuss the Demon King with your Majesty. He is currently waging a relentless war against the human race, and I fear we cannot hold out much longer. If humanity falls, the secluded demon clans will be next." The Demon King seemed puzzled. "Why should the Demon King's attack on your human race concern us demons?" Headmaster Fong continued, "Your Majesty, surely you haven't forgotten the annihilation of the nine-tailed fox clan? We couldn't have succeeded without the aid of your demon clans. The Snow Lotus is the only treasure capable of defeating the Demon King. If your Majesty assists the human race in finding it, the northern human realm of Beizhou will be yours as a gift from the human emperor." Little Rabbit, overhearing this, felt the urgent need to inform Xiao Ming. She addressed the Demon King. "Your Majesty, my face feels a little unwell. I'd like to go and see Qiu Yi now." The Demon King, ever considerate, replied, "Then go ahead, my dear concubine. Your health is paramount." However, Headmaster Fong observed all of this, his eyes sharp. Had the cunning Headmaster Fong discerned Little Rabbit's intentions? Little Rabbit, recalling Headmaster Fong's discussion with the Demon King about dealing with Xiao Ming, quickly excused herself. She took out her communication amulet to inform Xiao Ming. But just then, a voice called out from behind her, "Your ladyship, where are you rushing off to in such a hurry?" Little Rabbit, feigning composure, replied, "Emissary, shouldn't you be in the main hall discussing matters with His Majesty? What are you doing here?" Headmaster Fong responded with a veiled threat. "Your ladyship's sudden departure suggests a possible ailment. I happen to be quite knowledgeable in medicine. Perhaps I could take your pulse." With that, Headmaster Fong stepped forward, gathering a surge of spiritual energy in his hand and directing it towards Little Rabbit. Fortunately, Little Rabbit managed to block the attack with her hand, narrowly avoiding a significant scar on her face. Realizing that Headmaster Fong was testing her, she retorted, "Human emissary, what is the meaning of this?" Headmaster Fong thought to himself, "Rabbit demon women are not known for their resilience. If injured, they should react like ordinary beings. But her wound isn't healing. Could I be mistaken?" He said to Little Rabbit, "Forgive me, your ladyship. My hand slipped." Little Rabbit continued the charade. "Slipped? That was clearly aimed at my face. I may be but a simple rabbit demon woman, but don't forget, emissary, I am also a chosen concubine of the Demon King. I will remember this day's transgression." With that, Little Rabbit departed. Back in her quarters, Xiaoming used magic to transform the communication amulet's voice function into a video call. "Little Rabbit," Xiaoming said, "I received your earlier message. Headmaster Fong's visit to the demon realm must be about the Snow Lotus ritual. Did he give you any trouble?" Little Rabbit recounted the events that had just transpired, leaving nothing out. She added reassuringly, "Don't worry. I'm the Demon King's concubine now. After all, he wouldn't dare do anything to me out of respect for the Demon King." Xiaoming's face fell. "The Demon King's concubine?" Little Rabbit quickly explained. "It's not real. It's just a cover. Don't worry. I only love you. I would never do anything inappropriate." Xiaoming, understanding Little Rabbit's heart, felt a surge of anger at the Demon King's selection of rabbit demon women as concubines. "Be very careful. Avoid him as much as possible. As soon as I've dealt with matters here in the human realm, I'll come and get you. Just wait a little longer, Little Rabbit." Just then, Chiu-Yi arrived. "Little Rabbit, are you in there?" Unexpectedly, Chiu-Yi, who always appeared gentle and frail, suddenly revealed a darker side, betraying Little Rabbit in her desire to secure the position of Demon Queen for herself. A short while earlier, Chiu-Yi had brought Little Rabbit some pastries, her actions seemingly devoid of any malicious intent. Little Rabbit had always regarded her as an older sister, while Chiu-Yi saw her as a mere cousin. As Little Rabbit ate the pastries, Chiu-Yi noticed her arm. "Little Rabbit," she asked, "your hands are so fair. What's your secret?" Little Rabbit replied, "Just washing them often, I guess." After confirming at close range that there were no injuries on Little Rabbit's arm, Chiu-Yi decided to leave. "Let me know if you want more," she offered, thinking to herself, "Enjoy it while you can. This might be your last meal." Later that night, a voice echoed from the mountain behind Liangyu Pavilion. "Master, everything I said is true. You must believe me." It was Chiu-Yi, her voice filled with urgency. "Master, you mentioned earlier that Little Rabbit's hand was injured during the day, but when I went to deliver pastries to her this afternoon, I saw no wounds on her hand." Headmaster Fong listened intently. For a wound to disappear so quickly, even with spiritual healing, such rapid recovery is impossible unless it's the Snow Lotus. He realized the truth. Little Rabbit must be the rabbit demon woman the humans and demons have been searching for. Once I obtain the Snow Lotus from her, the Demon King, Ming Shi, prepare to meet your doom. Headmaster Fong declared, "I'm aware of everything you've said. I will immediately inform your Demon King and have him deal with Chiu-Yi." Chiu-Yi, brimming with excitement, inquired, "My lord, what about the promise you made me?" Headmaster Fong assured her, "Don't worry. Once Chiu-Yi is captured, you will be the greatest hero. The position of Demon Queen will naturally be yours." The next morning, Rabbit Spirit was overjoyed. She had been tirelessly searching for the spark flower, and miraculously, she found it in the royal gardens. Finally, Senior Sister Jin's eyes could be properly treated. "I need to find a way to leave this place quickly," she thought. "I'd rather not get entangled in this mess with the Ku clan." Just as she was preparing to leave, Chiu-Yi stopped her. "Chogu, where are you going so early? The king has invited us to tour the palace. We'll be late if we don't hurry. If we make the king wait, his wrath will be unbearable." Chiu-Yi led Rabbit Spirit to the Demon King. Rabbit Spirit was puzzled. Wasn't the plan to tour the palace? Why were they here? Chiu-Yi, abandoning her usual gentle demeanor, snapped impatiently. "Don't try to second-guess the king's intentions. Just follow me." Suddenly, the Demon King asked, "My concubine, have you heard of the Demon Clan? 300 years ago, the Demon Clan was defeated by the combined forces of humans and demons. However, their physical bodies are difficult to destroy, preventing true death. After deliberation, both races decided to imprison them in dungeons devoid of demonic energy." Rabbit Spirit thought, Why is he telling me this out of the blue? Could he be suspicious of me, testing me? Feigning ignorance, she replied. Your Majesty, I have heard of the demon clan, but weren't they all eradicated 300 years ago? How could there be any demon clan members here? The demon king slowly approached Rabbit Spirit. My dear concubine, if I hadn't received sufficient evidence, I would be reluctant to believe that you are the Rabbit clan woman both humans and demons are searching for. Rabbit Spirit's heart sank. Her identity had been discovered. What would she do next? Upon learning that Rabbit Spirit possessed the Snow Lotus, Chio-E, disregarding their sisterhood, betrayed her for selfish gain. In front of the Demon King, Chio-E confronted Rabbit Spirit. I clearly saw your hand injured, yet it healed in moments. It must be the effect of the Snow Lotus you possess. For the sake of the Demon Realm's safety, with the Demon King about to invade our territory, only the Snow Lotus you hold can defeat him. Why won't you offer it up to save the entire Demon Realm? Rabbit Spirit finally saw the true colors of the woman she had called sister. I never imagined your true nature was like this. So deceitful and quite skilled at emotional manipulation. If you're so eager to save the Demon Realm, why don't you join the battlefield and demonstrate your loyalty? The next moment, the Demon King lunged at Rabbit Spirit. My concubine, cease your empty words. Surrender peacefully, and your life will be spared. But Rabbit Spirit would rather die than be captured. She knew that only the Snow Lotus she possessed could counter Hu Li. She refused to let Hu Li's meticulously crafted, centuries-old plan be ruined because of her. So, she fought back with all her might. However, the disparity in power between her and the Demon King was too vast. Prolonging the fight would only lead to one outcome. Suddenly, Chio-E appeared behind Rabbit Spirit and stabbed her. The Demon King caught Rabbit Spirit as she fell, shouting at Chio, "Are you insane?" But Chio-E retorted, "Your Majesty, calm down. She possesses the Snow Lotus. She won't die." Yet, the Demon King seemed unappreciative. He lifted Rabbit Spirit and walked past Chio-E. "Acting on your own accord, if you disrupt my plans, your death will be insignificant." Hearing these words, Chio-E knelt on the ground. "Your Majesty, everything I did was for you." Perhaps this was the nature of human jealousy, capable of stripping a person of their basic rationality. Meanwhile, Xiao Ming had defeated all the humans from Qiyang Academy. However, despite searching the entire academy, they couldn't find their ultimate enemy, Headmaster Fong. Xiao Ming sensed something was amiss. It had been a while since he visited the Demon Realm. With the situation escalating to this point, Headmaster Fong was still nowhere to be found. Had he discovered something? Chuan Xinglin had been unusually quiet as well. Knowing Rabbit Spirit, she would have contacted him by now. Unless Rabbit's identity has been exposed and she's been captured. No, we must act now. Assemble a group and return with me to the Demon Realm. The rest of you will remain stationed in the various human provinces and continue surveillance. Imprisoned, Rabbit Spirit huddled in a corner, weak and in pain. "I hurt so much." Suddenly, she heard a voice from outside. "Xiaogu, are you all right? It seems you've recovered quite well. The wound from last night's stabbing has already healed. Now, to the matter at hand. I'm here to deliver good news. The Demon King, upon hearing of your capture, is already on his way to the Demon Realm. It seems Headmaster Fong and the Demon King, Ming Shi, have been fully aware of Xiao Ming's movements all along. Could the plan the Demon King mentioned earlier be this? After a long absence, Tugu and Qiuqiu finally reappear. Just now, Headmaster Fong came to the prison cell and threatened Little Rabbit, saying the Demon King will arrive in the Demon Realm soon. When the Snow Lotus is extracted from you, that will be the Demon King's downfall. He then turned and left. After making sure Headmaster Fong had left, Little Rabbit suddenly said, "Come on out. He didn't notice you." It turned out to be everyone's favorite, Tugu. It seems he didn't starve to death in the Chinquan bag after all. Little Rabbit explained, "It's a good thing they didn't take the Chinquan bag. Otherwise, I would truly be all alone." Tugu, not his usual playful self in this critical moment, said, "Silly Rabbit, I just tried the Chuanin Ling, and I can't make a video call. They must have set up a barrier in this dungeon." But Little Rabbit felt that using the Chuanin Ling wasn't the most important thing right now. She wanted to ask Tugu and Qiuqiu for a favor. Last night, Little Rabbit's master and senior disciples had been captured by Headmaster Fong. likely to threaten her. They were all implicated because of her, so Little Rabbit wanted to save them. "Tugu," she pleaded, "Chio and you, I need to borrow some of your spiritual energy so I can return to my original form." In crucial moments, Tugu always came through. He and Chio agreed without hesitation. Soon, Little Rabbit transformed back into her original form. Her smaller size allowed her to move freely within the confines of the cell. She hopped over to her master. "Master, master." "Yes, it's me, your good disciple," she whispered. Little Rabbit explained, "Headmaster Fong captured you. It must be to threaten me." Her master finally understood. No wonder Headmaster Fong surrounded the North Pole Academy with his men, accusing us of withholding information and harboring a fugitive. "So you're the rabbit demon they've been searching for, the one who consumed the snow lotus." Little Rabbit apologized to her master. "It's all my fault that you and my senior disciples were captured." Her master looked at Little Rabbit with affection. "Don't blame yourself. This isn't your fault. Headmaster Fong is a treacherous wolf, coveting what he shouldn't have. Don't worry, your master and your senior disciples will always stand by you." Hearing her master's words, Little Rabbit felt a surge of warmth. "Our top priority now is to recover our spiritual energy quickly. We can't just sit here and wait," Little Rabbit declared. "I have sparkfire flowers in my chinquin bag to heal Senior Sister's eyes and some other medicinal herbs. It should be enough." Her master agreed. "Good. Once we recover our spiritual energy, we'll escape." 3 days later, Headmaster Fong brought the Demon King to the dungeon. "Your Majesty, please look. His wounds have completely healed. This is the potent effect of the snow lotus." The Demon King glanced at Little Rabbit and sighed. "The Demon King has already invaded the demon realm today. The royal palace will soon fall. But how can we extract the snow lotus to deal with him?" Headmaster Fong explained. "The snow lotus is an ancient divine artifact left by our ancestors. After entering a person's body, it occupies the most vital position. Therefore, the snow lotus is in his heart. We must extract the snow lotus from his heart." Both of them were startled by these words. "Is there no other way? Where is Huli now?" Meanwhile, Huli, having lost his wife, rushed back to the demon realm from thousands of miles away. But in the end, he was still too late. Not long ago, Headmaster Fong had declared that the only way to retrieve the snow lotus was by removing the heart. The Demon King was also shocked. He hadn't expected the method of retrieving the snow lotus to be so cruel. But even so, for the survival of the entire demon realm, he ultimately chose to believe Headmaster Fong. He then used magic to bind Little Rabbit and take him to Headmaster Fong's laboratory. There are still some preparations to be made before retrieving the snow lotus. On the way to the laboratory, they passed by the room where Little Rabbit's master and senior disciples were held. Little Rabbit smiled reassuringly. "Don't worry, I'll be back soon." Her master seemed to understand Little Rabbit's meaning. After Little Rabbit was taken away, the senior disciple panicked. "Master, Little Junior's sister has been taken away by them. It's definitely more dangerous than safe. But our spiritual energy hasn't fully recovered. What should we do?" However, her master calmly took out a small pouch. "This is what your little junior sister secretly slipped to us. A few days ago, she tried the Chuan Ling. It's here. My spiritual energy has mostly recovered. Perhaps I can try again." Just then, a voice suddenly came from behind them. What happened to the little rabbit? It was Xiao Ming, who had rushed over from the human realm. The master explained, "My disciple was just taken away by the Demon King and Headmaster Fong. If you go after them now, you can still catch up." She then handed the Chuan Ling to Xiao Ming. Xiao Ming declared, "I've already broken the barrier here. You can come out anytime. And thank you for everything you've done for Rabbit Spirit. Leave the rest to me. Those who dare to hurt Rabbit Spirit will pay with their lives." He arrived at Headmaster Fong's side. Fong opened the laboratory door. "Let me give you a tour of my experimental chamber. Not everyone gets this privilege." Rabbit Spirit retorted, "Headmaster Fong, aren't you a little too confident, bringing me to such a private place? Aren't you afraid I'll escape and spread the word?" Headmaster Fong scoffed. "With your meager spiritual power, I'm hardly concerned. Besides," he continued, "that Demon King is personally guarding the outside." They entered the laboratory. A foul stench assaulted their senses. Rabbit Spirit's eyes fell upon the forms lying on the ground. Are those a hybrid of demon and human?" she asked, her voice laced with alarm. "What kind of experiment are you conducting?" Headmaster Fong explained, "Naturally, it's an experiment to fuse humans, demons, and the 3 races into one. Demons are born with the 5 elements, allowing them immortality and eternal life. If I can merge this advantage with other races, wouldn't that be a blessing for all living beings? Rabbit's spirit was horrified. Headmaster Fong seemed to have lost all humanity. The blessing you speak of involves capturing them, flaying their skin, drawing their blood, and merging them into these monstrous abominations. Headmaster Fong turned to her. Monsters, you say? Do you know how many would yearn to become the monsters you describe? Upon learning of Headmaster Fong's plan, Rabbit's spirit resolved to escape and expose his crimes to the world. She began by taunting him. Hiding in this dark place, conducting your experiments, it's nothing more than a way to satisfy your own sick and twisted desires. As expected, Headmaster Fong was enraged. He struck her across the face. Silence. Rabbit's spirit collapsed to the ground. Wiping the blood from her lip, she laughed. So I struck a nerve, did I? Headmaster Fong pulled out a small knife. You wouldn't understand my grand ambitions. It's a shame, really. It's been a long time since I've seen a child with such spiritual talent. Your body would be perfect for my experiments. Now, let me extract the snow lotus. Just as he lunged towards her, Rabbit's spirit seized her chance. She threw a handful of pepper into his face. Then, she bolted for the exit. Thankfully, she had stashed a packet of pepper from her Chinkoan bag. She hoped it would buy her some time. Rabbit's spirit ran as fast as her legs could carry her. Just get out, she thought. Xiaoming must be on his way. A sliver of light appeared ahead. The exit. Suddenly, Headmaster Fong's voice hissed in her ear. I've got you. With a single blow, Rabbit's spirit was sent flying. She crashed to the ground, badly injured. Meanwhile, Xiao Ming and his subordinates were locked in battle with the Demon King. Headmaster Fong hauled Rabbit's spirit to her feet. Run! Why aren't you running? Xiao Ming watched helplessly as the woman he loved was brutalized, unable to break free from the Demon King. Headmaster Fong erupted in laughter. Ha ha! To think the renowned Ming Shi brought to his knees. And the snow lotus that holds your power? I found it. I'll extract it right here, right in front of you. How does that feel? Headmaster Fong's words were like a match to gunpowder. Xiao Ming roared and charged. You old fool. Let her go. Right on time, Demon King Ming Shi. Today is the day you die. He turned to the Demon King. Your Majesty, if you'll excuse me, I have a score to settle with the Demon King. Perhaps you could do me the honor of extracting the snow lotus? With that, Headmaster Fong shifted the blame and the gruesome task onto the Demon King. The old man was truly wicked, manipulating the situation to his advantage. What would the Demon King do? In the end, the snow lotus was ripped from Rabbit Spirit's body. Xiao Ming watched, consumed by rage. He swore vengeance. Everyone present would pay for what they had done. The Demon King, it turned out, had never intended to harm Rabbit Spirit, but Headmaster Fong had cleverly given him a reason to fight Xiao Ming. He tossed Little Rabbit onto him. A sinuous form slithered forward. Your Majesty, Demon King, my disciple is innocent. She has no quarrel with you. What are you doing? The Demon King replied, Headmaster Wan Yin, you needn't worry. I only need to retrieve something from your disciple's body. Once I have it, I will naturally return her to you. Little Rabbit knew full well that her master and senior disciples hadn't fully recovered their spiritual power. If they confronted the Demon King directly, they would surely be injured. So, Little Rabbit said to the Demon King, Don't hurt my master and my fellow disciples. I'll give you the snow lotus. The moment he heard these words, a flicker of hesitation crossed the Demon King's face. Could he really bring himself to extract the snow lotus from her? It had resided within her for so long. It must be fused with her heart. If he removed it, would she? Just then, Headmaster Fong, struggling to maintain his composure, cried out, Your Majesty, what are you waiting for? This fiend is insane. If we delay any longer, we'll all be buried with him. The Demon King snapped back to reality. Headmaster Fong was right. 300 years ago, his Phoenix clan had participated in the slaughter of the Nine-Tailed Fox clan to secure his current position as Demon King. If he didn't destroy Xiao Ming would surely destroy him. And so, under Headmaster Fong's goading, the Demon King discarded the last vestiges of compassion within him and, with his own hands, extracted the snow lotus from Little Rabbit's body. The instant the snow lotus emerged, Little Rabbit collapsed, powerless, onto the ground. The Demon King gazed at the snow lotus in his hand. This was the treasure everyone had been desperately searching for. Now it was his. Seeing Little Rabbit fall, Xiao Ming slashed at Headmaster Fong's arm with his blade. Get away from her! He rushed to Little Rabbit's side, his heart aching as he looked at the once vibrant rabbit now lying still on the ground. Xiao Ming urged her not to sleep, but Little Rabbit was incredibly weak. Mustering all her strength, she whispered, "Fox, you came?" Xiao Ming stroked her face. "Yes, I came. I'm sorry. I should have come sooner. Little Rabbit, don't be afraid. I'll use all my spiritual power to save you. I can save you." Little Rabbit grasped Xiao Ming's hand. "No, Fox. I'm just a little tired. Let me sleep, just for a little while." It was the first time Xiao Ming had shed tears since his mother's death. "You can't sleep. You have to stay with me. You're going to be my princess." Little Rabbit touched Xiao Ming's hand. "Okay, I promise you, when I wake up, I'll be your princess." Then she lost consciousness and lay limp in his arms. From behind, one of his subordinates yelled, "Sun Shang, the humans and demons have joined forces. Our men can't hold them back." In the next instant, Xiao Ming's ears turned crimson. Demonic energy surged through his body. "You bastards! I'll make you all pay for this." The moment Little Rabbit fell, Xiao Ming fully transformed into the true demon. He swore to avenge Little Rabbit's death. The great war between humans, demons, and the demonic realm raged for 3 days and 3 nights. The battlefield was littered with corpses, a veritable hell on earth. In the end, Headmaster Fong and the Demon King perished by Xiao Ming's sword. He became the new Demon King, avenging Little Rabbit's death. But even so, the dead could not be brought back to life. And so, Xiao Ming spent the next 100 years alone. For a century, he cared for nothing, spending his days in the courtyard cultivating carrots. Today, his subordinates came to report, claiming they had received new information about activity on the Snowy Mountain. This time, Xiao Ming finally reacted. The Snowy Mountain. That was where the fox and Little Rabbit had first met. "What kind of activity?" he asked. His subordinate replied, "We heard there's a young woman who has become a disciple of Old Man Wuji. Old Man Wuji has close ties to the Snow Lotus. Could it be?" Before the subordinate could finish, Xiao Ming vanished. He arrived at the Snowy Mountain. A young woman with 2 ears was digging up radish spirits, her back to him. She looked not just similar to Little Rabbit, but identical. The radish yelled, "Let me go." The young woman replied, "I went through so much trouble to catch you. Let you go? Are you kidding?" Suddenly, the radish wriggled free and vanished in a flash. The young woman chased after it, shouting, "I just want to take you back up the mountain. I'm not going to eat you. Why are you running?" While chasing the radish, the young woman tripped on a rock. At that crucial moment, Xiao Ming appeared. This time, Xiao Ming didn't react as he had the first time he met Rabbit's spirit, when she tripped on a rock and landed on a blade, and he'd been oblivious. This time, he caught the girl's waist. "This time, I will protect you with all my heart. I won't let you get hurt again." Xiao Ming knew that the girl before him was Rabbit's spirit, but Rabbit's spirit seemed to have lost her memory. She glanced back at Xiao Ming, and in the next second, her face flushed crimson. Although her memories were gone, a powerful sense of familiarity lingered. Seeing her like this, a long-lost smile touched Xiao Ming's lips. Whether she remembered him or not, just seeing her again was enough to fill his heart with contentment. He then produced a carrot and offered it to her. Their first meeting had involved a temptation of beauty. Was he now attempting a temptation of delicious food? After the great war between humans, demons, and monsters, Xiao Ming, also known as Fox, had endured 100 years of agonizing waiting. Finally, a flicker of news about Rabbit's spirit reached him. He journeyed to the Snowy Mountain where they had first met, and there she was. Xiao Ming, the fox, presented her with a carrot he had cultivated for a century. Gazing at her, a gentle smile softened his features. 100 years. I've finally found you again. This time, I will take you home. After thanking him, Rabbit's spirit turned to leave, clutching the carrot, intending to return to her dwelling. As she turned, Xiao Ming gently caught her arm. "Won't you tell me your name?" he asked. Rabbit's spirit hesitated. In her current state, with no memory beyond her master and senior brother, she had no way to discern friend from foe. Sensing her apprehension, Xiao Ming leaned closer. "Don't be afraid. My home is overflowing with carrots, and no one eats them. If you like, I can give you many more." Rabbit's spirit reasoned that anyone offering such a precious gift couldn't be bad. "You can call me Rabbit's spirit," she replied. "I'm Ming Shireen. You can also call me Fox." The name Fox once again found its way into Rabbit's spirit's heart. After exchanging names, Rabbit's spirit returned to her current home. Xiaoming watched her retreating figure silently. 100 years, and she's finally alive again, but she's completely forgotten me. He clenched his fists. I can't rush this. My little rabbit will return to me eventually. Darkness began to fall. Rabbit Spirit, clutching 2 carrots, hopped back toward the house. Her senior brother, waiting in the courtyard, greeted her. Little sister, you're back just in time for dinner. He patted her head. Go inside. Master has been waiting for you. Inside, a white-haired old man with a stern expression questioned her. Where have you been gallivanting off to? This was Elder Wuji. I was gathering spirit herbs on the back mountain, Rabbit Spirit replied. I didn't cause any trouble this time, Master. I promise. Oh, and I met someone incredibly handsome today. He gave me a big, plump carrot. Elder Wuji's eyes sharpened. Someone? Where would there be someone on this snowy mountain? Rabbit Spirit insisted. There really was. He said his name was Ming Shireen. He gave me this carrot and said he has many more home, all for me. The old man's ears perked up. Ming Shireen? What's he doing here? Realizing that the Demon King had come to the snowy mountain, Elder Wuji understood that the time had come for his disciple to leave his care. Xiaoming followed Rabbit Spirit to her dwelling. Looking at the small, dilapidated house, he thought, so this is where she's been living all these years? It's so small and broken down. I should bring her back to my palace as soon as possible. Suddenly, Elder Wuji appeared. Demon King, he said, what are you doing here? Xiaoming gave a sinister smile. What am I doing here? You've been hiding my rabbit spirit for 100 years. Shouldn't you give me an explanation first? Seeing the Demon King's hostile demeanor, the elder decided to reveal the truth. The rabbit spirit you knew is long dead. This one is merely a demon who luckily survived. It's a complicated matter. Come inside and let me explain. 100 years ago, I observed a disturbance in the celestial curtain and went to the site of the great war between humans, demons, and monsters. By the time I arrived, the battlefield was a river of blood littered with corpses. But I found a lotus seed on the ground. It was the snow lotus. The Demon King may be gone, but the snow lotus doesn't disappear. It simply changes form to survive. I brought the seed back to the snowy mountain and nurtured it in the heavenly pool. A year later, it finally bore fruit. But what emerged was a small rabbit spirit. With a little conjecture, I realized she was the rabbit woman whose heart and snow lotus had been taken by the Demon King. Though revived by the lotus seed, her heart remained empty. Her body, long fused with the blood lotus, had become demonic. Yet, she remembered nothing of her past upon her resurrection. Hearing this, Xiaoming, the fox, declared, no matter what she's become, she's still my little rabbit. I will make her remember me. But you've hidden my rabbit for 100 years. It's time you did something to compensate. Time passed. Rabbit Spirit was puzzled. Why are you suddenly sending me down the mountain? Elder Wuji explained, you're an adult now. It's time for you to experience the world. This spatial ring holds food and medicine for your journey. But Rabbit Spirit still didn't understand. Why so suddenly? There wasn't even a hint of this before. Elder Wuji said, you've grown up on the snowy mountain, unaware of the world outside. Go, explore, and you'll benefit greatly. Inwardly, he thought, it's all because of that Demon King. So he pushed Rabbit Spirit out, saying, your master and senior brother will be here. Come back when you're tired of traveling. Then, with a clang, he shut the door. Rabbit Spirit stood there, bewildered. Suddenly, she heard a voice from ahead. Hey, you little rabbit, it's me. I'll go down a mountain with you. For Xiaoming and Rabbit Spirit, a brand new love story was about to begin. Even without her memories, Rabbit Spirit couldn't resist Xiaoming's large, fluffy tail. He said, since you're going down the mountain, why not come with me? If you do, the big tail and all the carrots you want are yours. Rabbit Spirit nodded enthusiastically. She thought, since Master wants me to explore, and this fox seems reliable, I might as well go with him. It's better than being alone. Xiaoming pinched her cheek gently. Let's go down a mountain then. It's getting dark. We need to find a place to stay. Night fell quickly. In an inn, several people were discussing, hey, everyone, why did the human emperor suddenly invite the demon race to participate in our human academy competition? Another replied, what's there to talk about? Isn't it to promote peace between the human and demon races? Since the new Demon King took over 100 years ago, there hasn't been a single conflict. Just then, a white-haired old man stroked his beard and said, ha, what new Demon King? He's clearly the same old demon, sealed away long ago. Cruel and bloodthirsty, a real. Before the old man could finish, Xiaoming and Rabbit Spirit appeared in the inn. Rabbit Spirit said, Fox, the innkeeper says the Human Academy competition is coming up and lots of people are here. There's only one room left. Xiao Ming teased. Do you mind sharing with me? Rabbit Spirit smiled and said she didn't mind. She thought, I don't know why, but I feel like I can trust him. The innkeeper handed Xiao Ming the key. The room is on the second floor. Go on up. He added, there's a hot spring on the first floor. I've never seen one on the snowy mountain. I want to see it. The human realm's winters are so cold. I need a hot bath to warm up. Xiao Ming watched her with a fond smile. Even with amnesia, she's still the same curious rabbit. Rabbit Spirit soaked comfortably in the hot spring. But she couldn't shake the feeling that this scene was somehow familiar. And that fox, why do I feel so close to him? Like I've met him somewhere before? Suddenly, Xiao Ming's knock interrupted her thoughts. It's been half an hour. Are you done? Rabbit Spirit, thinking he wanted to use the spring too, quickly got out and started to dress. But as she climbed out, she slipped. Crash! Her face met the floor with a resounding thud. Hearing the fall, Xiao Ming's concern overwhelmed him. He kicked the door open. The next second, Rabbit Spirit found herself exposed before him once again. How embarrassing. Fox, don't look. Unexpectedly, after a century, the Demon King, Xiao Ming, blushed. He'd heard the fall and rushed in without thinking. But he was too fast, and Rabbit Spirit hadn't had time to dress. Hence, the awkward situation. Xiao Ming coughed. No problem. The next second, Rabbit Spirit transformed into her true rabbit form. Xiao Ming scooped her up. Is this better? All fluff, can't see a thing. Rabbit Spirit hadn't transformed since losing her memory. But even if she didn't want to, it was better than being exposed. Several hours later, Rabbit Spirit seemed to have forgotten the incident. But Xiao Ming was worried. He thought to himself, this won't do. This rabbit is far too unguarded. What if it hadn't been me who walked in, but someone else? No one but me can be near her. The human and demon races were about to hold an inter-academy competition. There would be a mix of people. I have to protect her. It's best if I stay by her side at all times. But would Rabbit Spirit realize he was a fox? Fox! Rabbit Spirit suddenly called out. What's wrong? I called you several times just now, and you didn't answer me. Xiao Ming's ears instantly turned red. I was thinking about something just now, so I didn't hear you. Rabbit Spirit, seeing Xiao Ming's ears, was immediately filled with curiosity. She reached out and grabbed Xiao Ming's ears. So small and soft, how delightful. But why are they so hot? Fox, are you blushing? This won't do. You're too thin-skinned. In all these years, I've never seen my senior brother or master blush. Don't tell me you're shy because of what happened earlier. Oh, it's nothing. We're all pals. Everyone looks pretty much the same anyway. Looking at anyone's is the same. In the next second, Xiao Ming grabbed Rabbit Spirit's hand. Rabbit, what did you just say? Looking at anyone's is the same? Whose have you looked at? Rabbit Spirit blushed instantly. I haven't looked at anyone else's. I was just giving an example. Xiao Ming continued, feigning shyness. What's there to be shy about? I haven't looked at anyone else's either. I've only looked at yours. And I've seen all of it. Even though Rabbit Spirit had lost her memory, some things were etched into her very being. Whenever Xiao Ming got close to her, she would blush. Looking at Xiao Ming's face, Rabbit Spirit felt a sense of familiarity. Every time she saw him, her heart would beat incredibly fast. But I was born on the snowy mountain. In these 18 years, I've never seen this man before. Could it be that I knew him in a past life? Xiao Ming picked up Rabbit Spirit and walked towards the bed. It's getting late. You should go to sleep. But what Xiao Ming didn't expect was for Rabbit Spirit to say, will you sleep with me? Perhaps it was a subconscious memory. How could someone so deeply loved be so easily forgotten? Xiao Ming placed Rabbit Spirit on the bed. Rabbit Spirit thought to herself, what was that just now? Why did I say something like that? Xiao Ming stroked Rabbit Spirit's head. What are you thinking about? Your face is so red. He then gently tucked her in. Go to sleep. Don't think too much. After coaxing Rabbit Spirit to sleep, Xiao Ming secretly kissed Rabbit Spirit. Little rabbit, you'll remember me soon. The next morning arrived quickly. Rabbit Spirit stared at Xiao Ming, who was Pa Zai Chong Ban, lost in thought. I have to say, this fox is really handsome, especially when he's asleep. So cute. The next second, Xiao Ming heard the movement and woke up. Grabbing Rabbit Spirit's hand, he said with a mischievous smile, what were you planning to do to me? Rabbit Spirit stammered, unable to articulate her thoughts. I actually have a question I've been wanting to ask you. Have we met somewhere before? Xiao Ming was surprised when he heard this. Could it be that the little rabbit remembers me? After all this time, this was the first kiss between Rabbit Spirit and the fox since she lost her memory. Perhaps Rabbit Spirit's memories were slowly returning. When she first saw Xiao Ming, she felt an inexplicable sense of trust and security towards him. And this wasn't the first time she'd felt this way. She said to Xiao Ming, I grew up on the snowy mountain. I've never met anyone besides Master and my senior brother. Why do I have such a familiar feeling towards you? Xiao Ming looked at Rabbit Spirit affectionately. In the next second, he embraced her. Rabbit Spirit didn't understand why she saw a certain emotion in his eyes. After thinking it over, Xiao Ming decided not to hide it any longer. He told Rabbit Spirit the truth. Your feeling is right. The snowy mountain wasn't the first time we met. We're not strangers. We used to be each other's sweethearts. The word sweethearts caused a sharp pain in Rabbit Spirit's head. The fox looked at Rabbit Spirit, wondering if she had remembered something. To ease Rabbit Spirit's headache, the fox kissed her the next second. But why does it feel so familiar? The next morning, Rabbit Spirit walked through the marketplace, still thinking about last night. Did the fox mean we used to like each other when he said sweethearts? He kissed me, but I didn't hate it. Suddenly, a little girl bumped into Rabbit Spirit, tears streaming down her face. The girl said, "Sister, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to." Rabbit Spirit crouched down and patted the little girl's head. "It's all right. Did it hurt? I know some healing techniques. I can fix you right up." Just then, a voice called out from behind them, "Mian Mian, I told you not to run around in the streets." Then, the speaker apologized to Rabbit Spirit. "I'm so sorry. Mian Mian is a bit spoiled. She bumped into you just now. I apologize on her behalf." But the moment she looked up, the woman gasped. "Little junior sister?" The little girl beside her said, "Senior sister Jean. I'm your little junior sister." Jean thought for a moment and agreed. Perhaps she had mistaken her. How could the dead come back to life? It must just be someone who looked similar. Suddenly, a voice boomed from behind Rabbit Spirit. "You little rabbit!" In the next instant, Xiao Ming, the Demon King, appeared before Senior Sister Jean. Could this truly be his little junior sister? Was she really alive? The moment Senior Sister Jean saw Xiao Ming, she was certain that this rabbit demon was her beloved little junior sister. Jean quickly bought an expensive hairpin and offered it to Rabbit Spirit. "Thank you for helping Mian Mian," she said. "Please accept this as a small token of my gratitude." Kind-hearted Rabbit Spirit couldn't possibly refuse. She said she would cherish the gift. After Rabbit Spirit left, Senior Sister Jean sighed with relief. It's really her. It's little junior sister. The Demon King brought her back. Little Mian Mian looked at Jean and asked, "Senior Sister, do you know that pretty sister? That hairpin was so expensive, and you gave it to her." Jean replied, "Yes, I knew her before." Little junior sister's eyes, she risked her life to heal them. She cared deeply for me, but now she's forgotten me. She has a new life, so we shouldn't disturb her. But deep down, a flicker of something stirred within Rabbit Spirit. Looking at the hairpin in her hand, she said to Xiao Ming, "Wu Li, do you think I knew her before? When I saw her, I felt this strange sense of familiarity like when I first met you." Since his confession the previous day, Xiao Ming had decided not to hide anything from Rabbit Spirit. "You did know each other," he replied. "But for your health, don't force yourself to remember. Let's take it slow," he added. But the desire to regain her memories had already taken root in Rabbit Spirit. "Wu Li," she suggested, "could you take me to see my old friends? Maybe seeing them will help me remember." To herself, she thought, "I need to remember about the fox, too. If we really were lovers, and I've forgotten him, he must be heartbroken." Xiao Ming considered her request. It wasn't a bad idea. He'd been observing her since her revival, and it seemed she had only lost her memories. Everything else was the same. He pulled Rabbit Spirit into an embrace. "All right," he said. "If you want to see them, I'll take you. We'll go see two of the people you were closest to." Does this little boy look familiar to anyone? Following Rabbit Spirit's suggestion, Xiao Ming brought her to see two old friends to help her regain her memories. They arrived in a forest teeming with animals. "It was beautiful, but I thought we were going to see my old friends," Rabbit Spirit said, puzzled. "Why are we here?" "Your two old friends live here," Xiao Ming explained. Rabbit Spirit was surprised and excited. "Really? What kind of friends would live here? I wonder if they'll remember me." Just then, a small figure jumped out in front of them. "Hold it right there. This mountain is mine. This big tree is mine. If you want to pass, you gotta leave something behind." Rabbit Spirit whispered in Xiao Ming's ear. "Wu Li, could he be one of my old friends? He looks so small." Xiao Ming sighed. "No, it's not him." The little creature, undeterred, put on a fierce expression. "Hey, I'm talking to you. Hand over your valuables." Rabbit Spirit, unafraid of the tiny figure, reached out and touched his ear. Little one, robbery isn't something children should do. The little creature swatted her hand away. You shameless hussy. He was a young demon wolf, and their ears were very sensitive. Only those close to them could touch them casually. To touch one's ears was a sign of affection. Xiao Ming pulled Rabbit's spirit into his arms. If you want to touch ears, he said, touch mine. Don't touch anyone else's. Rabbit's spirit agreed. The little wolf, seeing this, was furious. This woman is shameless. She touched my ears, and now she's touching his. I'll have my mom and dad teach her a lesson. The next second, a gruff voice barked from behind them. You're robbing passersby again? After 100 years, Mutt and Chio had finally taken on human forms. And this little thing was their offspring. Seeing his parents arrive, the little creature instantly lost his previous swagger. Instead, he clung to his mother's leg, playing the victim. Mommy, I wasn't robbing anyone. That bad woman touched my ears and teased me. He thought to himself, feigning weakness, hoping his mother would forget about the robbery. But to his surprise, the next moment he was scooped up. Chio rushed to Rabbit's spirit's side. Master, it really is you. This is my and Mutt's son. Master, if you like touching his ears, go ahead. You can touch them as long as you like. Mutt added, yes, little Rabbit, fancy seeing you here. Xiao Ming, seeing Rabbit's spirit's nervousness, comforted her. Don't be afraid. These are the old friends I told you about. Then, Xiao Ming explained their visit to Mutt. Rabbit's spirit, because of the snow lotus, has forgotten many people and things from the past. I brought her here to see if you could help her remember anything. So that's it, Chio said. After the last human-demon war, I only heard that Master disappeared with the snow lotus. Mutt and my contract with Master was automatically dissolved. So we thought. Rabbit's spirit noticed Chio's sadness and comforted him. It's all right. Although I don't know what snow lotus you're talking about, I'm alive and well now, and I'm happy every day. Chio wiped a tear from the corner of his eye. Okay, then let's not think about those unhappy things. Master, it's rare for you to come here. Let me show you around. Rabbit's spirit glanced at Xiao Ming. After receiving his consent, she went off to play without worry. Led by Chio and Mutt, Rabbit's spirit explored the entire forest. Which river had the best water? Which fish were the tastiest? Which mountain had the most potent medicinal herbs? Although she still couldn't remember anything, she felt content. Soon, night fell, and it was time to part ways. Rabbit's spirit said she had a wonderful time, but she still had to go elsewhere with Fox, so she had to take her leave. Though reluctant to leave Mutt and Chio, she finally bid them farewell. Chio told his son to apologize properly for what happened earlier that day. After spending the day together, the little creature seemed to have developed a strange affection for Rabbit's spirit. He shyly said, Sister, I'm sorry. I was wrong today. I shouldn't have said those things to you. You have to come back and play again. I'll take you to catch spirit bugs. Rabbit's spirit crouched down and said to the little creature, Okay, thank you. I'll definitely come back. This time, when Rabbit's spirit stroked the little creature's face, he didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned forward and kissed Rabbit's spirit on the cheek. Goodbye, sister. You have to wait for me to grow up. This infuriated Xiao Ming. That little wolf cub, next time I see him, I'll teach him a lesson. Even his father wouldn't dare mess with me, and he dares to kiss my woman. Rabbit's spirit realized Xiao Ming was jealous. She then hugged him and whispered in his ear, He's just a child. Besides, I like Fox the most. Where they go next? To help Rabbit's spirit regain her memory, Xiao Ming decided to take her on a revisit of familiar places. Unexpectedly, this method actually worked. After Rabbit's spirit left Mutt and Chio, she started having dreams. She dreamt of scenes, shaving Mutt's fur with Fox taking her back to the demon palace for the first time, their first kiss, and him promising to make her his queen. Shaving palace queen, these familiar words made Rabbit's spirit feel as if these things had actually happened to her. When she woke up, Xiao Ming said, We've been out of the forest for half an hour. So, Rabbit Spirit, is there anywhere you'd like to go next? Rabbit Spirit thought for a moment. She had always lived on the snowy mountain and wasn't familiar with the world below. But from the dream she just had, Fox seemed to be some kind of king and had a grand palace. So, she said to Xiao Ming, Fox, if possible, could I visit your palace? Xiao Ming glanced at Rabbit Spirit. How did you know I have a palace? Did you remember something? Rabbit Spirit recounted her dream to Xiao Ming. Upon hearing this, Xiao Ming smiled with relief. It seems she's slowly starting to remember things from the past. 2 days later, they returned to the demon palace. Everything before Rabbit Spirit's eyes was a feast for the senses. Perhaps this place would trigger more memories of the past. Xiao Ming looked at Rabbit Spirit. Don't worry about looking around just yet. You must be tired after traveling for 2 days. Bathe first and get some rest. I'll show you around tomorrow. He then instructed a servant to take Rabbit Spirit to the baths. After the bath, the servant led Rabbit Spirit to a room. Miss, you'll be staying here tonight. Rabbit Spirit looked around, thinking to herself, Fox is truly wealthy. Even a single bedroom is so lavishly decorated. The servant behind her watched Rabbit Spirit, thinking, this is the first time in 100 years that his lordship has brought a woman back to the palace. And seeing how doting he is towards her, could she be the future queen? If so, the servant mused, I must make a good impression. Sleepiness soon overtook Rabbit Spirit. She fell asleep near the edge of the bed, still in her traveling clothes. This is my chance, the servant thought. A short while later, Xiao Ming arrived at Rabbit Spirit's room. Rabbit is asleep? It hasn't even been an hour. She must be truly exhausted, falling asleep sitting like this, without even a blanket. This won't do. The moment Xiao Ming lifted the curtain, he froze, stunned by the sight before him. Rabbit Spirit suddenly embraced him. Fox, you finally came. I've been waiting for you for so long. Xiao Ming was taken aback. What's happening? Could she have remembered everything? This, he thought, this is the scene many of you have been waiting for. Rabbit Spirit's memories had indeed returned. As Xiao Ming entered her room late that night, Rabbit Spirit clung to him. Fox, I remember everything. Thank you. All these memories. It's because you took me to revisit so many places from our past. It all felt so familiar. I've even been dreaming of our past. Just now, I dreamt you said you would marry me and make me your queen, that I was your one and only little rabbit. Upon hearing this, Xiao Ming could no longer contain his joy. He embraced Rabbit Spirit tightly. All this effort wasn't in vain. In the 100 years you were gone, I never stopped searching for you. I swore then and there if I ever found you, we would marry immediately. You would truly become my queen. Tears welled in Rabbit Spirit's eyes. She thought, I've been in this world for so long. Perhaps I can't go back. If I can make a home here with Fox, that wouldn't be so bad. For the first time, Rabbit Spirit Tudongda kissed Xiao Ming. Fox, I will marry you. But Xiao Ming felt that this was a bit too hasty. He hadn't even prepared a betrothal gift. Rabbit Spirit stroked his ears. What betrothal gift? I arrived in this world with no family. Who would you even give it to? Then, with a playful glint in her eye, she continued, if you really feel bad about it, I suppose this fox isn't bad looking. Perhaps you could offer yourself as the betrothal gift. I didn't know you were like this, Rabbit. Rabbit Spirit thought to herself, that was just a little appetizer, and he's already overwhelmed. But in the next moment, Xiao Ming pinned her down. Fine, since you insist, I'll indulge you. The night is long, little rabbit. If you want to play, I'll play along. After tonight, you'll be my wife. After overcoming countless trials and tribulations, and with everyone as their witness, Xiao Ming and Rabbit Spirit finally achieved their happy ending. The wedding would be held the next day. With Rabbit Spirit's consent, Xiao Ming acted swiftly, sending out invitations in his capacity as Demon King, inviting all the clans to their wedding feast. Under Xiao Ming's meticulous planning, everything proceeded smoothly. Soon, the time for their wedding arrived. Rabbit Spirit's master had traveled a great distance to be there. She cautioned, Dear Rabbit, have you truly thought this through? You will be spending your life with the Demon King. Rabbit Spirit responded with unwavering certainty, Yes, master. I will marry no other. Hearing this resolute answer, her master could say no more. Very well. The two of you have endured so much to be together. It's not my place to interfere. But after today, you will be the Demon Queen. You can no longer behave as carelessly as before. Just then, Xiao Ming entered. Master Wanyan, you worry too much. I will take care of everything for Rabbit. She only needs to live as carefree as she always has. Seeing Xiao Ming, Rabbit Spirit ran to his side. The auspicious hour had arrived. Xiao Ming lowered the veil over her face. Once we step through this door, he said, we will truly be a family. They entered the main hall, where they were greeted by the joyous cheers of their long-awaited friends. After the wedding ceremony officially began, and following the traditional bowing to heaven and earth, they paid their respects to their masters. Then the newlywed couple bowed to each other. The surrounding crowd cheered and offered their blessings. May the Demon King and Queen cherish and support each other, sharing a lifetime of happiness. We wish you joy in your new marriage. Ever since the Demon King married Rabbit Spirit, the demon and the three other races ushered in a century of peace. All races lived together in harmony and tranquility. Xiao Ming and his rabbit queen traveled extensively throughout the land. Soon after, they welcomed a pair of twins. One of the twins bore a striking resemblance to Rabbit Spirit. He tugged at her sleeve. "Mother, I want to eat carrots." Rabbit Spirit offered the carrot in her hand to the little bunny. "My precious little one, these are all for you." The other twin was the spitting image of Xiao Ming. He cried out eagerly, "Mother, I want some too." Rabbit Spirit gently pinched his little cheek. "You can't eat this. Wait until your father returns from fishing." As if on cue, Xiao Ming arrived back just then. "My little ones, are you hungry? Have you been listening to your mother?" Rabbit Spirit scooped up the little bunny. "We've explored everything here. Perhaps we should visit Mutt and Chio. It's the perfect opportunity to introduce these two little treasures to Mutt and Chio. Xiao Ming took Rabbit Spirit's hand. "All right, whatever you say." And so, the family of four departed, setting off towards their happy paradise.